one pick in the NHL draft, but the men that can't seem to stump. Do something dumb, that's an observation. CLT make them need to run.
That's Lawrence Taylor!
Cut on Mary Trash, CMT for short. Wonder if we best once you peep the score. Up at the crack of dawn, top stories of the morning. While you're yawning, grab your coffee, rise and shine with 8:80 a.m. This is Drop Time. We provide highlights from your favorite teams. Got Dave and Rick making plenty of picks. It's Rule 76.
Oh, yeah. Oh, hello. DNR with you, ESPN New York, as we roll along on this. Well, it's not a football Friday, but it is, in fact, a Friday, and the weather is starting to get a little warmer, and baseball, you can smell that in the air. And you know what else you can smell? And I mean this in a positive way. My friend, my compadre, my compatriot, the great Grassa. Good morning, Dan Grassa. How are you?
I hope it's not a foul stench when you say you could smell me.
No, I meant that in like pheromones. Like
pheromones, that's what I was going to go with.
Only the most positive of ways.
Not odoriferous emanations.
No, not even a little bit. How are you, my friend?
I'm good. Yeah, there you go. Little sniff.
Yeah.
Things are good. A little crummy this morning out there with the weather. You know, when that happens when you get over an inch of rain, but things are good. How about you?
Things are good.
Yeah.
I enjoy the Friday. I enjoy the roast of the Friday. I enjoy the plays of the week on the Friday, and I enjoy the weekend. So here we are.
Let me tell you something about this roast.
Yeah.
All right. I'm not going to clog it all up. You know, I'll give you the one. I can easily come at you with 2 or 3 today, including one that happened even on the drive-in this morning.
Just today?
Just today.
Wow.
Like, I mean, think about it. I've only been up for, I don't know, what, a couple hours already. Something, boom.
Something has happened.
Yep. And I think RJ would back me up on it, too, because he knows about it.
Did RJ have to experience this?
No.
But
this
RJ,
prior to my arrival.
Shared in your annoyance because you told him.
Yes, because I think that RJ can get the hint of what I was getting
Gotcha.
at. Yeah.
Gotcha. I actually had a roast locked away last Saturday. Incident happened, and as it's happening in real time, I'm thinking to myself, there it is. There's the roast.
Can I be honest with you? Can I be honest with you? This is why it's like it's spooky, like the similarities. My roast last Saturday as well.
Really?
Why would I lie?
Why would you lie?
Why would I lie?
The only thing I'll say, just imagine a world if it was the same roast.
No, it couldn't be.
It couldn't possibly be.
Couldn't
right?
be. I mean, if it was, then I'm just getting up and leaving because then it's too crazy. But yes. I even said to my wife when it happened, I said, you know what? This is a roast.
And I said the same thing to my wife.
This is the roast.
This is on. And I mentioned it to the guys on Monday in passing, but I don't believe they remember it, nor should they. And I will bring it back at 7:45 today.
I can't wait.
Yeah, so we got a lot to do. There's a lot of things, little things to get into. At the end of the show yesterday, you'd have been so proud of me.
Yeah.
Stood my ground. I got attacked by 2 of the 3 people on the show.
Why?
I'll tell you why. Because I said, and I'm sure they don't have the audio because that'll be buried. You'll never find that now. I said, I can't wait. Free agency gets rolling on Monday. And Rick, Monday? It doesn't get rolling on Monday. It gets rolling on Wednesday. It's not Monday, it's Wednesday. And then Raymond chimes in, yeah, it's Wednesday. It's not Monday. And then they looked it up, and then they had to eat some crow. And they're like, oh, it starts on Monday. Sorry, Dave.
I'm surprised at Ray. Like Rick, there's no surprise at all. But like Ray, because Ray's a football purist. Like he knows as much as anybody, as you, as me, that by the time, high noon hits on Monday or whatever the tampering period
you got
hits,
answers.
You're gonna have deals already. Not official, but you're gonna have deals.
Right.
Because all these deals have been carved out for the last however many weeks, whether, conversations at the back room of St. Elmo's, at the Combine where agents meet with GMs and so on and so forth. Like, this is all in the works.
It's all in the works. But, in fact, by the time you get to Wednesday...
Right, there's nothing.
Yeah. Right.
Crumbs.
Like, it's like if you go to the turkey after Thanksgiving's been happening for 5 hours, there's little bits left. Maybe you get a little bit of white meat. Maybe you're forced to have the dark meat. Maybe there's a leg available, but it's not a full bird at that point.
Right, the leftover Thanksgiving meal on Sunday night for dinner to end the long weekend.
Yeah.
Like that's
what Wednesday, Thursday is. So
correct.
I felt very vindicated. I felt somewhat embarrassed for those two guys because you should have. I mean, do you even understand football, Dave? Like it gets started on Wednesday. I was like, no.
You know, it's fun. Like you could make an argument like the two most important days are Monday and Tuesday, not even Wednesday and Thursday.
Oh, I don't even think there's a debate.
Not even a clue.
Not even a debate. So let's start to get into it. RJ told me something. I haven't even talked to you about this yet.
No.
But RJ mentioned. How do you know?
That we haven't talked about this yet because I don't think you and I have spoken probably in at least over a week, maybe 2, maybe 3.
Last I saw last I saw him, he looked like he just lost a family member. Poor Dan Grasso. Last I saw him.
Oh, that's right. How many weeks ago was that?
That was last week. Was in his car for 4.5 hours making his way into the studio. And if you didn't, I believe it was true regardless. But if you didn't believe it was true, when you saw what this man looked like when he walked through that door, RJ, you knew that he had just spent a good amount of time in his car.
Well, yeah. I was trying to get some of the shakedown because I obviously wasn't here that day, so I was talking to him about, and this will be up to him.
You weren't here that day?
No.
I don't remember that.
He was.
Oh, that's when he was stuck in Florida.
You were stuck on the turnpike. And I use air quotes. He was stuck in Florida. Everyone was stuck wherever they were at on that day. But continue, RJ.
And that leads into one of his perspective roasts. I don't know if he'll choose this, but I was trying to get the shakedown on what actually happened with the tunnel that day. Maybe there'll be a 30 for 30 on it. And here, the hard part, this happens.
No, it'll be a 4 hours for 4 hours.
This happens in New York sometimes, or the tri-state. Sometimes you just don't move, and you never really find out why.
Yep.
But
so you think it'll be one of those? Like, I had tremendous traffic. I missed half my show, and I don't really know why.
Well,
yeah, we don't know why.
Be honest now. Mm-hmm. Because I've been in this situation. This is a terrible thing to say, but I'll be honest because I'm an honesty broker. Were you hopeful at some point you would pass a mangling? Like where we're like, look at that car. Oh, look
because
away.
You want an
That's
answer.
Awful.
Like you want a reason for it, right? And not just I'm sitting in park for 2 hours. Like tell me why this happened.
You have no real idea of why it took you 4.5 hours to get in.
So much so, how about this? The guys even reached out to Debbie. Traffic Debbie.
Yeah, I understand.
To find out if there was anything reported. Nothing. Nothing.
What was total commute time? 4 hours and what?
It was
30
4
minutes.
hours.
I've never heard of that.
No.
Literally unheard of.
4:20 maybe, right? When did I walk in? It was a little after 11, right?
At 11:25.
Yeah.
From a general tri-state location to another one. I've never heard of 4 hours.
RJ. And again, Dan, for the record, I do not believe that you did anything wrong. But I have I'm going to be 53 next week. I lived in North Carolina for 5 years.
Yeah.
So in my 48 years of living here in the tri-state, I can confidently tell you it has never, ever, ever taken me 4+ hours to get on any trip ever. And not only that, I would say not even close to 4 hours.
Nope. You and me both. And I mean, I'm talking getting in and out of the city when there's legitimate, congestion, traffic, construction. Yeah. We're shutting down one of the lanes on the Helix. We're shutting down a lane in the tunnel, late at night, and, you crawl. That's a little bit late, not 4 hours.
No, not even close.
No,
if I were to leave the station and it would take me a long time to get home, it would probably take me, I don't know, 2 hours. Like a long time.
Coming in at that time, a bad day. Bad. At that time, driving in is an hour and a half. And that's a bad day.
Right. If I would have told you 2 hours, you'd be like, oh, that's some trip.
Right.
4+? No. It's unheard of.
Well, I mean, and that day, you know how long it took me to get home? I think door to door.
Yeah, 52 minutes.
28 minutes. That's what I mean.
I love that.
And I was documenting it along the way. I was taking pictures of me, not moving, and cars and brake lights all around and sending them to John and to everybody.
We work with animals. And RJ, I don't even think you heard this. There were people at the station that were not really believing of your traffic situation and then were mocking you and saying, you know what's happened here? He's behind parked cars. He has gone in a lane where he's behind parked cars. 5
lanes of them?
And I was like, no, the guy's not an idiot.
Yeah.
I don't think he's behind.
I could have just easily stayed home and just said, I'm going to do the show from home.
Now, what I do, and I do want to get to the Jets because I have questions for you. But what I do not understand is why, and John was trying to explain this, and it really didn't make sense to me. Maybe you can explain it because you were in the battle.
Right.
Why at any point did you not give up, turn around, go home, and do the show from your house?
Because it was physically impossible unless I had like a Jetsons vehicle or a Transformers vehicle, and I could press a button and all of a sudden the tires disappear, and then the propellers come out, and my car then gets up literally in a parking lot on the road and can fly home.
But you had to at some point pass exits.
Like I was saying, I was dead stopped for 2 hours. This is back in Jersey. This is literally like 5 minutes from my house on a normal day. 5 minutes just to try to get on the turnpike. And I was on a 2-lane road. The left of me was cinder blocks. So you can't go through those, right? The dividers, right? You can't do that. And then there was the right lane, and nobody was moving in the right lane. So where was I going?
Yeah, I'm just thinking if you would have gotten off next exit, turned around, and gone home, that maybe you would have made it. But it doesn't matter.
Made it.
You made it in. You made it in. You know what's great? And I don't even know if you realize this.
Yeah.
Because I was listening to the show on my way home. And at one point in the 12 o'clock hour, I believe you uttered the phrase, boy, this show is rolling along today.
The show was the easy part. The show was the fun part. The aggravating part was over.
Bart's a treat, by the way, huh?
Oh, yeah.
He tried to, numerous times, he tried to get me to fall for one of his, hey, go here, you won't get in trouble. And I was like, It's bad enough that I got to do it with Rick every day. I'm not falling for this with you now.
And then the ironic part is the next day, he had issues connecting wherever he was, and then I was the one that was, because the next day, obviously, there was no problems getting in, of course, as fate would have it. Like, it was like every other day. Just came in, no problem. So I was the one that had to hold the show down.
So, and I'm sure you did it beautifully. So I'm talking to RJ before the show, and the more I read, the more people I talk to, the more I believe that the Vikings and Kyler Murray might wind up being the fit, which I don't think is all that awful for the Jets anyway. Tell the people, because I was surprised by this, tell the people who you would like as the Jets starting quarterback on opening day.
I don't think I'm married to one in particular, but there's like a couple that I wouldn't mind. Now,
well, RJ told me, and I was given maybe some misinformation. Or
no,
something
I don't think so.
The cracks. He said you are in the Derek Carr camp of that's who you want the Jets quarterback to be.
Yeah, I'd take a flyer on that. I would take a flyer on that because ultimately, in a perfect world, whether it's this year, which, look, weird things happen. You can never forecast stuff in the NFL, right? This year, next year, if indeed he gives way to whatever young quarterback of the future is ultimately going to take over, I don't think you're going to have a problem. I don't think it's going to ruffle any feathers. There's not going to be any issues in the locker room, right? I mean, he's coming out of retirement, literally. He knows this is like, his last chance just to kind of like, be involved again. And I think he realizes he puts up decent numbers. He's still a productive quarterback. Now,
well, as far as we remember, we haven't seen him in a minute, right?
Right, absolutely. I mean, I don't think he's lost it that much from being out for a year. Now, remember, what forced him to retire was he had a bad shoulder injury. So you got to hope that, I don't know if he had the surgery to fix it or to clean it up or whatever, but remember, like that's what forced him into retirement. So he has to check all the boxes there. But guys, like if you could swing a deal for somebody like Jacoby Brissett, I wouldn't mind that whatsoever.
I like Brissett. Yeah. I think Brissett is, I'll tell you what I think he is. I think he is a great backup quarterback in this league.
Fair enough.
If I have Jacoby Brissett as my backup quarterback, I feel really good about it. And if I have to go through a season where he's my starter and a season that I'm okay, like not being a really good football team, and I think here's the disconnect, and herein lies the problem. And it is, if you are the Jets, the coach needs to win games.
Correct.
The GM is probably okay not winning games. But if you bring in a Kyler Murray, I don't think Derek Carr is in this realm, but maybe he is. I don't think so. If you bring in a Kyler Murray, are you now too good that you're going to win? If the Jets do well in free agency and the Jets draft well and they don't take a quarterback, and they like 4 picks at the top 44. They get some real talent. And you bring in a quarterback that's like a Kyler Murray. Are you a 7-win football team?
See, it's funny to say too good. I mean, what's Kyler Murray ever won? He's taken the took the
he's
Cardinals
gone to the postseason
once.
Okay, but he's with the Cardinals.
But they had those teams you could say they underachieved. Remember the Kingsbury teams. They got off to great starts the first 2.5 months, and then whittled down the stretch. The team a couple of years ago that absolutely embarrassed the Jets when they went out there in like early November, that looked like a team that was poised to do something. They faded down the stretch. So I kind of chuckle when you say, too good with Kyler Murray.
Well, when I say too good, I mean 7 wins. I mean, do you if one of these if it's more, if it's Sellers, if it's you name, if it's Arch Manning, you name it, right? If that guy has a sensational year in college football and comes out, are you going to win 7 games and be able to get anywhere near that guy?
Well, that's the problem. Well, I mean, what you're going to have to do is you're going to have to get creative with your draft capital because you got the 3 first-rounders. Now, you don't ultimately want to use those to maneuver up or down the board, right?
Okay,
you want to be able
Dan,
to.
How about when the Giants picked, what was it, 5th a couple of years back, 6th, whenever they had the Malik Neighbors pick, right?
Yeah.
And there was all those quarterbacks in that draft, and they desperately wanted either Jaden Daniels or Drake May, and they made big offers, and they just couldn't get them.
It depends on who's picking at the front of the draft, right?
Right. Well, right. But my point, you know what would eliminate all, and I don't know if you could do it. Like, I don't know if Jets fans would sign up for this. I don't know if you can do it. I don't know if the owner will. If you wind up, and I don't think the coach can afford it, and that becomes the problem. If you wind up winning 4 games and you get the first or second pick in this draft, now you don't have to worry about any of that.
Doesn't that sound familiar, by the way? Doesn't it sound familiar? Because this is the same conversation we had last year about the Giants going into the draft. And the season rather, right? Dable needs, when are they going to give way to Jackson Dart? You have Russell Wilson, you have Jameis Winston, but the coach needs to win games, right? Coach needs to win games.
Yep.
It's the same exact conversation we had a year ago.
But the Giants, see, here's the difference. The Giants had that ace in the hole of, well, even if things go poorly, which they did with Russell Wilson, who was terrible outside of a blip during that Cowboys game, they had the guy that everyone was clamoring for, and when you saw that guy, he was terrific.
Right.
If the Jets don't draft Ty Simpson and they get, here's the problem. You cannot, I've heard that, well, draft Ty Simpson, sit him for a year, and then let's see. Well, how can you do that? How can you draft Ty Simpson, sit him for a year, go into next year's draft with a pretty good pick and a quarterback-rich draft, we think, and have no idea what you've just drafted? You can't do that.
No, you can't do that. One of 2 things are then going to end up happening. It's they pull a Giants 2004 to where, let's say, if they play inspired football for the first 8-9 weeks.
Yep.
They're going to have to
no matter what you're moving on to.
They have to yank Kurt Warner and put in Eli Manning. Or you have almost a repeat of what happened this past year, that they just are god-awful with whatever veteran quarterback it is, that at some point Ty Simpson or whatever rookie it is becomes this year's version of Brady Cook, and then he just plays the last 5-6 games of the season.
Right. I mean, listen, you have options, but the thing is, it doesn't feel like everyone's pulling in the same direction.
No, definitely not. And I love it and I hate this time of year. You would agree, right? Just because it's like all these rumors, all these rumblings, all these possibilities.
I more love it than hate it, but I understand your point.
And that's the cool thing about next week. Once we get into free agency, that's going to help solve some of these riddles a little bit because we don't know what's going to happen. Right, we could sit here and speculate, well, this guy to this team, this guy to this team. That quarterback puzzle, some of those things are going to be answered here by this time, maybe a week from now.
Oh, absolutely.
Right, which will clear some things up. For example, with the Jets with the mock drafts, what do they do at 16? There's some people that are advocating that they take that guard from Penn State, who's the best interior lineman in the draft. And, okay, they have Elijah Vera Tucker and John Simpson as free agents. If both of those guys are ex-Jets, by the time the draft rolls around, then you got to lend credence to maybe taking a guard with that 16th
Absolutely.
pick.
Right. This will be, it won't finish the puzzle. But if the Giants were to land Rico Dowdle or Kenneth Walker, I think it eliminates any option of taking Jeremiah Love in the draft, right?
Correct.
Now, I don't like that anyway, but that's going to be a speculation. If they don't do much or anything at running back now, because they want, and this is not a smokescreen, they want running back, right? They want to improve that running back room. They want to be a ground and pound football team. Well, if in free agency they get that running back, all right, so now they're not going to go Jeremiah Love, right? So you can have some answers even though you won't have all the answers. When you do are you a puzzle guy?
I like a good puzzle, sure.
All right, so you get the outside, the edges of the puzzle done?
Yes.
I think next week is the edges of the puzzle.
That's fair. That's fair because, look, nowadays we see moves and things that happen into May, June, for example. For example, you don't think the Aaron Rodgers saga is going to drag into mini camp again like it did last year?
Doesn't it have to?
Of course it will.
right? Doesn't it absolutely have
so
to?
things like that, yeah, which is fine. I mean, that's just the NFL world now that we live in. By the way, we haven't talked about this. So, like, right now on March the 6th at 6:19 in the morning, 5th pick in the draft, what do you want?
Sonny Styles.
I'm with you. How do you not?
I liked him very much before the Combine.
Oh,
After the Combine, then you read about him, and it's like he was the leader of that defense. I would be fine with Downs. Like, I could live in a world where it was Caleb Downs. I want Sonny Styles.
You might have 3 guys from that defense go in the top 10. And think about it.
And the receiver, too.
And the receiver. And that's why, like, even though he didn't put up gaudy numbers that night, like, that also was another feather in the cap, I think, to Fernando Mendoza, that he beat that. He won a slugfest. He took a beating.
And he made some really good throws in that.
And remember, the first or second play of the game, we thought he was dead.
Yeah, that was almost the end of Mendoza.
Funeral
All right,
service.
So this is a nice start. I like this. Let's continue on the other side. Phone line's open, by the way, 800-919-3776. Monday, it's here. There's no more speculation. What will
Monday's
the
the
Giants do
day.
in free agency? What will the Giants do in free agency? No, Monday it's here, and we're here to preview what hopefully happens on Monday and Tuesday. It's DNR with you. Grassa in for Rick right here on ESPN New York.
Gold is now over $5,100 an ounce, and silver is at an all-time high. Now is the best time to cash in on your unused gold and silver by going to the Estates Roadshow. Gold and silver, old rings, chains, and even broken jewelry. Don't wait. Cash in while gold and silver are hot. 2 locations this week, Staten Island at the Hilton Garden Inn and Old Bridge at TMT Cash for Gold. Bring your gold, silver, coins, diamonds, and watches, even broken pieces, and get cash on the spot. The prices of gold and silver are at an all-time high, so there's never been a better time to sell. No appointments, no fees, no pressure. Just friendly professional buyers with over 35 years in the business. Go to the Estates Roadshow Monday through Friday in Staten Island at the Hilton Garden Inn and Friday through Tuesday in Old Bridge at TMT Cash for Gold, the bright yellow building on Route 9 South. Get some cash in your hands today at the Estates Roadshow. For more info, follow Estates Roadshow on Facebook or go to tmtcashforgold.com.
Monkey Sports, built by players for players, is your one-stop shop for hockey, baseball, lacrosse, and more. Find top-name equipment and expert in-store services like sharpening, break-ins, and relacing. Shop in-store at Monkey Sports in Farmingdale or Woodbridge or online for all the top brands. Whatever your sports, Monkey Sports gets you game ready fast. Monkey Sports, where athletes shop.
Hi, this is John D'Agostino from D'Agostino & Associates, the injury firm. I've talked about how a construction accident took my father's leg. The heavy prosthetic he wore looked nothing like the high-tech limbs we have today. It was crude wood and metal, held together by bolts that dug into his skin and left painful ulcers. But the thing I remember about my dad is how he never complained. He put on his prosthetic leg and he went to work. He coached my baseball teams, danced, sang karaoke, and even loved to travel. He may have limped, but he always held his head up high and he lived with dignity. At D'Agostino & Associates, I spent over 35 years building a law firm that helps accident victims and those in need of their Social Security disability benefits. We fight till our clients get the money and dignity they deserve. So call us today at 1-800-BITE-BACK. That's 1-800-248-3222. We have offices throughout New York and New Jersey. So don't tell me personal injuries aren't personal. I know what they can cost a family. I've been there, and I'll be there for you. D'Agostino Law. Bite back.
Hey, it's Alan Hahn. Rings End is your locally owned Benjamin Moore retailer. They're your store for quality with a full line of brilliant and durable Benjamin Moore paints. They're your store for inspiration with thousands of colors and a variety of sheens. And Rings End is your store for expertise with one-on-one advice for contractors and homeowners. Insist on Benjamin Moore paint from Rings End because the gorgeous color you love can't be matched in another brand of paint.
We expect our information in real time. US Med carries continuous glucose monitors, which provide real-time readings of blood glucose levels. US Med is an approved provider for Medicare and over 500 private insurers. So call 888-665-0696 today for a free insurance and Medicare benefits check as easy as... That's 888-665-0696.
My name is Whitney Allen, and I'm a widow. My husband, Ryan, died. We never thought we'd ever have to use life insurance, but the unexpected happened. With Ethos, signing up was fast and 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage. I'm grateful we were prepared.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/game. That's ethos.com/game. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
All right, DNR with you. Grassa in for Rick on a Friday. I want to let you know, you might not know about this. ESPN New York is taking over Calandra's Italian Village in Caldwell, New Jersey, Wednesday, March 18th, Dan. Join DHR, that's Don, Hahn, and Rothenberg, live starting at 3 o'clock with a special happy hour. Stick around for the Rangers and Devils watch party with a 7 o'clock puck drop. How cool is that? You watch it with the voice of the Devils. Reservations recommended to book your table, 973-226-8889. It's 973-226-8889. See Don, Hahn, and Rothenberg live at Calandra's Italian Village in Caldwell, New Jersey, Wednesday, March the 18th, starting at 3 p.m. So we have a lot to get into today. We got some Ian Begley sound, which I don't understand. Raymond is like excited by this sound. And
Excited?
I don't understand.
Oh, I know why. Because he and I were texting yesterday, and when I look at the slug here, I think it kind of goes in line with what we were texting about.
Okay. Well, we'll get into that. We continue with the NFL free agency, which drops on Monday.
Can I tell you this, too, about the NFL? And you may or may not agree with me, but, I think we're both in the same vein. Like, we love football.
Oh, I love it.
Right? And, it's, to me, growing up, and again, this is a pre-internet world where we didn't have, countless amounts of media and coverage like we do now, right? All you have to do is, snap your finger and you're inundated with it. Mm-hmm. The NFL offseason, to me, felt like an eternity.
When you were a kid?
When I was a kid. It felt like an eternity, and you would take...
Well, by far, it's the longest offseason.
By far the longest. And remember, the season ended earlier then. The Super Bowls were always in January.
Right. I mean, when we were kids, we're talking about this. There's no buys.
No buys.
There's no 17 games.
And if your team was garbage, your season was effectively over.
Right, you're over in December.
Or November.
And then you don't get back at it till September.
Right. So, it was always so bittersweet to me, the night of the Super Bowl, I remember. It was awful. But you would take any crumb, any newspaper, anything for football. And so to me, point being, I can't believe we're here already at free agency. It has flown to free agency.
Yeah, I don't feel like
you don't feel like that.
No, I mean, February to me, and I've said this numerous. February to me is a death month.
No, maybe because we got so much stuff going on, other stuff going on. But I can't believe we're in March already. Because remember, the Super Bowl goes in, first, second week of February. Well, next year.
Super Bowl's February 8th now. So
we had the Olympics.
The Super Bowl stunk.
Super Bowl
was college basketball is just starting to heat up. I know you had the Olympics this year, but I'm not an Olympics guy outside of watching the hockey. So, I don't know.
Well, the football,
I hate February.
The hockey and the basketball keep us busy. We do that. And, I'm watching the college hoops regardless. So,
I love college
basketball.
Different. I mean, I think it's fair to say you, me, Carlin, biggest college basketball fans at the station. And for some reason, and I'm not quite sure why, Don and Michael, they mock the college basketball.
Well, that's a good promo for their Big East show next, next Friday, right?
Well, I'm a Georgetown fan. Well, how could you be a Georgetown? You didn't go there? I'm like, no, I didn't.
Well, is that mocking college basketball or mocking people who
they mock RJ? Well, they think anybody that's really into college basketball, if you didn't go to that school, you don't really have that right, and now that's weird.
Yeah. Well, DeVry doesn't have a team if he went there,
I didn't go to DeVry.
No, I'm saying there's some people that do, though.
Well, I don't. I mean, who are they?
I don't know.
To judge who I root for and don't root for.
Do you think I would probably say, and that's okay because I think the overwhelming majority of fans root for schools/teams that they did not go to school at.
I would say, I mean, you went to Rutgers, so that's a natural.
Right.
I don't think Raymond's really a college basketball fan. RJ went to Brockport. I'm sure Division III, he hopes the Brockport team does well, but RJ's a Syracuse fan. I'm a Georgetown fan because when I'm 9 years old, I watched Patrick Ewing and Georgetown take on Virginia and Ralph Sampson, and I fell in love with the Hoyas.
I don't blame you. I mean, that was a superpower back then. That
back
Georgetown
then.
team was like one of my earliest college basketball memories.
Yeah, and look what they are now. Look at how the mighty have fallen.
I'll tell you, Ed Cooley has a lot of enemies in the sport. Like, he's not the most popular guy, and I didn't think it would be this difficult for him first couple of years. And you know what's funny
disaster.
too? His previous gig, Providence, that's going to be an opening here in another week.
Yes,
Kim English is on the way out.
Be out. But no one, I think most people don't probably want to hear about that. Anyhow,
we
Jeremy
could do 4
Fowler,
hours on it.
This is what they want to hear. What are you hearing, Jeremy, about when it comes to Kyler and Tua?
Minnesota Vikings, I know he is in their first batch of quarterback options that they're looking at. I would call it tier 1. There will be a second team that gets involved eventually. Will it be the Jets? Could it be the Atlanta Falcons, who need a bit of a bridge with Michael Penix still hurt coming off that knee issue? Then you got Tua Tagovailoa. This one's a bit more clear-cut because of the $54 million on the books. It's just going to be near impossible to trade him. In fact, the Dolphins might need to give up draft picks just to facilitate a trade. At the end of the day, they could take that $99 million cap hit as a post-June 1st cut if they decide to do that. And then, look, I think he'll have a bridge option somewhere, but due to the lack of arm strength compared to some of these other options, he could have some trouble being at the top of the heap in this pecking order.
So you don't want Tua, right? You can't envision him on the Jets.
Truth be told, I was not paying attention to what Jeremy was saying because Ray and I were exchanging comments.
So let me ask you this.
Yeah.
You knew that we were playing a cut from Jeremy Fowler.
No, but to be fair.
What do you mean? What do you mean no?
Well, no, I knew we were playing it.
Right. So did you not think when we returned from the Jeremy Fowler cut we might discuss what he said?
There's a very overwhelming strong possibility, but like, let's say if I was in the car and I was listening to this, I would tune out only because like I don't really care what he's saying. And then like to give it context, Ray and I were having a legit conversation about Montclair State basketball. Because they were undefeated at one point.
They were, and they were number 1 in Division III, and I actually brought that to Ray's attention a couple times, but not right there.
Right.
But like that's the difference. Like, yes, I think that's good conversation. I would have been happy spending a couple minutes on that at any point during the show. Just as we were playing Fowler and coming back to react off that, I find that to be an interesting.
Well, no, I heard the tail end of it, and I heard the Tua part, and then you set it up, and I can give you an opinion on Tua in 6 days, 6 days of the week, twice on Sunday if you want.
You don't want any part of him.
No, I mean, now again, here's where I might get myself into trouble, and I'm going to give you a layup here. Maybe Jeremy Fowler mentioned this. It's so bad, and
you know what? And I blame Ray as well.
No, don't blame Ray. He's his own person. I'm my own person. I made the choice to engage conversation.
No, I blame both of you.
No.
I blame you.
No, leave Ray out of it.
I blame you, and I also blame Ray because Ray should have said to you, hey, listen.
Like the teacher in class, like, shh, listen, pay attention.
Shh. You know what? He should have slapped you right on the wrist and said, hey, psst, Grasa, shh.
You should blame yourself. That's what you should
Me?
do. Because you're the one who brought this conversation to the forefront.
Who did?
Celtics say I wasn't paying attention to college basketball. You even brought up the D3 bracket. And I was mentioning it today how Montclair's
you know what?
in the D3
bracket. The fact that you could possibly put any blame on me
it's all your fault.
For this, it just shows that you really have some deep issues.
I don't think it's on you at all, believe it or not. I'll side with you on this one.
How in the world is that my fault?
This would never have happened if you hadn't brought that up.
Oh my God. Now, Rick is typically the great deflector. I even think Rick would own this one. You're going to blame me?
No, this is not you.
Minutes prior, I brought up college basketball?
I accept no blame whatsoever.
There was actually
seconds prior,
there was an old Rutgers walk-on who is now starring on that Montclair team.
Oh, really?
Yes.
I might explain a couple things.
There you go.
And apparently he's having the time of his life at Montclair.
Having the time of his life. Still in Jersey. Everything is, near each other, as you know.
How could Ray, how could you blame me?
Very easily.
I want to hear how.
I just told you. You brought the conversation to the forefront. All I was doing was continuing the conversation.
You're having a bad 24 hours.
You dismissed. You totally dismissed me in the conversation you were just having.
What conversation?
RJ's probably all in on the D3 with Brockport.
Sorry,
didn't even mention Montclair in there.
Well, because you know why I didn't mention it. Because you don't like college basketball.
It's still my school, Dave.
You have no interest, but no.
You don't like college basketball?
No, he doesn't like it.
I'm not big on
the
it
heart
so
is
much,
pierced.
Man. The heart is pierced?
He has no interest in college basketball. He is a football guy.
I know but you could be
he's
so
a football purist, and he checks it at the door. That's it.
Yeah, I don't apologize. Just like I'm not apologizing for this.
Now let me ask you a question.
This is a terrible attack.
Do you want to move on Or do you want to, hold on one sec, let me look at the screen. Okay, it was 37 seconds.
Yeah.
Now, you're going to have to subject the audience to 37 seconds.
No, I'm not playing it again. I will not. No, why would I do that?
That's
because the two of you have your own agenda?
The full comprehensive Jeremy Fowler reaction.
No,
or do you want
I will not do that. I will not subject people. No, I will not do that.
Do you want an unsolicited opinion on the Tua Tagovailoa thing apart from what Jeremy Fowler said?
Sure.
All right, here's the thing. Everybody and their mother in the NFL knows that the Dolphins are going to cut him, right?
Yes.
Because, what moron would trade for a guy in that contract?
No moron.
Nobody.
No
I mean,
moron.
it might be the worst contract in the NFL right now.
And I knew it at the time. When they signed him, I was like, well, this is not going to end.
Of course, because it's a gimmick offense, and the way the team was built down there, the conditions have to be proper, and the new people in charge there now know you can't win that way, and that's why they're remaking this team. Being a little bit more physical, knowing that, hey, we're not going to play games where it's 75 and sunny, and we're going to have to play ground and pound and smash mouth football to win games, especially late in the year. Anyway, if they actually find a taker for that contract, it's so bad, there's talk that the Dolphins might have to kick in like a high draft pick along with Tua.
Yeah, but they're not going to do that.
I know they're not going to, but I'm saying that's what it might take.
Yeah.
Now, did Jeremy Fowler mention that or no?
Yeah, he did, yeah.
No, he didn't. I think that's why I said I gave you a layup. Of
course he did. He said it's so bad. I think what you
did
just
he say
said
that,
was
RJ?
like verbatim. Man,
Listen,
I can't.
What I'm going to do.
RJ might not have been paying attention to Jeremy Fowler.
No, I was.
Oh, he was.
What I'm going to do, because I'm a little nervous, because he was. Truth be told, I would like to try to get Schefter or Fowler for Monday or Tuesday.
Why?
Well,
why would we have him? Because I mean, we'll ask questions to Jeremy Fowler, and then no one will listen to the answers.
That's a fair point.
I'm thinking of.
And it's nothing against Jeremy, by the way.
I'm thinking of just opening the door proactively and saying, listen, Jeremy, this may get back to you. This does not reflect the view of everyone.
Uh-huh.
We care for you, and we're sorry.
No, there's care. Like, I legit care.
No.
Nothing against him at all. It was just at that moment, we were talking college basketball.
You produced the show. You're the adult in the room. You didn't think to tell the two of these guys who are chattering away, hey, listen to the cut?
I thought that they would multitask. I have faith in them to do so. Apparently, a choice was made.
How do you feel about Raymond's attacking me for them not listening to the cut?
Well, I think Raymond is more so just lashing out about something different. You disregarded his school, and he took that personally.
I sided with you.
College basketball.
Yeah, but like he said, it's his school. But I side with you on the Fowler situation. I'm troubled by it. I'm saddened by it. I don't think he'll ever come on the show again.
How often does he come on the show?
Ever?
He's been on a couple times.
Well, that's over.
We definitely have had him. At least I can recall that much.
Jeremy Fowler, I don't know if you know this from the appearances on TV, because I saw him at Jet Camp once.
This could go sideways.
No, what was I going to say? What am I going to say? He's got
tusks. Who knows? You're a loose cannon.
Well,
just because you're replacing Rick doesn't mean you need to act like Rick.
I'm on a lot of cold medicine today, buddy, so anything might come out. No, very surprised. First time I met him at training camp one year, like obnoxiously tall.
What's obnoxiously tall?
Like a lot taller than you thought that Jeremy Fowler would be. He's
and
easy.
that goes back to my argument I've made for years. You can be too tall.
Yeah, I want to say, and I could be wrong, it's been a few years. I want to say 6'3", 6'4".
All right. Let me bring this up quickly. We'll break, come back, get to your calls, get to more NFL, Jets, Giants, all of it. If I offered you right now, you're an
What's the? Wait, I just brought up somebody's height. Like, I can't wait for what this offer.
Shut up for a second, okay?
Yeah.
And I'll tell you, you're 19 years old. You're 19-year-old Dan Grasso.
Oh.
You're 7 feet 4 inches tall. You taking it?
Not 7'4".
No. See?
Give me 7.
You take 7 feet tall.
Yeah. 7'4", like, those extra 4 inches, I'm telling you, equals like major, like foot problems in your life.
Foot problems? I mean, the blood can't get to the brain.
That's what I'm saying. Well, I mean, it starts all there, but then and then it's going to end your career prematurely, so you can't even take advantage of it. And then you're going to hemorrhage one day.
Die in your 60s.
Right.
So you would take 7 feet.
Oh, right. The NBA money is going to pay you for the best funeral known to man that you're not going to be able to even enjoy.
Be one hell of a casket.
Yeah, but how? I mean, how? Like, I don't know. Like, how special does that have to be?
I'm capping out. I want anything above 6'3". I wouldn't want to be one of these like 6'7" people.
But like, we always joke about it. And look, I was watching a game last night. Okay, college basketball game, and I saw a dude, and he's like pushing 7 feet, built like a freaking Mack truck, not good at basketball.
All right, so I may have an answer for you. By the way, I've got a video of Jeremy standing next to Kevin O'Connell.
Yeah.
Kevin O'Connell is 6'5".
And?
Who's Kevin O'Connell?
The coach of the Vikings.
Wasn't he a Jet at one point? Wasn't he a Jet quarterback at one point?
I told you. I didn't.
Who is this Kevin O'Connell you're talking about?
I didn't sleep last night.
Oh,
man.
boy.
All right,
I really
so
didn't.
how does he compare to Kevin O'Connell?
He's on par with Kevin O'Connell.
So he's at least like 6'5".
He's at least 6'5".
There you go.
At least 6'5".
I didn't expect that. And you know what? He's like on the thinner side, so he's like wiry. He's very like lanky, like almost like a Lincoln, minus the top hat.
So he's too tall, and you won't listen to what he says.
You know what? Maybe because he's too tall, I can't hear what he's saying because the words take a while to disseminate.
You know
down
what?
to Brian.
If you don't talk when he's talking, also that would help. But I digress.
Yeah.
Let's break. Come back. How about the Giants? How about the Jets? Maybe they'll listen. Maybe they won't. It's DNR with you right here on ESPN New York.
March is here, and the madness is underway. Schweppes offers above-the-rim refreshment and is proud to sponsor the Big East Conference. Take a break from the action with a Schweppes Seltzer. Enjoy 7 refreshing flavors, such as black cherry, lemon lime, cranberry lime, and strawberry mango. Each Schweppes Seltzer flavor provides a perfect touch for any occasion. Schweppes, a sparkling tradition since 1783, and the perfect way to elevate your everyday refreshment. Stop by your local food bazaar to get your favorite Schweppes Seltzer for a slam dunk experience.
Hi, this is Don LaGreca. Just like the New Jersey Devils protect their home ice, Viking Pest Control protects your home. And I know because I use Viking at my own place. As the pest control provider and proud partner of the New Jersey Devils, Viking brings 45 years of trusted experience and expert service to keep ants, cockroaches, stinging insects, rodents, and even mosquitoes out of your zone. Their local team builds a personalized game plan that actually works. And when you bundle pest control and mosquito services, you score big savings. One call, one company, total peace of mind. Visit VikingPest.com. Protecting your home inside and out.
I know that hiring can be challenging. You sort through tons of resumes and you get too many so-so applicants. You're just waiting for someone to match your role perfectly. Well, now, there's a place where you can meet them fast. ZipRecruiter.
Need to hire right away. Start your search for strong candidates. The right fit awaits. Build your team. Build it sooner. Meet your match on ZipRecruiter.
Just head to ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN right now to try it for free. And you're on your way to meeting your match. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. So try it now. Go to ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN.
Meet your match on ZipRecruiter. Try it free.
50 years from now, will jeans be wide or skinny? Will email still exist? Will guac still be extra? One thing is certain. If you won the new Millionaire for Life from the New Jersey Lottery today, you'd still be getting $1 million every year for life. That's enough money to say, bring it on, the future. I will have that guacamole at any price.
Play the new Millionaire for Life today. Anything can happen in Jersey. Must be 18 or older to buy a lottery ticket. Please play responsibly. If you or somebody knows a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER.
It's Rich Eisen for Pella Windows and Doors. Sometimes teams take a timeout to regroup and call the right play. When it comes to your home, Pella Windows and Doors always has the winning game plan. They do it every day, and that's why your neighbors trust them. Visit Pella.com/Eisen today. Right now, Pella Windows and Doors of New Jersey is offering 25% off windows and doors or 0% APR for 72 months. Some restrictions may apply. See store for details. Offer ends March 31st, 2026.
Hey team, Wendy here. If you're looking to consolidate your high-interest credit card debt with a personal loan, take a look at SoFi's stats. A SoFi personal loan comes with low fixed rates, no fees required, and as soon as same-day funding. That looks good on paper, but SoFi also passes the eye test, having helped its members pay off over $33 billion in debt to date. Score. View your rate for a SoFi personal loan at SoFi.com/stats today. Loans originated by SoFi Bank, NA member FDIC. Terms and conditions apply at SoFi.com/stats. NMLS 696891.
I'm Boomer Esiason. My mom died from cancer. She was only 37 years old. She didn't have life insurance, and that was devastating for my family. That's why having life insurance is so important to me. Ethos makes it fast and easy. Get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. You can get up to $3 million in coverage with no medical exam.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/play. That's ethos.com/play. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
Harry Douglas here to tell you about Confetti Craze 5-Hour Energy. It tastes just like the best birthday cake ever. Vanilla, buttery, frosting vibes. It's basically a party in a bottle. And here's the best part. All cake, no sugar. And you know I love my cake. So I get that big birthday energy without any sugar guilt. The bottle's small, easy to toss in my bag, and perfect when I need a quick, tasty caffeine boost to cakeify my day. The Funfetti flavor is back on 5hourenergy.com or Amazon. Crack open a Confetti Craze 5-Hour Energy shot today.
Don Hahn and Rothenberg is live from the Big East Tournament presented by Schweppes, Sun Cruiser Vodka Iced Tea, and Samuel Adams. Join DHR broadcasting live from the Irish Exit inside Moynihan Train Hall for a Big East extravaganza. Big East legends Charles Smith and Walter Berry will join us on site as we break down the action and relive the glory days. All courtesy of Schweppes. Stop by beginning at 3 p.m. Enter to win great prizes and make the Irish Exit your headquarters when the Big East takes center stage. Sun Cruiser Vodka Iced Tea is available at Jack Doyle's and John Sullivan's. Must be 21 or older to purchase. Please drink responsibly.
All right, DNR with you, ESPN New York. It doesn't get more New York than this. Wild Turkey Bourbon is giving you the chance to score the ultimate New York game day. One lucky winner scores a pair of tickets to opening day in the Bronx and New York Knicks tickets, both on Friday, April the 3rd. 2 games, one epic day, no compromises. To enter, find the contest tile on the ESPN New York app and submit your entry, or sign up in person at select Wild Turkey events happening around the city. Brought to you by Wild Turkey Bourbon. When you know it's right, don't change a damn thing. Must be 21 or over. Enjoy Wild Turkey responsibly. 800-919-3776. Let's go to those phones, Dan.
Yay!
And bring in Artie in Brooklyn. Artie, good morning. You lead us off on ESPN New York.
Good morning, guys. How's everything going?
Good.
So yeah, I'm the nut call. So I'm going to say that why are we trading for signing bridge quarterbacks? If they feel strongly about Ty Simpson, you leave Justin Fields as your bridge quarterback. You play him for 4 games.
That's done. That's done.
And Ty comes.
Artie, that's done. Justin Fields is gone.
If you want to lose, I mean, if that's your plan, Artie, to like tank and lose games, then okay, then just throw him out
if
there.
you're looking forward to what there is to do, let's do that. Justin Fields is you'll never see him in a Jets uniform again.
Yeah, things kind of soured down the stretch as well.
Is that because of what's been going on with the owner and things like that, or that's his basic ability?
I think there was some things happening. Remember, like late in the year, those comments that he made about, they asked him, well, would you be open to maybe in some sort of going in as like with a gadget type package? And he was kind of soured on that. And they kind of thought that maybe he, and I got to be honest with you. I mean, they kind of, I think there was some sort of and I don't know this to be true. This is just my own, 2 cents. I think there was some sort of a mutual, handshake behind the scenes agreement. Hey, just tough out the year. We won't put you in front of the firing squad, because guess what? Once he got benched, pretty much, like, you never saw him in the locker room the rest of the year. I think he may have done one informal press conference. He wasn't even out there talking on Baggy Day at the end of the year.
But Artie, even if you would want him back in the mix for another season, he was horrendous.
It's only it's only 4 games. You don't have to go pay other people. Like, you're gonna bring Tua in here, right? Or whatever, Murray, or whichever guy. Do you believe in Ty Simpson? Yes or no?
I have no idea.
Are they drafting him at 16?
Don't know.
Probably not, but I don't know.
If not them, somebody else might.
If you do, he's your dart. If you don't, then you got to go out there and get Mac Jones. You got to go get somebody, because then you are tanking. That's what Arizona. If you look right now at who's got the best chance of getting the number 1 pick, who's getting Arch Manning, it's 3 teams. It's the Jets, it's the Cardinals, and Miami. What do they have in common? No quarterback. They're thinking they're getting rid of their quarterback, and they're going to bring him to us? Man, I don't do that. If I don't draft Ty Simpson, I go for Arch Manning too. All right, thanks for taking the call.
All right, well, so he's saying, and now I'm not doing it with Justin Fields, but he's saying if I'm not drafting the quarterback that I'm going to be able to see and watch and grow and develop, I want the worst. But again, this is the problem you have in this, Dan. Aaron Glenn cannot do this.
No.
Aaron Glenn cannot go in and say, guys, 3 wins, Arch Manning on the other side, let's go.
You got to win games.
Do it.
Got to win games. Now, I don't remember with Artie. Artie was one of the guys who still was like, I think, was really like even when it was like bleak as you know what, like still a backer of Justin Fields, like for whatever reason. Even last year, like when he lost his job.
Watching Justin Fields try to play the quarterback position last year was painful on the eyes.
After week 1.
Right. Week one, there was so much optimism.
Right. And then he had the fleeting moment in Cincinnati.
There was so much optimism that people were like, how are the Bills like 5-point favorites against the Jets in week 2?
Yeah.
And then they and then them and everyone else then smashed the Jets moving forward.
Right. And then Fields was not even all there that game too because he was cuckoo because he got hit. So he had the concussion.
God, I can't. Could you imagine calling up a sports talk radio show and be like, "Yeah, bring back Justin Fields to be the quarterback"?
I'll tell you what. It's to the point now with Justin Fields that how many more opportunities does he get in the NFL
to really compete as a starting quarterback?
Yeah.
None.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, think about it. How many more stops do you need? How many more? And I've said it so many times. I liked him personally. I really and truly did. I thought he was
But Dan, you need to separate. If you
of
like
course.
a guy in the locker room that you chat with on a Thursday.
Listen, I mean, I'm not making any kind of secrets or like he's not the guy. He probably is not on this team, and I think it would be best for both parties if he's not on the team. You got to move on. I mean,
he can't be on this team.
I mean, record aside, you know how bad last year was? You know how bad it was?
It was awful. Listen, I could sooner wrap my arms around draft Ty Simpson and have Tyrod Taylor play the role of Russell Wilson until Simpson is better.
I mean, again, but all this, like he brought up Mac Jones. Like the Niners are not trading Mac Jones. They let it be known. And and maybe they're just saying they are, or they're not.
I think you could get Mac Jones.
It's going to cost you.
Right, but that 33rd pick is going for him.
Guess what, though? If you trade for Mac Jones, though, he's not your stopgap. You're trading for him because you actually think he's going to be your guy for a few years, maybe longer.
Which is insane.
Which is insane. But I'm just saying.
Mac Jones. Hey, Brock Purdy's out. I can go to Mac Jones. Awesome.
And the Niners are not
stupid. I have Ty Simpson. I can pop in Mac Jones because Simpson is having a bad game or he's a little banged up. Great. Mac Jones as my quarterback for 17 games? No way.
I mean, and think about it. The Niners, they have a, Super Bowl caliber roster. They've been knocking on the door for a championship I don't know how many years. What's the one thing that's held them back? Injuries. And the quarterback has not been able to stay healthy. They look at Mac Jones as a valuable insurance policy. They're not just going to give up on him, even if a team is going to make it enticing.
Why in the world would you give up on him? By the way, I have a little bit of, I believe you could say, vindication for you.
For me?
Yeah, for you. Yeah. Debbie Duhame sent an email.
Mm-hmm.
She said, I guess this is today, 6 o'clock in the morning, a little after. Hi, RJ. Was Dan on the Jersey Turnpike North going into the Jersey Turnpike extension towards the Holland last Thursday? And RJ responds, I believe so. That's accurate, yes?
It was Thursday, right? Yeah, I think so.
She says, you can let Dan know there was an issue with trucks exiting on the Newark Bay extension at 14A on the NJT that morning.
Can I tell you something? That's the Bayonne exit. And when I finally got to that point, I don't remember how many hours into my journey it was, I did take notice that all those monster trucks, because it's like a downward exit, they were all kind of spilling back onto the main road, which was only a 2-lane road. So I could imagine rush hour volume, those giant trucks tying things up. That's why we weren't moving.
Debbie's fighting a good fight.
And she said it had a ripple effect on the main line of the New Jersey Turnpike.
There you go.
Well,
yeah.
Can I say something?
Yeah.
This might be frowned upon.
Mm-hmm.
This does us no good now, Debbie.
No, it does. I mean,
No.
Well, no, it does.
You know when this would have been really effective, Debbie? Thursday.
Yeah, no.
Last Thursday it would have been helpful.
This is almost like, like a police investigation. It's like we need time to analyze the DNA and the evidence and all this stuff. Like, why wasn't that information available a week ago? Or for example, that day when I was searching everywhere, the internet, social media, for anything that would explain the backup. I'm not blaming Debbie. I'm just blaming information in general.
I think we go after Debbie in a big way.
Why would you do that, though?
Because.
Well, it's vindication for me, like you said, because people.
Her job, her lot in life, her job is to, hey, traffic, this is what I do. Well, where was she last week? Had you heard? I mean, think of the ripple effect this thing had. Had she said during a traffic update, hey, Turnpike, North, Holland Tunnel, stay away. Maybe you don't have to deal with the 4.5-hour commute in. And guess what? Maybe I don't have to do half of the next show.
When I called into the show that day, I was not even at that point yet that she was referring to.
I'm so annoyed at Debbie.
I wouldn't be annoyed at Debbie.
Well, I love her so much, but I'm so annoyed.
More annoyed at Debbie or more annoyed at Ray for what happened earlier with the college basketball stuff with Montclair?
I'm annoyed at both of them.
But at least, like you said,
roasted.
It's vindication for me because you said that there were people here that actually thought that I woke up that morning and came up with nothing better to do than just come up with a lie.
You woke up at like 8:45. You're like, oh, I better get into the show.
No. Think about it. If I woke up at 8:45, God, if that's what happened, okay, I'm just doing the show from home. Right. I'm not because I'm not a fool to think that if I woke up at 8:45, given the rush hour traffic that there normally is, that I would really make it in time for 10 o'clock.
Did you feel guilty for me, like for what you put me through?
Yeah, because you didn't have to do that. Because look, I'm doing this show today. I do this show a lot. I wake up this early. If I wake up at 4 in the morning, the last thing I want to do is stay on the air an extra hour because I'm pretty much on fumes by 10 o'clock anyways.
Yeah. Well, I did an extra hour and a half of a show. Some would say heroic.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, the Medal of Honor, I think that you're a nominee. The highest honor you could give to a civilian.
Oh, you know what, by the way? I think that puts me right in contention for a Carmi next year. Right there. Like, I think I'm a finalist before anything happens. I think I would have to be.
Hey, you know what? You play your cards the right way, good things can happen.
Speaking of, I don't know, this doesn't even make sense.
Good morning, Wandale Robinson.
I think Wandale was happy about that. Got a traffic shout out.
Good morning, Wandale Robinson.
I'll tell you, it's going to be happy to be Wandale Robinson's banker in another week.
Yeah. You get $19 million a year. And not with the Giants, I don't know. See Don Hahn and Rothenberg live from the Irish exit at Moynihan Train Hall next Friday, March the 13th, before the semifinal round of the Big East tournament. Stop by before heading into the Garden or before you decide to head home on your commute. Don Hahn Rosenberg live from the Irish exit, Moynihan Train Hall, starting at 3. Next Friday, March 13th, brought to you by Schweppes. Above the rim refreshment, feel the madness, and refresh your game with a Schweppes Seltzer or Schweppes Ginger Ale. Also by Sam Adams and Sun Cruiser Vodka Iced Tea. Available at Avenida and the Rutherford. Must be 21 or older to purchase. Please drink responsibly. The Jets and the Giants, we continue there into the Knicks, into the baseball, into the roast. So much to do. DNR with you right here on ESPN New York. This is awkward now. Let's see what's happening on the roads. Maybe all the roads with 4.5 hours worth of traffic. Here she is, Debbie Duhame.
Hi, Dave. Hi, Dan. Hey, guys. Altered inside parking rules are in effect. Hey, the New Jersey Turnpike looks fine this morning. Northbound up through Newark, the Newark Bay extension. Eastbound, just some stop-and-go traffic out by the Newark Bay Bridge. Watch for slowdowns, guys, at the inbound Holland of about 25. Inbound side of the Lincoln, 20. Up at the George Washington Bridge, 30 into the upper level, 20 to the lower. Garden State Parkway south at 137. They're filling potholes. LIE west at Queens Boulevard. It's an accident. Cross Island north at Bell Boulevard. It's another collision sponsored by Mothers Against Drunk Driving. For victims of drunk and drug driving, your grief is unique, but you're not alone. You always have a place at MAD. Call the 24-hour victim helpline 877-MAD-HELP or visit mad.org. I'm Debbie Duhame, 880 ESPN New York.
Become a Yankees Universe Fan Club member today. The Rookie and Explorer packages are now available. All Yankees Universe members receive a membership card, 2 tickets to a 2026 Yankees home game, access to a members-only website, and MLB audio at bat. Plus, Rookie members get an official New York Yankees t-shirt. A portion of all proceeds benefits pediatric cancer research at Memorial Sloan Kettering Cancer Center. Join Yankees Universe today at yankees.com/universe.
Call 877-CARS-4-KIDS to reach a friendly live agent. Donation's super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call us now or go to carsforkids.org.
Donate your car today.
Did you know you can donate real estate too?
25 a month, 5 whole years. Same sweet number in your ears. Check it in a year, check it in 5. This ain't optimum 5, but price is still alive. 25 a month, 5 whole years. Same sweet number in your ears. Get Optimum famously fast fiber internet. Optimum.com/25 for 5. Or call 8884-OPTIMUM. Terms apply. See Optimum.com for details.
March is here and the madness is underway. Schweppes offers above-the-rim refreshment and is proud to sponsor the Big East Conference. Take a break from the action with a Schweppes seltzer. Enjoy 7 refreshing flavors such as black cherry, lemon lime, cranberry lime, and strawberry mango. Each Schweppes seltzer flavor provides a perfect touch for any occasion. Schweppes, a sparkling tradition since 1783 and the perfect way to elevate your everyday refreshment. Stop by your local food bazaar to get your favorite Schweppes seltzer for a slam dunk experience.
Hi, I'm John D'Agostino from D'Agostino & Associates, the injury firm. You know what's interesting about the words personal injury? The first word is person. And at D'Agostino & Associates, that word means everything. That's because I handpick every person in our firm, from the pleasant professional person who answers your call to the experienced person litigating your case in court. Because every person in my firm is an extension of me, and the only way to exceed our clients' expectations is to deliver the highest level of personal service every single time. And that starts with hiring the right people. You see, we know that every client is a person too. Someone going through the toughest time in their lives and deserves to be more than just a file number. At D'Agostino & Associates, we put the person back in personal injury. So call 1-800-BITE-BACK. That's 1-800-248-3222 and ask for me, John D'Agostino. And let's talk about your case, person to person. D'Agostino Law. Bite back.
Individuals and businesses with tax problems, listen carefully. Do you feel like you're losing control of your finances? If you owe over $10,000 in back taxes or have unfiled tax returns, we can help you take back control. The IRS is the largest and most aggressive collection agency in the world, and they can seize your bank accounts, garnish your paycheck, close your business, and file criminal charges. Take control of your tax problem now by calling the experts at U.S. Tax Shield and take advantage of the Fresh Start program and new laws that may allow us to negotiate a settlement for the lowest amount possible. Our team of tax attorneys and enrolled agents can stop collections and get you protected so you can take control of your financial future. U.S. Tax Shield offers a price protection guaranteed quote to get you protected today. U.S. Tax Shield is A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau, so call now. 800-687-5192. That's 800-687-5192. U.S. Tax Shield. 800-687-5192.
880 ESPN, WHSQ, and WCBS-FM HD2, New York. A Good Karma Brands radio station. This is DiPietro and Rothenberg.
What are you hearing, Jeremy, when it comes to Kyler and Tua?
Tua Tagovailoa. This one's a bit more clear-cut, so it's just going to be near impossible to trade him.
So you don't want Tua, right?
Truth be told, I was not paying attention to what Jeremy was saying.
Did you not think when we returned from the Jeremy Fowler Cup we might discuss what he said?
There's a very overwhelming strong possibility, but Ray and I were having a legit conversation about Montclair State basketball.
This is DiPietro and Rothenberg on ESPN New York and streaming live on YouTube.
All right, Rick off today. Dan is with us. Dan is kind of paying attention to some of the conversations we're having on the air, and kind of also.
No, I'm locked in.
Not. You'll be good this hour.
I thought I was excellent the first hour.
I thought you were excellent with some missteps in the first hour.
Well, no, think about it. What you just said. Rewind what you just said. Paying attention to the conversation on the air. I was locked in. I maybe zoned out with the Jeremy Fowler stuff, but that technically wasn't on the air. That was in actuality that we played.
Okay. All right.
There's a difference.
Fair enough. So I got criticized, critiqued, and even mocked yesterday by the guys.
They threw tomatoes at you.
No, they didn't throw verbal tomatoes, right?
Mm-hmm.
So McDuffie, Chiefs, traded, goes to the Rams. And then you read the reports. The Giants were right there. And the Giants were that second team that was trying to land the star, really, really good cornerback, right? And I was like, what I find to be exciting, enticing, all of it, is that they're going to be in. Like, this is not the Giants are going to wait 2 days in free agency and pick up the scraps. Like, the Giants are going to be heavily involved in the big-name players in this free agency and via trades as well. And then they took that as, sports talk show celebrates Giants being the runner-up for big-time player. So I understand that they didn't get him. But my point was, and I guess they're not bright enough to probably understand, is that it's bigger than that. It's that John Harbaugh is leading a charge, and if there's someone available that he wants, they're going to do everything within their power to try and get. You understand what I'm saying, right?
Well, and plus, I mean, it was a trade. It's not like he was a free agent, right? It's not like the Giants could put their best pitch forward to the player and say, hey, sign with us.
No, but I like the fact that they're involved. Like, there's players they look at, they're going to get themselves involved, as opposed to years past where it's like, the Giants don't play in the deep water of trades or free agency.
Generally, they don't. But, I mean, I think that one thing we've basically all come to realize is that roster from what ended last season to what you're going to see week one run out of that tunnel is going to be a lot of noticeable difference. How could you not?
I got some Giants updates for you guys.
Right now?
Right now. Did a little reconnaissance yesterday, and I got some news notes. Nuggets.
Big news, Jazz hands.
You did a little recon.
Raymond, are you going to listen, or do you want to talk off the air with RJ about
go right ahead.
Penguins hockey?
I'm just debating whether I should be excited about my own almost
Penguins got waxed last night by the Sabres,
Penguins.
the first place Sabres.
Yeah, Evgeny Malkin's dirty.
You guys, you're ruining what I'm trying to do.
Go ahead.
Okay,
go ahead,
RJ, can I get your full attention, or do you want to talk about like curling with Raymond over on the side?
I heard we were very close to trading for Max Crosby. I'm very excited about that. We were in on conversations.
Sound like
ahead,
Fat
Dave.
Albert there.
No, I don't want to do it anymore.
All right, well, let's go back to the Sabres.
By the way, how do you feel? Do you have a feel one way or the other on Giants training camp at the Greenbrier this year?
Is that what's happening?
You didn't see this?
You didn't hear that?
No, I didn't see that.
Yeah,
I guess with the World Cup and the renovation over at the Giants facility, they've decided to pick this thing
First
up.
2 weeks going to be in West Virginia.
You could do way worse than the Greenbrier.
Yeah, that's beautiful. I mean, if you cover the Giants, and you got to go down to West Virginia to the Greenbrier.
Yeah, bring your golf clubs.
That's good living.
Yeah,
that's good living. So now you know what? Because I don't want to spoil it for the people listening to the show. So I will tell you what I've heard. All right, you ready?
I'm ready.
I'll go individually. We can walk through these things.
Okay.
Linderbaum, not going to happen.
I could have told you that.
Too expensive.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you didn't tell me.
Well, you didn't ask.
What do you think about Linderbaum?
I think he's a real good player, but like you said, too expensive. He's going to be the highest paid center in the NFL.
Right. So just too expensive, out of what the Giants want to spend on one player because they're not one player away.
And plus, Baltimore already made him a market-changing offer.
I don't know that he's going to stay on Baltimore, though.
Well, somebody's going to have to outbid Baltimore.
And I do believe that will happen. Maybe John Harbaugh's brother, but doesn't matter. It won't be the Giants. Fine. We move on. Jamel Dean, cornerback Tampa, someone they really, really like a lot. 25 years old, really good cover corner. Giants are very in on him and very excited by him. So I'm just trying to go through it.
It's funny you mentioned the corner because think about the Giants kind of made moves with the secondary last year, and you thought that okay, this is going to be a new look or whatever, and guess what? You're having to do it again because the guys they brought in didn't do what they were supposed to.
Well, Adebo was hurt.
Right.
He was fine.
Holland was okay.
He was fine.
You shouldn't have Cordell Flott, though, being one of your starting corners. That's not what he was brought in here to do. Nice story, but it's more misstep because of the other guys, Tay Banks.
Oh, he's unplayable.
Think about Tay Banks, first-round pick.
He's unplayable.
His best contribution as a Giant was his kick return touchdown against the Raiders.
The guy was at the combine. The organization has completely had an upheaval, and you're concerned because I asked about Cordell Flott? Don't even worry about this, Dan. It's not your concern. All right. So here's another one I hear that they're in on. The upside is tremendous. The downside you've had to deal with for years. Elijah Vera.
Yeah, I heard. Yeah. That would actually. I said this to somebody yesterday, and I'm not going to reveal who. So that would actually would be a tough one to see in that uniform.
I understand why you would feel like that.
The person in that uniform would be tough to see.
And you know what would happen too. He'd go to the Giants, stay healthy, have a big-time season, and then get paid.
He'd become Randall McDaniel.
Yeah. So that's exciting. Jamel Dean is another one, like I mentioned. Noah Linderbaum. And the other one and the final one that I've heard that they're very, very interested in, and don't be surprised if, Isaiah Likely.
Well, sure, naturally.
You
Comes
make
from
these
Baltimore.
sound like, oh, yeah, of course.
No, I'm not saying because of you, but I mean, think about it. He comes from Baltimore. You might get him, when I say on the cheap, because he had a down year last year. If he was coming off of the season he had a couple of years ago, then that price tag would have shot up.
Right.
But I think you're still going to pay based. He'll get paid based on upside and potential.
And athletically, I mean, you had Theo Johnson, Isaiah Likely, Malik Neighbors, add another receiver. I mean, now we're talking.
You're
so,
right
RJ, how did you feel about those little Giants nuggets I just provided?
I mean, that's grounds for almost a change of underwear. That's how exciting it was. But,
RJ,
but you left out.
I would like to hear from RJ if he was a fan of the Nuggets.
I like the Nuggets.
You like the recon, RJ?
It feels like Dan's mocking you, but I like the Nuggets.
It's a slight mock. But no, here's what I want to get to. Like, is he left out one, but maybe he didn't have a chance to recon on this. I mean,
I only brought up what I've done recon on.
Gotcha. Okay, but a big part here, and it'll also play a role into what you do at 5. What are your thoughts on your right tackle situation? You going to pay Illuminor or let him walk?
I would like to pay Illuminor.
So that means you're going to bypass the chance to, let's say, draft a stud. That'll be a hell of a lot cheaper at 5, and whom probably would be a better player than Illuminor.
I think Illuminor's fine to good.
He's sufficient, but he's not exemplary.
Okay, but here's the thing. Am I opposed to drafting, Mauanoa or apparently Fanoa has short arms too, I was reading. But am I opposed? No, I'm not opposed to that. But if I keep Illuminor, now I can draft Sonny Styles. I'd prefer to go in that direction. No?
I mean, yes, but so you have no issues with the cutting of Okereke? Like you kind of saw that one coming
not
a
even
mile
a little
away.
bit. No, because I think that, and Jordan was with he shocked us. He busted in the studio the other day. It was terrifying.
Jordan did a bust in studio?
Yeah, yep.
Wow!
Like the Kool-Aid guy?
My mind just got completely blown.
Yep.
Just busted through the doors, Rick.
I'm gonna assuming it's Jordan Renan.
Not only did he actually terrified me.
How did he terrify you? Was it like the ghost? Did you think it was like a ghost you were seeing?
No. So they play this rejoin in the top of the 7 o'clock hour.
Yeah.
Of like, I heard you taking shots at me. I didn't like Jordan. Like, guys, I heard you taking shots at me. I didn't like it. You did this. You did that. You did this. And it was funny. And he goes, well, you know what? I don't like it. And I'm here for revenge. And he busts through the door.
What was he doing here at 7 o'clock in the morning?
He came in to do it. He did an hour with us. He came in to do the show.
In studio?
Yes.
Now that's bold.
It was terrifying.
Wow.
It
so
was
you
terrifying.
talked Giants for a whole hour.
The whole hour, yeah. And then Rick and I got into a fight because it doesn't matter. Anyhow, so, yeah, I mean, I like Mauanoa. I'd be happy to have Mauanoa. I would prefer to keep Illuminor and draft Sonny Styles, though. That would be my preference. You're anti that?
I'm not anti at all. If Sonny Styles is what they think he is, I mean, look, you know this. Giant football, you think giant football, you think defense. That's the history. That's your tradition.
You think linebackers specifically,
linebackers.
Right?
You got to get back to that. No knock on Bobby Okereke. He was nice for a year or two. You got it. You have to shoot for a higher bar, and Sonny Styles could be that. I mean, that dude running sideline to sideline, I mean, that changes your defense. It changes your freaking defense. You should have enough guys already up front that could get to the quarterback. And have that guy in the second level being like a marauder back there,
right?
That's game changing
to clean everything up. Now, there's many directions the Giants can go in. If you draft the offensive lineman and then you go, receiver later or linebacker later. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of directions. You can draft the receiver at 5. You can draft Styles. You can draft Downs. So the one that I'm opposed to, and I don't feel like Rick is as opposed. I don't want to take Jeremiah Love 5. I understand he's going to be a great running back in this league, but A, I've done this where I take the running back way too high, and B, I think Tracy's fine. I think Scadaboo's fine, even better than fine. And look at I mean, Dowdle's available, Kenneth Walker's available. It's not like there's nothing. I can improve my running back situation without spending it on what I look at as a luxury pick at 5.
Yeah, I think also you could take a back, let's say, mid-rounds, and you could still get production. You know what I mean? I think Jeremiah Love, for a team like the Giants, even though the Giants need things, that he's almost like a luxury, even at 5.
I agree with you wholeheartedly. I just said luxury. Like, and do I think he's going to be a big-time NFL player? Absolutely.
Yeah.
Like, he makes more sense to go, to me, to, like, the Chiefs. That's...
Well, that's almost like an embarrassment of riches if he goes to the Chiefs. But Jeremiah, you know who Jeremiah Love would where he would fit. He would. I mean, I don't know if he's gonna. I don't think he's gonna fall to them. Can you imagine like Jeremiah Love in a Steelers uniform?
No, there's no way he's gonna fall there.
There's no way. But I'm just saying, like that's an offense that could use a guy like that. But things have changed so much with the Steelers.
I think every offense could use a guy like that. I just don't think it makes sense for the Giants to take someone like that at 5.
They have other pressing needs.
Yeah, so they have needs everywhere. Let's go to Ira in Staten Island. Good morning, Ira. You're on ESPN New York. Ira.
I don't know if you know. Hey, good morning.
What's up, Ira?
Nothing much. By the way, Dave, I compared when I spoke to him last week, when you had your mishap, he definitely pulled a Kellen Winslow. I still give him credit for that. But, with
wait. What happened with the Kellen Winslow?
Oh, right.
That's what
when I was heroic and I did my full 4-hour show and then an hour and a half, he compared it to the Kellen Winslow Dolphins game where he was being carried off the field. Yes. Yep.
Yes. I didn't know if he was referencing. I didn't know if he was referencing Kellen Winslow Jr.
No, the dad.
No.
Which is a complete opposite end of the spectrum.
No, the dad.
No,
shout out Target.
Now the apple didn't fall far from the tree with that duo. But, with free agency, and listen, the quarterback thing, to me, I was wrong about Cousins. I don't think they have interest in him. I think it's going to come down to Brissett or Carr just because of Musgrave and Frank Wright. But just free agency in a whole, not only for the Jets, for any team. If you really look at the supposedly top 50 free agents, there's really nobody there that rocks your boat that you want to overpay. And I think that's where a lot of organizations, they make big mistakes. I mean, if you're a contender and you're one player away, okay, you might want to overpay because you think he's going to get you over the hump. But for teams that are rebuilding or teams like the Jets or the Browns.
You say that. Look at what a New England did last year, where they went all in on free agency, spent a fortune of money.
But not only that, they went all in.
A 4-win team to a Super Bowl team.
But you know what, Dave? It's one thing to go all in. They hit on most of them, too.
Well, that's huge.
They hit. Yeah, I don't think you have that group this year.
It's not as good a free agent class around the league.
You know what? I'm not saying, and thanks to Clara, I'm not saying it's a great free agent class, but you can do if you get the right free agents on your team, you can have a massive improvement.
I always said, if you could sit there and sculpt a free agent with all the intangibles, everything, like in a laboratory, it would be what the Patriots got with Milton Williams.
Yes,
a young player. An ascending player, a guy who was just in a situation where there were so many good players on that Eagles team that he couldn't get on the field consistently enough. He needs his own show to star in. And that's what the Patriots paid for, and obviously that's what they got in production because he's a freaking stud. That's what free agency should be because you know this. The truly special franchise players like, change in organization type guys, those guys don't usually make it to free agency.
No, they don't.
So instead, because of who's available, teams are being asked to spend franchise-type dollars on guys who were very good.
Dan, you know that you always overpay in free agency. Of course. But if the Giants wound up with Jamel Dean, Elijah Vera Tucker, and Isaiah Likely, you don't think they've improved their team dramatically?
No, they've improved their team for sure. And that's the funny thing. Obviously we can't do this now, but somebody should sit down and go check out the first 2 days or whatever of free agency from 2024. And the monster contracts that were given out and people who so-called, told these guys, they're winners on day one of free agency and they've won the first 2. Let's see how those contracts have aged. And even if those guys are still on their teams.
Well, you remember when the Giants spent huge money on Nate Solder in free agency and people were, oh, my God, you got your left tackle and now you changed everything. And it was a massive waste of money. So you can have those, but you can also have tremendous hits.
And you're trying to dig out from under them.
Right, and that's a problem too. Now you miss on one of those, you swing and miss. A, you don't have the player you thought, so you don't address that area. And now B, you're paying tons of money to a guy who doesn't deserve that kind of money, and it kills your salary cap. All right, let's break. Come back. For some reason, Raymond is jubilant about this soundbite. I'm not quite sure why, but we'll let you all in on the little secret next. DNR with you, ESPN New York.
At Uline, they know firsthand the road to success is an uphill climb. Uline started in the family basement, and through hard work is now North America's most trusted shipping and industrial supplier. They get what it means to have the support of reliable, hardworking partners. So they keep 41,000 items ready to ship. Whether your company is still in a basement office or expanding cross-country, Uline will be there on your road to success. Visit uline.com.
DraftKings Sportsbook puts you right in the middle of basketball's biggest star-driven moments. Bet player props, bet live, and when a game turns fast, DraftKings has your back with early exit. If your player gets injured anytime in the first half, your bet stays alive. And once it settles, you still get paid in cash. That's built-in protection for star-driven bets. Backed by DraftKings. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use code WHSQ. New customers bet just $5, and if your bet wins, you'll get $200 in bonus bets instantly with code WHSQ. In partnership with DraftKings, the crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. 21 plus, New York only. Eligibility and restrictions apply. Bet must win to receive bonus bets which expire in 7 days. Minimum odds required. For additional terms and responsible gaming resources, see dkng.co/audio. Limited time offer.
Do you have 3 ex-wives and your current trophy wife wants a life insurance policy 3 times the size of the policies you had to purchase for your previous mistakes? If so, you need to call Big Lou at Term Provider, 800-568-2790. Big Lou is intimately familiar with your problems, and if you're 50 or 60 years old and in reasonably good health, a $1 million policy should only cost about $100 to $200 per month. Big Lou may have a solution for your previous policies as well. You may even save enough money to lighten the load on your new $1 million policy. Remember, call Big Lou. He's like you, except he's only on number 2. Call Term Provider at 800-568-2790. That's 800-568-2790 for $1 million in term life insurance that you can live with. Call Big Lou at 800-568-2790.
Progressive knows sports brings people together, but you gotta feel bad for people who don't even get it. Some people will never know what it's like to see their favorite team's hopes decided by a ping pong ball to draft the next superstar. Or not. I mean, sure, it's silly for your happiness to hinge on the success of a 20-year-old entry-level employee, but you just can't help yourself. The stress is exhilarating. Progressive can't bring people together like the draft, but we can bring your home and auto insurance together with a bundle. So switch and see if you could save hundreds. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers not available in all states or situations.
Evan Cohen here. In life, as in sports, the pros make it look easy. That's why pro golfers like Jason Day, Ben Griffin, and Patton Kazire trust the pros in lawn care. True Green. They have the experience and expertise to give you a lawn worthy of the PGA Tour. And since True Green does the work for you, you get more free time, or more tee times. So stop stressing over your lawn and start loving it. Sign up now at TrueGreen.com because nobody makes it easier to get a golf course quality lawn than True Green, the official lawn care treatment provider of the PGA Tour.
All right, DNR with you, ESPN New York. Can we take a moment here, Dan, before we start rumbling into this Knicks conversation and segment? Can we take a moment? He's not even listening to me. I see him on camera. He's off to the side.
I'm listening. Go ahead.
You're not listening. Can we take a moment? I feel like there's real nastiness today between the four of us, and I'd like to squash that now.
I don't think there's any nastiness.
Ray just said, "Oh, you're taking shots at this. You're taking shots at this. Dan's taking shots at this."
I don't see this as nastiness.
No, I don't think that nastiness. This is just like we're just sitting here.
I feel like it's playful, but I don't know. People seem to be very sensitive around these parts nowadays.
This would be like if this was dodgeball. This would be like the Nerf version of dodgeball.
Do they still play dodgeball?
Yes.
They do?
Yeah, in schools,
I'm shocked.
They do. I'm telling you. Why? Because you think like it's too dangerous?
Well, no, I love it. And I love dodgeball. But I would think this softer generation, like dodgeball's dangerous. Can't
now
play
you're
dodgeball.
all in big trouble.
I was just talking to Ray about something before we rejoined the segment because they showed a stat up on the screen on ESPN. There's 4 quarterbacks in the Super Bowl era that have been drafted first overall to win a Super Bowl with those teams. And one of them technically speaking, letter of the law, yes, he did, but he didn't have much to do with it.
Yes, well, obviously it's Peyton.
No. Well, Peyton's one of them, yes, but he's not that guy that I was talking about.
Well, no, I know that. I was trying to go through the 4.
Yeah.
So top overall. Archie, didn't we have something like this?
Yeah,
the other day?
we just had one of these in Stump Rothenberg. But what was the actual criteria here, Dan?
Number 1 overall pick, won a Super Bowl for said team.
For the team that picked him?
Quarterback, yes.
Okay. Yes, because we just had this discussion. Like
Was
Eli
this
didn't
the
qualify.
question that we actually had?
I think it was.
So who?
Right, Eli doesn't qualify.
Because Eli wasn't drafted by the Giants.
Correct.
So
you said one, Peyton.
Well, definitely Peyton.
How far back?
Super Bowl era.
Super Bowl era.
Aikman's another.
The merger. Aikman, correct.
Aikman's another.
Won
the Super Bowl?
Yeah.
Cam Newton's no then, right?
No.
You have to win it?
One fairly modern, the other one you're going back a ways.
Going back a way. Modern.
Had a rough start to his career, first handful of years.
It's not Testaverde.
No.
Elway was drafted by the Colts, so it's not him.
Was benched.
Was it Plunkett?
No.
No, because he didn't win with the team that drafted him.
He was on the Patriots.
Patriots.
Then
he went to San Francisco.
Terry Bradshaw.
That's correct.
Yeah.
So then there's the one guy I said, like, yes, technically, letter of the law, he did do this, but he did not even play in the Super Bowl. How's that?
He didn't play in the Super Bowl? All right, so let's go back through the number 1 pick. So, I mean.
It's kind of easy when you think about it because.
It's right there. It's an obvious guy.
It's not Baker Mayfield.
Oh, how about this? How about this? He helped win them the game before the Super Bowl.
You know this, Ray?
Yeah. I mean, granted, I knew what the answer was,
I mean,
but
it's not Stafford.
It's not Stafford. Further back.
Further
back than Stafford.
You want a decade?
No, it's not Alex Smith.
No. Further back.
Last millennium. When he was drafted.
Yeah, so it's not David Carr.
No.
It's not Michael Vick.
Those are all this millennium.
Vick was this millennium?
Yeah, he was 2001, I think.
Okay.
Oh, 1. Yep.
Okay.
You know this.
Bledsoe?
There you go.
Okay. Yeah.
I like
fair.
that. That's a good. That's a fun
that's
question.
A nice question. I agree with you. That's a nice piece of knowledge.
Makes you think, right?
Yeah, I like that. All right. So Raymond, and I don't know why, he was giddy about this. Like, oh, this is, you know what? This is great. So excited about this. I don't look at this as exciting. I look at this as, oh, dear God.
I have the receipts to prove this from Ray, believe it or not.
Ian Begley on his podcast, it might even be more than a podcast. It might be like a video component as well. The Putback on SNY.
Yeah, it's a web vehicle.
Which, by the way,
I've been a multi-time guest on that.
I was asked once, couldn't do it, and I've never been asked back.
Yeah, they run a tight ship over there. If you say no once, you're done.
That's not right, and that's not fair. So he says NBA players, like large factions of NBA players, believe the Celtics, with Tatum coming back, I think tonight, are now the best team in the Eastern Conference.
A couple Western Conference vets. They were asked about the East in general. Maybe it's a finals matchup here. A couple of those vets were saying, what about Boston? Can you get through Boston? Boston's going to be really tough. So just to give you a little bit of an idea of what opponents feel like the Celtics are now and then can be with Jason Tatum, you know, those guys were talking about them as kind of the toughest out in the East from their view. And that was, a few weeks back.
I don't understand why Ray looks at this as like an exciting thing.
Tell him, Ray.
I don't necessarily say it's an exciting thing, but okay, great, whatever. Let's crown the Celtics again. Go right through them. That's totally fine by me.
Ray,
totally fine.
Can I explain something?
Yep.
You do know the Knicks got lucky to beat Boston last year, right?
How?
No, you point to the down 20.
Celtics beat themselves with their own stubbornness and stupidity.
I'm not going to hear about lucky. The Knicks beat the Celtics. That's
they
not
did
lucky.
Beat the Celtics.
They beat the Celtics, and it took less than 7 games to do it. I don't want to hear about Tatum's injury.
I don't want to hear
about
Tatum. The series was done and over by the time Tatum got hurt.
Did the Patriots beat the Falcons, or the Falcons choke a 28-3 lead away?
The Falcons choked it.
Right, because they were throwing the ball up 28-3 instead of bleeding clock, like the Celtics up 20, chucking threes. and not getting away from what they do when their bread and butter is. But sometimes the game dictates you got to play it a little differently.
I understand. All I'm saying is the Knicks got fortunate to beat Boston. How many times do you think you're going to come back from down 20 to beat the Boston Celtics?
Okay, there's a difference in saying they're fortunate and then saying, oh, well, they got lucky. No, they didn't get lucky.
But see, there's
Boston.
two versions of that. The 20-point comebacks, yes, that's one. The other component is the people that maybe weren't locked into the series, all they see is Tatum going down. The series was over when Tatum went down already.
I agree.
That is irrelevant.
And I'm trying to remedy my camera, so I know that it's happening. But here's the thing.
There's a remedy going on?
I'm trying to reestablish connection, and it's just not working.
Oh, I'm sorry.
So enjoy the solo shot for now.
I don't understand what's happening, but I understand that it is happening, and I'm trying to work on it. Okay. So my point is this. I don't understand why in the world you would look at Jason Tatum coming back and think to yourself, okay, now everyone can pick the Celtics, and now we'll do it again. Like, I look at this as kind of a terrible thing that Jason Tatum's going to be back.
But that's not my take. That's not my take. My take is, okay, go ahead and crown. It seems like they want to crown everybody else in the East except the Knicks. For whatever reason, the Knicks can't do it. I'm of the belief we've yet to see the Knicks play their best basketball.
Ray is basically thumping his chest and saying,
I wouldn't even say thumping the chest. I just I'm not ready to say like that Boston automatically should be handed the East or Detroit or whoever.
I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that at all. But Boston is ahead of the Knicks right now, right?
By the way, I thought I saw this. I could be wrong. Maybe RJ could check it or something like that. Right now, the betting odds to come out of the East, I think, is Cleveland.
No, I think it's Boston.
I think Cleveland was there.
I thought it was. I heard like a couple days ago. I thought it was Cleveland.
I think we discussed it like yesterday, the day before in the show. And I think it's with the return of Tatum. I think it's now Boston.
Well, this was, like I said, a couple days ago, so pre-Tatum. By the way,
the futures have Boston followed by Cleveland, followed by Detroit.
How
shocked?
The
Knicks are fourth down.
Okay,
Eastern
like I said, it's everybody but the Knicks.
Right.
Fine. Go ahead.
How shocked are you though that he's even back?
Not shocked.
Well, you know what though? I was reading this last night. So we always do this, right? Modern medicine is. Can you believe that in 10 months a guy could come back from an Achilles tear and be back and everything? So I don't remember the exact number of days, but whatever the number is, Dominique Wilkins in like the early 80s got back like 5 days quicker than Tatum's going to get back.
Tatum's injury was May, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Tyrese Halliburton was June. So they're like they said Indiana stinks, so there's no reason to rush him back. But let's say Indiana was good this year. Like let's say they're having a season like the Celtics were.
But I think that's a different conversation then.
Could Halliburton then have been back for the playoffs if like Tatum made it back in 10 months? If it's only a month difference.
But you knew immediately that there was no chance they were going to be even respectable, so why would you even have that conversation?
No, but remember, like, we said at the beginning of the year, like all summer, you don't got to worry about the Celtics this year.
Right.
No Tatum. Celtics-Pacers were in like the same vein.
So Dan, with this thing now, I see this. I'm like, oh, for dear God. So the last thing I want to see is the Celtics in the postseason. Look at what you did to them last year. You embarrassed them. Whether I kind of think that they completely fell apart and choked. I'm sure that eats at their craw. Like, and this is awful that Tatum is now going to come back and if he's good and close to Jason Tatum, this is another hurdle the Knicks have to now get over.
Yeah, I mean, I guess you could say like the out for blood type thing. You beat them last year. I don't know if it's necessarily a grudge they hold against the Knicks or they want to get revenge against the Knicks because they beat them.
You think that
they definitely do. They feel a way. They feel a way up there about the Knicks beating them.
Like the fans do. I get that.
No, I'm sure the players have to.
But if you come
Jaylen Brown feels a way about it.
Well, he could paint his head though. But the thing though is this: like You, if you're a champion, which they are, you want to beat anybody in your way. And if the Knicks just happen to be that team and whatever round it might be, then so be it.
Okay, you guys can say don't give the Knicks all the smoke, and you're not concerned about.
Look, I'm not minimizing the Celtics. I think they've had an incredible season.
I mean, Boston is 2 games ahead of you now in the loss column, and now they're going to get back one of the best players in the NBA. How is any of this good news?
You got him one more time this year, and that's a home game, right?
I'm not going to sit and say that it's good news.
Well, you're like bullish about it. Like, oh, you know what, Boston? Give me Boston.
I'm still of the belief that when it's all said and done, the Knicks will come out of this thing. And
so you believe right now, March the 6th, that the New York Knicks are Eastern Conference champions?
I think they have the best chance.
Wow.
I do believe that. No, regardless of where they finish in the conference, and my hope is that they can win too, because I'd really like to win the division. But I think the Knicks,
even if Game 7 is on the road in Boston, you still like the Knicks to come out of the Eastern
I just said I'd like them to win the division, so that Game 7 wouldn't be in Boston. But
so, okay, all right. How about if you fall to the 4 spot, which is distinctly possible, and you have Detroit in the second round, and then Cleveland or Boston in the Eastern Conference Finals?
That'd be a dogfight.
It'll be a dogfight. But listen,
you need help. It's
the
need
playoffs.
help.
I don't like this feeling that the playoffs is supposed to be an easy journey until you get to a certain point. Like, no, it's the playoffs. It's supposed to be tough.
You know what's crazy?
Let it be tough.
We all sit there and say it's been such a roller coaster season for the Knicks, right? And we always harp on the bad and the sky's falling.
No, they're a good team.
They've got the same exact record after 63 games as they did last year. And you know what I mean? And still ended up in the conference finals. But you remember, they went through that stretch where they had lost what? I don't remember what it was. But we thought
then 9 of 11.
9 of 11.
And then they came back and won 9 of 11.
Correct. So, but like at that point, it was like, boy, Knicks might be looking for a new coach come the offseason. Remember, like,
and you know what? They still might, depending on how the postseason goes.
Hey, look, if they fall, like if they lose in the second round, and that's another thing that could complicate this discussion. Okay, because now Boston with Tatum, they become more formidable. So let's say the Celtics pick them off in the second round, or the Pistons, or whatever it is. I've been saying if they fall short of the conference finals, that to me is a major disappointment.
Not disappointment, failure.
Failure.
Is what it is.
And then the organization is going to want to do something in the summer where either the coach or one of your main players gets jettisoned out of here.
If Karl Anthony Towns is subpar in the postseason and the Knicks lose in the second round, say goodbye to him because he is gone. And they can do everything within their power to reshape this roster, probably in the makings of Giannis, would be my guess.
Well, you got to find a taker, though, too. Well, it's going to be.
I think that there is no way that the Knicks bow out in the second round and Karl Anthony Towns does his stuff where it's like, why did he only take 8 shots in Game 6
right.
and that kind of, and he's back next year?
No. Well, the good thing is the contract is still easier to move than Tua, so you don't got to worry about that.
Ty is texting me. He says people talk about the Knicks like they won a championship last year. It's absolutely nuts. And it's great. Like Ray is like, this gives him more ammunition. He's like, yeah. Now I want all the smoke.
Talking like this team's won a championship. Am I giving that vibe? Like
they were in the Final Four.
I mean,
they had a great year last year.
Whatever.
It's not like they won a round.
Like this team doesn't have a championship pedigree. That's why
they lost to a team.
The notion that you could turn it off in the playoffs is like that bothers me.
Let's
Don't
face
get
it.
me wrong.
Let's face it. They lost to a team which had a 12-point lead on the road in Game 7 of the NBA Finals.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe we should give Indiana more credit.
Yeah, maybe we should.
Well,
and maybe the Knicks should have won Game 1 against Indiana.
If you win Game 1, you're probably not having that conversation.
Diapers in that game.
I don't think they ever recovered from Game 1.
I even said, like, even with Halliburton going down in that game, in Game 7, that's still, Indiana's going to look back on that as a major missed opportunity. Because, like I said, you had a double-digit lead on the road in Game 7 of the NBA Finals.
But you knew with no Halliburton.
But still, close it out.
So difficult. And they couldn't.
That's what championship teams do.
Well, Oklahoma City is a championship team, and Indiana's not. And now Indiana's going to wind up vying for the first pick in the draft, and they'll be back next year.
But think about it, that's my point. Like, you go from, like, the penthouse to the outhouse. Like, you were this close to the championship, and now you're literally a laughingstock.
Laughingstock at the moment until you wind up with, God knows who in this elite, Darren Peterson or A.J. DeBansta or Caleb Wilson or Cameron Boozer, and then Halliburton comes back, and all of a sudden you're a very formidable team.
Yeah, they're still well coached and everything. By the way, I don't want to be telling tales out of school, and maybe I'm jumping ahead a little bit, but I didn't hear it yet. I'm curious as to, like, what did you see Westbrook go off last night? Because you mentioned
I saw this.
We're talking bad teams, and Westbrook in his post-game press conference last night just went off.
I'm guessing RJ's going to have it in stuff that you missed.
Probably, yeah.
So we can.
He admonished the members of the media.
Yeah, of course he did.
An admonishment.
Game time, Dan, brought to you by Tullamore Dew Irish Whiskey. When it's game time, that's when it's Tully time. On the aforementioned Knicks out west in Denver, tough game taking on the Nuggets at 9 o'clock tonight. Pregame 8:30 right here on ESPN New York. At that very same time, St. John's on the road at Seton Hall. Why is the St. John Seton Hall game at 9 o'clock?
I know, it stinks. Well, because it's on FS1, so they have a doubleheader,
Yeah. And that's Game Time, brought to you by Tullamore Dew, the original triple distilled, triple blended, triple cask matured Irish whiskey. Be sure to grab a Tullamore Dew or try the new Tullamore Dew Honey during today's action. Glasses up to enjoying Tullamore Dew responsibly. The morning roast is just around the corner. What is the morning roast? It's whatever you want it to be. 800-919-3776. If something has you annoyed, frustrated, angry, you name it, you call, get it off your chest. Now, this weekend, cathartic. You feel much more relieved, and you can go about your day. 800-919-3776. Nothing is good. A little Friday morning roast. DNR with you, ESPN New York.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Call 877-CARS-FOR-KIDS to reach your friendly live agent. Donation's super easy and your car can be picked up by tomorrow. Call now or go to carsforkids.org.
1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Did you know you can donate real estate too?
Hey, it's Michael K. Not sleeping? Well, it could be your mattress. That's why I always recommend my friends at PC Richard & Son. At PC Richard & Son, they don't just sell you a mattress. Their experts use a 4-step mattress fitting process so that your new bed fits you perfectly. They guarantee it. Top brands like Sealy, Stearns & Foster, and Tempur-Pedic, and in-home delivery on any mattress $399 and up. It's free. So do what I do. Get to PC Richard & Son for your new mattress. Free delivery excludes Manhattan.
Hi, this is John D'Agostino from D'Agostino & Associates, the injury firm. I've talked about how a construction accident took my father's leg. The heavy prosthetic he wore looked nothing like the high-tech limbs we have today. It was crude wood and metal, held together by bolts that dug into his skin and left painful ulcers. But the thing I remember about my dad is how he never complained. He put on his prosthetic leg and he went to work. He coached my baseball teams, danced, sang karaoke, and even loved to travel. He may have limped, but he always held his head up high and he lived with dignity. At D'Agostino & Associates, I spent over 35 years building a law firm that helps accident victims and those in need of their Social Security disability benefits. We fight till our clients get the money and dignity they deserve. So call us today at 1-800-BITE-BACK. That's 1-800-248-3222. We have offices throughout New York and New Jersey. So don't tell me personal injuries aren't personal. I know what they can cost a family. I've been there, and I'll be there for you. D'Agostino Law. Bite back.
Every 40 seconds, a child is reported missing. Find the Children is a nonprofit organization dedicated to helping find missing kids. You can be a part of their mission by donating your unwanted car. Call 1-800-294-0222. You'll receive the maximum tax deduction and we provide fast, free pickup. Call 1-800-294-0222. Donate your unwanted or unused car. Call 1-800-294-0222. This advertisement was paid for in partnership with Cars R Us and Find the Children.
I'm Boomer Esiason. My mom died from cancer. She was only 37 years old. She didn't have life insurance, and that was devastating for my family. That's why having life insurance is so important to me. Ethos makes it fast and easy. Get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. You can get up to $3 million in coverage with no medical exam.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/play. That's ethos.com/play. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
I'm Boomer Esiason. My mom died from cancer. She was only 37 years old. She didn't have life insurance, and that was devastating for my family. That's why having life insurance is so important to me. Ethos makes it fast and easy. Get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. You can get up to $3 million in coverage with no medical exam.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/play. That's ethos.com/play. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
Want consistent color for every job? Milo's Pro Rewards members get a 20% paint discount on future purchases after paint annual qualifying spend reaches $3,000. Plus, order eligible in-stock paint and paint supplies by 2 p.m. for free same-day delivery by 8 p.m. Improving is easy at Lowe's. Excludes spray paint and mistings. More exclusions, terms, and conditions apply. Subject to change. Details at Lowe's.com/terms. Same-day delivery valid in select zip codes. Subject to driver availability. Details at Lowe's.com/same-day delivery.
Join ESPN New York for a huge rivalry night at the Calandras Italian Village in Caldwell, New Jersey. Play-by-play voice of the Devils, Don LaGreca.
What a pitchfork in this one!
And the Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg Show are taking over for a special live broadcast and Devils versus Rangers watch party on Wednesday, March 18th. Join the guys starting at 3 p.m. for a special happy hour and broadcast. Then stick around for the 7 p.m. puck drop with big screens, great food, and the best fans in hockey all under one roof. Reservations are recommended. Brought to you by Calandras Italian Village.
All right, DNR with you, ESPN New York. I'm getting email roasts, which we can bring to the table, which
is that
which
a thing?
Is fine. What?
Is that a thing? That seems like it's an easy way out, the email roast.
I mean, you can tweet your roast, you can email your roast, but I mean, I think the preferential way is that you pick up the phone and dial 800-919-3776 and you roast that way. But we're moments away from a March 6th Friday roast, my friend.
I like I said, I cannot wait because you and I think are simpatico here. Saturday, this thing has been in
I've had it bubbling, and I'm almost as annoyed today as I was on Saturday.
I mean, anytime you stop and think about it, you're like,
yep.
oh.
Yep. I got an email from Finn. He says, "Hey, Dave, I'm a phys ed teacher. Please tell Dan we are not allowed to play dodgeball anymore."
I know plenty of schools that still play it. So.
Outlawed it and made it illegal because it targets kids and is considered a bullying
right, it's
game.
Exactly. That's what I mean. Like in this day and age, you wouldn't expect it.
I wouldn't expect it. We're also not allowed to play Duck, Duck, Goose.
Bye-bye. Why? Because it's discriminatory towards ducks?
I don't know why.
It's a bold strategy, Cotton. Let's see if it pays off for them.
I used
Duck, Duck, Goose.
I'll tell you this. Yeah. I would probably be about the worst Duck, Duck, Goose player in the history of the world right now because get it like with my lower back like popping up from a seated position to try to chase after someone. But back in the day when I was nimble and capable, I was a maestro of Duck, Duck, Goose. Why are you laughing?
No, Duck, Duck, Goose is basically like a game they play at the Combine now to test your agility and everything.
That didn't go the direction I thought it was going to go because I thought you said you were going to be a bad Duck, Duck, Goose player because it would get violent. Like, you're so competitive.
How could you get violent?
It would get me. I don't know with you.
You thought back in the day I was a violent DDG player?
You were a violent tennis player. This is documented. So
I had one moment at 8 years old. I might have even been 7, and they will not let me forget it. I should have never brought this on air, ever.
There's a lot of guys who've only had one moment, and they can't live it down.
This is a bad moment, though.
You know?
But don't you get some leeway being that you're like 7 or 8?
I guess. You don't know right from wrong.
I mean, you're just learning the ways of life at that point. It was not a great moment.
Now you'd probably get dizzy if you did like Duck, Duck, Goose because you got to like run around and everything now. Like now you get vertigo or something.
I would be by the time I was able to get up, straighten out, and then like get going, I'd be lapped.
What was the reason that they said Duck, Duck, Goose is now outlawed?
What
was the reason?
I lost.
I saw the dodge. I heard him say dodgeball because
the dodgeball's not surprising.
And hitting a kid, hitting the kid in the face.
Some
with
schools
the dodgeball, not
do this because their administrators. No, I don't know. He says that the targets kids and is considered a bully game along with Duck, Duck, Goose. The only way I can envision this as a bully game is if you continue to pick the same person every single time.
Are we talking about Duck, Duck, Goose or dodgeball?
Or you pick a person who basically their attributes are right along to where, like you said, yours would be right now, but this is a kid still in school who doesn't have the athletic ability to, live in a Duck, Duck, Goose world, at least to be successful.
That would be unfortunate.
Remember Steal the Bacon? Did you ever play that?
Yeah.
That was
Capture the Flag?
Capture the Flag? What is that, like a recon mission? Like, what is that?
You never played Capture the Flag?
No, what is that?
Oh,
I mean, probably some derivative of it, but like it wasn't called Capture the Flag. What is that?
Ringalivio?
What?
Yeah.
Ringalivio? What, are you just making these up now?
No. Let me look this up because I'm confident.
Well, did they happen or didn't they happen? You should know.
I'm trying to look stuff up here. Apparently,
Capture the Flag is when you each there's a team and you.
RJ, you know Capture the Flag.
I know Capture the Flag. I don't know the other thing you just said.
Ring Alivio is a high-intensity physical team-based street game similar to tag or manhunt.
Ring Alivio is like something on the menu in an Italian restaurant.
Highly popular in the mid-20th century, especially in New York City.
Ring
So-
Alivio.
The capture the flag is think of it like 3-on-3. You're playing in like a somebody's home with a
Disgusted
backyard,
with you guys.
and
Never
you
heard
have
of
to
Ring
you have
Alivio.
to hide, call it a flag,
Mm-hmm.
and it could be a T-shirt, it could be whatever, and the first team to go find the other one wins. You have to hide it, and then you have to go find the other teams.
Speaking of
But
regional,
where do you play that though?
You need space.
You definitely need space.
But that's like, is it like a gym class game? Because that's what I thought we were talking about.
Probably not.
play
it could. I could see it be played.
Probably
in
not, but it could be.
Speaking
We're
of
going to
region-
hide it in the science lab, and you're going to have kids running through the hallways like looking for a
No,
damn
you'd
flag.
hide it in the gym, you numbnuts.
How many
You're
places
not
you can
hiding
hide?
it in a Bunsen burner.
Unless you're unless it's the school for the blind, it's not hard to hide things in the gym. It's a gym.
Didn't think this is what we'd be yelling about today.
This
is where it got a little confrontational.
Bleachers. There's mats against the wall. There's hanging ropes.
My
There's
school didn't
areas
have
of the gym where
bleachers
you
and all
can
this other
hide
stuff.
stuff. It's not like it's a cow where you have to hide it behind. It's a flag.
A cow.
If you got to hide something in a cow, you hide it in the cow.
Careful now.
God.
Ring Alivio.
Ring Alivio. Just because you guys had strange, unfulfilling
Try
childhoods,
the
don't
Ring
blame me.
Alivio. It is a fantastic.
Did you know it's called Duck, Duck, Gray Duck in Minnesota?
I think you get some Ring Alivio when you go see the guys at the Calandras in Caldwell.
Easy now.
What?
Easy.
I promise you, I am not the only person at this station to have heard of and or played Ring Alivio.
I don't doubt that.
Yeah, probably
I don't
not.
doubt that.
But why are we using this station as a basis?
What do you mean? Because there's 10, 12, 14 guys here.
There's actually 3 people here right now, and you're talking to all 3 of them.
Yeah, well, RJ, I'm not surprised for numerous reasons. A, he's younger, and B, he didn't grow up in this area.
Yeah, but he's not that young. I mean,
Well,
they didn't cut the cord last week. I mean, how young do you think
he's
he
not
is?
crawling still. But
Wait, he just
young.
graduated in like 2020?
I mean, RJ's like 17 years younger than I am.
I'm youthful.
You're spry.
It saddens me that you guys have never heard of, at least
I've
heard of
never heard of Ring
Alivio.
Alivio. I'm sorry.
That pains me. That saddens me greatly.
But yeah, there were some games, huh? There were some games. There were some good times.
That was some
everything.
Apparently, this is just where it ends. We haven't heard of Ring Alivio, so he's punting.
Well, yeah, we'll do the rest.
Golly, all the oxen free.
See, Ray is sitting there taking jabs at your Ring Alivio game.
That's because Ray didn't have a real childhood. Ray doesn't know what it's like to run free.
His was contrived. It was like the Truman Show.
No.
It was make-believe.
We played Manhunt and Cops and Robbers and all that stuff. We never once called it Ring Alivio.
All right. Well, I guarantee you look up Ring Alivio. It's right there.
I've looked it up. I'm reading it. Yes.
Is it a real thing?
It's legitimate. I've just never heard of it. I've never heard it called
Because you
that.
lived a sheltered life in Perth Amboy.
Played by Sicilian kids in the old country.
If you knew anything about Perth Amboy,
Giorgio,
it's
you
not
go play your Ring
a sheltered
Alivio.
life.
Why are you doing voices?
Because, like I said, it's an Italian-sounding name.
Dennis O'Sullivan emails in Dave in Queens. We called it Ring Alario.
Alario, Alivio.
Don't know if it would work anymore because we all generously just used our neighbors' yards. Oh, such a fun game.
Think about that. Like, okay, I'm glad you brought that up. Like, back then we did it because we didn't think anything of it. But, like, nowadays...
You could not... Could you imagine if you had, like, 11 children running through your backyard playing a game?
I would
You'd
be
call the police.
I'd call the National Guard. Forget about the police. I'd jump right past the police. I'm going right to the National Guard.
Yeah.
Kids running through people's Oh, my Lord.
Forget it. People would go insane.
Could that be a futuristic roast? Like, I'm throwing that in as a preemptive
Here's
futuristic
what you do.
roast.
Why don't you really promote the Manhunt, Ring Alivio, Capture the Flag in your town? Have that spill into your property.
No.
And the next time you're on the show, you can use that as your roast.
Thank you. That would be
let's
a nightmare
go
scenario.
Before we get to the... You know what? That was a time to live, man. When you used to run outside.
Violating
fresh
people's
air,
property.
Run through other people's property.
Well, because like you said, you didn't think anything of it. That's why.
I didn't. I used to be like morning, summer. Hey, I'm going out. 11 years. I'm going out. I'm going to bike to wherever.
Yep.
I'll be back by dinner.
So we did. Get hungry? Don't matter. I'll eat grass. Whatever.
I wasn't typically eating grass, but
Yeah, but you didn't think about things like that, right? You
no,
made
you
it
didn't
work.
worry about it. No, you
Take
didn't worry
some
about
water.
it.
Now, the hell with it. What about if you're thirsty? I'm going to get a can of soda from the soda machine at the gas station.
If I mean, you guys don't. I mean, and yours is too young, so it's not a great audience to bring this up. But anybody that has a kid, like it's 10 or 11 years old, if they said to you, "All right, Dad, or Mom, I'm going out on my bike. I'll be back by dinner."
Yeah.
You there's no chance parents would allow that now. None.
No.
That was the norm back when I was a kid.
And now you have a tracking device, meaning like most kids have phones.
Right. They have a phone. And not only that, there's a like even if you were to lose your phone, there's actual tracking devices on the phones.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You might as well have a microchip in them.
Let's go to Ant in Newark before we get to said morning roast. Ant, you're on ESPN New York.
Good morning, fellas.
What's up, Ant?
I just want to put some context into this whole Boston Celtics versus Knicks last year. Now, Dave, you said Knicks got lucky.
They did.
And Ray just got so defiant saying, oh, there's no such thing as luck. Now, all I'm going to say is Game 1, Celtics shot 15 for 60. Game 2, shot 10 for 40 and lost by a combined 4 points. Do what you want with that information. Have a good one, fellas.
Yeah, but isn't that their own fault,
make
though?
your
That's
shots.
what I mean.
Make your shots.
When, like, the Falcons, you're up 28-3 in the second half. Run the ball, bleed the clock.
When your offense is literally get as many 3 points up as you can, which is that's the
That's their
Celtics
game.
offense.
Right.
That is their offense, and you don't hit your shots.
Yep.
That's not luck. That you lost because you didn't hit your shots.
It's luck though. I mean,
You were stubborn.
How often do you think the Celtics are going to blow 20-point leads at home?
But that's also stubborn coaching.
It happened at least twice.
You're up 20. You could deviate from your game plan.
I loved it as much as anyone, but you guys are crazy to think the Knicks didn't get, at a minimum, good fortune all the way up to luck last year against Boston. No?
Yeah.
I mean, they got really fortunate. And I was thrilled. I mean, of all the teams, and Rick doesn't really understand this, of all the teams that I hate in the NBA, Boston is my number one hated team. Because when I'm a kid, Celtics were really good, and they always won. I used to root like a demon for the Lakers back in the day against the Celtics.
Big
news, jazz hands.
Let me give you a little NFL free agency news.
Yeah.
You'll like this because it takes away a potential suitor for you.
Takes away a Linderbaum suitor, even though I don't think it's going to the Giants anyway. Tyler Biotish, remember who was cut by Washington?
Chargers.
Yep.
Really?
3 for 30.
Wow.
And remember, they're making over that offensive line because Becton got cut, among others, even though he was terrible
How much
last
did he
year.
get?
3 for 30. I don't know how much is guaranteed,
Tyler
though.
Biotish is he's good. He's fine.
He's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I mean,
but that's nothing.
He got 3 for 30. It's not like he got paid tremendously.
Linderbaum's going to get more than 20 a year.
I could see Linderbaum getting like 23, 24
Highest
a year.
paid center right now is KC's. And he's, I want to say,
he's good.
18 a year, I think. I could be wrong, but Linderbaum will leapfrog.
Well, the thing is, how often do elite offensive linemen just hitting their prime hit free agency?
Well, you know who actually signed 2 mega free agent contracts with 2 different teams, and he hasn't had any drop-off whatsoever? Joe
Trent
Tooney.
Williams. Who'd you say?
Joe Tooney.
Yeah, Tooney's terrific.
Remember, the Chiefs signed him from New
And
England.
then they started playing him at tackle.
Then they cut him, or trade him to the Bears, and the Bears gave him another expensive contract, and he was still freaking all-pro. He won the didn't he win the award for Offensive Lineman of the Year this year? The Protector.
He's a great,
fantastic
great offensive lineman. So here's my concern. Well, first of all, it doesn't matter who he's going to get paid tremendously. Linderbaum. The Bears center just retired.
Yes,
I would look at them as a
and they cut Tremaine Edmonds, who they gave big money to once upon a time. And what was
I
the
know
other?
The Giants are interested in Edmonds, and that would be a great signing.
What was the other Bears move? There was 3 guys they jettisoned.
They traded DJ Moore.
Right. So they freed up, I think it's north of $40 million in salary cap space.
By the way,
yeah,
what are the Bills doing? A second-round pick for DJ Moore?
There's a couple things. Number one, I think they are real. Like the noise is getting louder and louder.
No, I get that.
No,
and it should
their,
be,
their
and you
window.
need to make moves. But why would that be your first big salvo into this whole thing?
Because the new head coach has a relationship with them. They were together in Carolina for a couple years.
Okay.
You know how this
you
league
do realize
is?
he was going to start to lose playing time on the Bears, right?
I understand. I totally understand that, but you know how this league is. It's who do you know, who's a fit for your system, blah blah blah, and that's what they're doing. They want to accelerate the learning curve because remember now there's no you don't get these dudes as many practices and one-on-one time. You want to accelerate any learning curve whatsoever. That's why everybody gets guys who, hey, I know this guy. He played in my system. It's a seamless plug and play, that type of stuff.
And not that he's bad, but a second-round pick for him, it feels like quite a lot for a guy who's, I think it's fair to say, on the other side.
Do you think that was worth it? I mean, remember that blockbuster trade, which went to Carolina getting the number 1 pick in Bryce Young, remember? And the Bears got all those picks?
That was a terrible trade for Carolina.
That's what I'm saying. So,
Horrible.
Think about all the guys that Chicago got with those picks.
So I saw it. Yes, I don't know if you saw it. Warren Sharp laid out everyone they got and what they received, and I think Luther Burden is one of those guys now. Obviously, Caleb Williams is one of those guys. It's all for Bryce Young, who's fine, who's even good, but not worthy of all that.
No.
And that's why if you're the Jets, there's no way in hell you could make that kind of a trade for Mendoza.
And it's so the funny thing about Bryce Young, it's being called back into the conscience again because with Frank Reich being here with the Jets now. Frank Reich was the coach when Carolina drafted him. And now everything we know about what Frank Reich is looking for and that sort of thing. There's no way. And we knew it at the time, but now it's even more apparent. There was no way that he wanted, and most of the organization wanted to draft Bryce Young.
No, they wanted Stroud.
That was Tepper, the owner, who.
Yes.
It was.
You know what the funny thing is? You know what the funny thing is though now? The Stroud Bryce Young debate, which was so one-sided 2 years ago, is not that one-sided right now.
By the way, you reminded me. We didn't even bring up the name earlier. That is another quarterback that I would be more than happy to have on my depth chart next year. Andy Dalton.
As your guy?
He could start a couple games, at worst the backup. I mean, he knows that Frank Reich system. He had him in Carolina. He's 38. He could still play. I don't think you have to break the bank to get him.
This Jets conundrum here.
Look, it's going to be another transition year. I know fans don't want to hear it, but that's the fact of the matter. They unless they surprise you,
Well, that kind of stinks. You're listening to DiPietro and Rothenberg on WHSQ, WCBS FM HD2 in New York. All right, this has been nice, and we're right at the halfway point of the show, and now on a Friday is when we dive in.
Oh, yeah.
Head first into the roast.
This is why I'm hot. Is the morning roast.
All right. Does anyone have a desire to go first of the four of us? Anybody have something just burning a hole in their pocket that they need to get it off their chest right now?
How would you rate your desire right now on a scale of 1 to 10?
I never love to go first. I have a desire to do my roast. I don't have a great desire to lead off the roast.
Don't go first then.
I won't. Ray, do you have a roast?
Yeah, sure. Sure. Why not?
You have Ray had a roast done, and something has happened within the last 45 minutes that is making him completely change his roast.
Yeah,
so
Ray,
are you flipping a roast?
No, it was that conversation we were just having about the Knicks because Knicks fans in general.
Is this it? Is it starting?
I'm starting.
Hang on, I need a second here. Start it like really start.
You need a cold beverage.
3, 2, 1. Raymond, your roast.
I feel like there's a tendency for Knicks fans, especially this season, to just lean towards misery and not enjoy what you're seeing. Like, you've got a good basketball team. You've got a competitive basketball team. You've got a team that's in contention to win the Eastern Conference. And it's been that way for a couple of years now, right? Like, you would almost think that 5 years ago you didn't have one of the worst teams for about 10 to 12 years running, right? I mean, you just heard the David Fizdale cuts the other day. What we were
How
dealing
about
with.
that? Right?
Yeah. So, this...
We have to watch those games. Oh, my God.
My God. The complaining about Karl Anthony Towns. Okay, I get it. He doesn't play... He's not Mitchell Robinson with a jump shot, which is what you want him to be, basically. That's I get that. But there's always going to be some sort of whipping boy for this franchise. Julius Randle was that guy. And the great irony
The ex-coach was that guy also.
Ex-coach was that guy. And now you miss him all of a sudden. But, I mean, the great irony about Karl Anthony Towns is that Julius Randle used to be the whipping boy for everything that was wrong with the Knicks. And what was the biggest complaint about Julius Randle? Do you remember?
Playoffs.
No, not playoffs, but
playoffs.
That when the ball would go to Julius Randle, it wouldn't come back out. He'd sit there. He'd
There's a black hole.
He'd do the spin move, and nobody else would ever touch the ball. And now we're complaining that Karl Anthony Towns doesn't take enough shots. Like, you kind of see where I'm going here. Like, you're always going to find something to complain about.
I don't love this.
No. Listen,
I'm telling you,
I don't care that you love it because you feel attacked. You feel attacked right now. That's the reason.
I don't feel like you're attacking me.
No, because you're one of the people. And listen, I'm not going Jerry Ferrara on you. I'm not putting like that's on the class any of that. Like, I do think that the Knicks will come out of the East. I do believe that. But even if they don't, just Knicks fans in general, I'm going to pull like a quote from The Rock here a couple of years ago.
I was hoping we'd get here.
The movie or the wrestler?
No, the wrestler. The wrestler. Know your role, shut your mouth, and enjoy the ride. Leon Rose, Mike Brown, Jalen Brunson, and Karl Anthony Towns are taking you on. Just enjoy this.
Yeah, but people are nervous, Ray.
Stop. Why are you being nervous?
Because
why are you being nervous?
There's no Emmanuel Moutier this team, and there's real expectations.
No Enes Kanter?
Forget it.
No, I'm hearing you.
No, I'm trying to talk, and
he's
he's talking about Enes Kanter and Emmanuel Moutier. No, forget it.
Go ahead.
No. I got news for you, by the way.
I have expectations too, Dave. But I am enjoying the ride, and I think you and everybody else should try to enjoy the ride a little bit too, because you know what? This stuff it turned around in the blink of an eye, and it can go back in the other direction in the blink of an eye, and then all of a sudden you're the same. Like remember how great it was 2012, 2013, Knicks tape, all that stuff, and how fast it was a 17-win basketball team.
What I will agree with you on here is that we've gone from like the dumpster to a like functional, capable, good, solid, enjoyable team. And people kind of take that for granted. I do agree with that. But now that you've like tasted the fine food at this restaurant, you want more, right? Like
I don't blame
everything
you for
that comes
wanting
along
more.
with it.
I don't, and I'm not saying you can't want more. You should want more. It's right to want more, but I don't need to hear complaining every single night. This is a good basketball team. It's a really good basketball team.
Right, you're right. You're right.
I think their record is 14-10 or 14-11 against like the elite teams of the NBA.
They're a good team.
14-11 after.
Yeah, 14-11
when they first got
OKC.
good. When they first turned this corner and got good, and they won, however many games, and Julius Randle, and they got into the playoffs, and they had home court, in that first round. We were so excited. Because we hadn't seen it, and it was thrilling. And now that we've seen this, I mean, like, you want more. And status quo, or getting into the playoffs or winning a round, it does not satiate the itch that you have.
But you haven't even seen anything yet.
But people are concerned because they see flaws.
You can't have it both ways. Because to your point, when you have a good team like this, they're in the championship conversation. It's almost like you live and die with every game, and you want them to go out there and win every game. But didn't we, and I say we, the Knicks community, okay, no matter how invested you are, is regardless, but didn't we all kind of make an agreement before the season started that it was never going to be about the regular season this year with this team, right?
Yeah, that's where we are.
It didn't matter what happened in the regular season. They're going to be judged on what they do in the playoffs. So why, and sometimes I'm a little guilty of this, I'll be the first one to admit, why do we freak out as often as we do during the regular season after a bad performance?
Because that's all we have, right? Because that's what you have, and that's what you've seen. And you see the Knicks play against Oklahoma City.
Because Ray doesn't like college basketball.
Well, you see the Knicks play against Oklahoma City, and you have a reaction to it. So, I mean, what are you supposed to do? I understand. I don't do that anymore. I had a nervous breakdown. You know what? Forget it. You're having a full conversation with Santiago away from me.
No,
I deserve better.
Same conversation.
Same conversation.
Dan is saying maybe you'd enjoy it better if we're playing a game of Ringalivio. Maybe you'd enjoy that.
And I couldn't remember the name of it. I said, "What's the Italian game that he was talking about?"
That's high comedy.
It's funny.
Mm-hmm.
By the way, can I just off the beaten path?
Whatever you want. Just you lead us now.
The coffee this morning,
mm-hmm.
and I don't say this lightly. Outstanding. outstanding.
Why
I am
why
enjoying
different
it
than other days?
because I haven't had coffee in a couple days, and I made it to perfection. Throwing the fact that I haven't had it in a couple days, it is outstanding. Friend.
Really?
Oh.
RJ, you finding that the coffee today is different
Well, no,
than it's
this
been?
is my coffee from home. RJ's not drinking it. We're not sharing.
Oh, but I thought you did it from the coffee machine at work.
As someone, and you've got the emails about this, Dave, as someone that does drink coffee out of the machine, I find this coffee machine to be delectable.
Really?
Yeah.
But Dan still, despite the delight that we have at work, brings his own.
Well, he's always been that way, though. You go back.
Are you a coffee snob, Rasta?
I bring my own.
Little bit. Ray brings his own.
Yeah,
Two reasons. Number one,
Ray brings his own beans in and like grinds them and
he's right. He's
makes
very
his own
resourceful.
coffee.
Well, I have the thermos thing that keeps the coffee like super hot for like 4 hours, which is critical.
Mm-hmm.
And I use a little of it driving in. You know,
I don't
to
like
help
when
wake up a
coffee's
little
that
bit.
hot,
Well,
though.
when we used
What's that?
I don't like when the coffee's that hot.
It's not. I just
can't
took
really
a sip from
drink
it now. I made the coffee at 4:28 this morning.
I like a nice,
And it's still
warm
hot.
cup of coffee.
It's warm.
You
How's
never
that?
drink coffee.
Don't you know what? You stay out of my business.
Dan's
You're
always-
like a tea guy, aren't you?
Yeah, he is.
Yeah,
I'll
you
drink
say
hot
that. You know
coffee
what I
on a
had
100
yesterday
degree
morning,
day.
RJ, right in front of you that you didn't even realize?
Coffee?
Coffee.
Well, it's tough
Coffee.
to know. You bring in the same cup every day. You filled it with something different.
Well, Veneer boxes up his drinks in that cup.
Speaking of, Dan used to walk in when we did Jets games together. This has always been his MO, though. This isn't new. He'd walk in with those Dunkin', what do you call those?
The box of Joe?
Yeah, box of Joe.
Well,
For
that
everyone.
that was for everyone,
Right.
for the
Yeah.
group. Because
But-
remember, the old studios at times were like an orphanage. We were basically by ourselves.
As someone that used to manage a Dunkin' Donuts, is a very popular item.
Yeah, Dan would walk in and provide for the room.
You know what, Dan? You're
Well,
generous.
no, and plus those were early mornings, so like again, I would have a cup of coffee in the morning anyway to help wake up.
I got some news before we get back to the roast. You ready? I'm surprised by this.
I know what you're going to say.
This comes from our friend Jordan Schultz, is who I'm seeing it from.
Oh,
Maybe
no,
it's
it's
more
not
than
good.
that, but this is who I'm seeing it from.
Speaking of coffee,
Right? The Giants and running back Devin Singletary have agreed to a restructured contract to keep him in New York with the Giants.
Interesting.
I thought that was as good as done.
oh, here's another. This to me is juicy.
Juicy?
Cam Curl not going anywhere. Rams find a way to keep him.
I'm surprised by that.
That's
in
a
fact,
player.
I thought he might wind up being a member of the Jets.
That's a guy that I would not have minded wearing this uniform. 3 for 36. It could max out at 39. He's a good player.
Wow.
Good player, Bob.
How about stuff's happening?
Oh, and some people thought it was Wednesday.
Oh, no, not some people.
So
Rick attacked me.
So they're going to have to pay Trent McDuffie, too, in theory, right? Why else trade for him? He's
Yeah,
gonna
because
have-
he's 4 years in, right?
And by the way, a 1, 3, 5, and 6 for McDuffie, and I think he's terrific, but that's a lot.
Well, he's an
There's
elite,
a lot
he's an
going
elite
on.
slot corner. Elite. Probably the best. You bump him outside, it's a little bit of a different story, but that's one thing. The second thing is, if you're Puka Nacua, who wants a new deal, how are you going to pay all these other guys who have not been in the battles?
I'll tell you, he's a guy having one hell of an offseason so
he,
far.
He is,
not?
but you're going
Wow.
to bring in McDuffie, who is a 2-time Super Bowl champion, but he hasn't done it with the Rams. And how are you going to look at Puka Nacua and not pay him high-end
Well,
money?
you're going to have to pay him.
And you're starting to pay everyone else now, too.
Receiver.
Let's just use that as a gauge real quick, like Cam Curl. Safety. Not
What did you say he got? 3 for what?
3 for 36, so that's 12
not
mil
nothing.
a pop for a non-premium position. Like, what are some of these contracts going to be for
They're
these
going to be
other
outrageous.
guys? Like, that's what it comes down to.
Where'd the music go?
Let's hear.
The band is tuning back up.
Get the band on the stage and let's play.
Bands on.
Renan says Singletary agrees to a restructured contract per source. He was set to make $5 million and count 6.5 against the cap this season. So obviously that'll be much lesser. And then he says, I now would not expect the Giants to swim deep in the running back market. O-line, O-line, O-line. So I find this to be like confounding though. They're going to hang on to Devin Singletary, who's at best fine, and now they're almost out of the running back market?
It's not a great market. Well, yeah, I shouldn't
That's just
say that.
I heard like yesterday they loved Jeremiah Love, and they might take him 5th, and now today they keep Singletary, and now forget it. Now no
Because
running
I
backs
think
at all.
that, look, Jeremiah, you could say you love everybody would love Jeremiah. Like, Jets would love Jeremiah Love. They're not taking him second. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the problem. I mean, there's like a price point for each of these guys, and the price point is the place in which they're drafted. You know, so there's decent depth in this draft at running back. Like, you can get a dude like day 2 and you'd be fine.
Yeah, I would
Might be
think
Jeremiah
so.
Love's teammate.
True.
Notre Dame.
So LC, this is the email that I got.
Yeah.
And I don't think this is a terrible roast. He says, you won't read this because you're a diaper. What he says about me, which I don't think is nice. But I cannot stand your intro song. It's not because it's not catchy. It is. I have no idea what the guy is saying. He says, I know he's a friend of the show. And he's a friend of the show because he wrote the song, not because he happened to be a friend of the show. But the song needs real clarity. I don't understand what is being said at all. That's from LC.
I don't think it's that hard to understand, is it?
You know what? I don't think he's completely off base. There are times when I listen and I'm not really sure what is being said.
Yeah, but you've heard it 97.3 million times.
And I'm still not exactly 100% sure what is being said. You hear the intro song and you understand exactly what's being said at every moment.
Like I said, I've heard it eons. I've heard it as many times as you've heard Happy Birthday, probably.
No, I've heard Happy Birthday since I'm a child.
I'm talking about even for other people's birthdays.
That's back when he was playing
Ring-a-Levio.
Yeah. You can mock all you want. I mean,
SpaghettiOs.
You know what it does? It saddens me. It saddens me that you didn't have a childhood like the Ring-a-Levio players of the world did.
I'm still trying to figure out where you're hiding the flag in the gym. Because my gym wasn't that big, that's why.
What did you work at? Have gym in a shoebox?
It was a Catholic school. It was a small school, dude. Like we didn't have like all these like bells and whistles.
Were there sides of the gym?
Yeah, there were sides, but it was like it was a small gym.
You didn't have like the mats up against the wall.
No,
you didn't have like a chair. Maybe
they had
in the corner
stage.
Of the gym? Like,
so unless you like go on the stage and like hide it behind a curtain, but like anybody could find that. That's the first place they're going to think to look.
Forget it. Let's just continue along with the morning roast and just be minions to the show. Let's go to Noah in Bergen. Noah, you're on the morning roast.
Hello?
Noah, you're on the air.
Hello?
Oh, dude.
Hey,
Noah, you're on. Forget it.
I mean, come on.
Let's go to break. I can't. I don't understand. He's been on hold for like 9 minutes. We get to him. He's perplexed and confused. And then he's gone.
How do you be confused? Like, what's?
Well, you didn't hear that? It was.
I heard it, but like, where's the confusion stem from? Like,
I don't know.
Called in.
I don't know.
You called in.
Right.
You called in to roast, and then all of a sudden you're confused. Like, what is it? How am I in this situation?
Let's move on. Let's power through this. James in Pennsylvania. James, you're on the morning roast.
All right, guys, I'm wide awake and I'm ready to go. Let's do it.
Let's go.
All right, so I make an appointment with my doctor. All right, it's far down the road, a month and a half, so that's too far for me. So they say, okay, I can put you on a waiting list. So when you get a text, just respond and you'll get the earlier time. So I do this like 5 times, and still I don't get the appointment. So I call in, and I'm like, what's going on? The lady tells me, oh, everybody's on the list. So it's a bunch of people on the list. So what am I responding to if everybody's on this list? But by the time I respond to it, it's going to be taken. Just put me in the earlier time. That's why I'm on the list.
Dealing with doctors nowadays, James, and it's a good roast and it's a good call. Dan, I had to switch doctors a couple of years back because I was sick and I thought I might have a strep throat.
Yeah.
And I called. Obviously, I needed medical attention. And they're like, he can see you next Wednesday.
Yeah, I don't know.
Like, what is the point of having a doctor?
I don't know how we've gotten to this point, but you're spot on. This is, you're sick. You pick up the phone, you call your doctor. They should work in. Sometimes, like, you get like, is it an emergency? Well, I'm like, who wants to go to the doctor?
Right. Like
who willingly?
If I'm calling because I'm unwell and I think I need an antibiotic, yes.
Yeah.
I don't need to be rushed to the hospital.
I don't want to like surround myself with other sick people just because I have the free day off. I can think of other things to do to kill a Wednesday.
You ever
if
ask
I'm
your wife,
calling,
hey, what do you want to do today? You know it'd be great if we call the doctor and push our way in there for a visit.
I mean, they might ask us to update our insurance information. Yay! Wouldn't that be fun?
Let's go to Everyday Edgar. He calls every day, and that's why he's Everyday Edgar. You're on the morning roast.
What's up, boys? What's up, Grassa?
Edgar.
I want to roast Yankee fans that we running it back. Why are we running it back? We're so spoiled. 94 wins weren't enough. You were not entertained? Come on, man.
I
We're
understand
going to come back with
Edgar.
Strittler. We're going to come back with little Garrett Cole, and let's see what happens. Enough with we're running it back. It's annoying.
I actually disagree with you. If I'm a Yankees fan, I would be annoyed that you're doing this.
You're running it back. Their team run it back.
You just said Schlittler, who, again, was good and has tremendous upside. Garrett Cole comes back, and let's just see what happens. Why should the Yankees, who have a small window with Aaron Judge, ever be a team of, let's just see what happens?
So they can recycle the whole October's a crapshoot line.
Right. But here's the thing. It's not even a crapshoot. You haven't been good enough in October the last 17 years to even say it's a crapshoot.
But the thing is, it's like you get tired of it because, 90% of the time, Yankees will be fine getting to the playoffs. Mm-hmm. They pencil them in already. They're in. Don't matter. Team run it back. They're in. But what happens when you get there? And that's all that the fans should really care about.
And last year, when they got there, they beat Boston, fine, and got ambushed by Toronto.
Right.
RJ.
Hi.
How you doing?
I'm good.
Good. You have a nice, good roast today?
Yeah, mine's simple.
Can't roast your hockey team anymore.
No, they're elite.
Take care of Sam Carrick.
I like excited hockey, RJ.
Hey, do you have a hockey team out there? There's a good chance we can beat you.
Do you believe?
Wow,
seriously, do you believe? Dave?
You understand the change this is?
Yes. I mean, we were that was like an easy joke, even a laughing joke for years.
No,
this hockey season.
I know you can't even envision it. This is the Jets in 2 or 3 years being 11-2.
That's exactly what this is. But remember, when the Sabres were very close to making a playoff push a couple of years ago, and it's RJ, the Sabres,
and he was dead.
Responded.
He was
dead.
He
didn't believe, and he was right not to. He ended up.
Well,
being
the Jets,
right,
the Jets, and the Sabres are the two teams with the biggest drought of not making the playoffs.
Not anymore.
Party's over.
No.
This is a first place hockey team.
I was looking at the standings easier. They could win the division. And they actually have a chance to get home ice in the Eastern Conference.
By the way, this is, again, it's every year. Can I just say it? Can I get it out of the way like a mini, quick two-word roast?
Yes.
The NHL playoff format sucks.
It's the
not
worst.
great.
It's the worst.
You're looking at the other night.
Stop with the brackets.
The other night, right? They showed you I forgot it was in the Western Conference, the brackets if the playoffs started today. You know how many good teams are going to be out after the first round just because of the way the thing is set up?
I don't know why, and people sometimes, listen, it's a differing of opinion. Sometimes people root for this for March Madness. It's a downside. You want great matchups. You want upsets in the
You don't want Michigan to go out in the first round or Duke or any of the big boys.
Because when Central Valley State, who pulls the upset, has to play in the next round.
You get two directional
you want to watch Central Valley State against Princeton in the second round?
That's the problem.
I'm not saying all the big boys, but you know
what? Can we focus?
RJ needs to roast.
RJ, dial in and roast.
So it was a good lead-in with the hockey. So I saw, walking out of here, I don't know where this person works, but I saw this person before I got stranded in Florida, or took a sabbatical, as you and Rick have put it. And he was wearing a hat that caught my attention. And I kind of forgot about it until I saw him a few days ago again. And it annoyed me even more.
Oh, is this someone we know?
No, he doesn't work in this building, doesn't work on this floor, just works somewhere in this area.
Okay.
To the point where when I leave, I've seen him twice. I don't know anything about this man.
But you don't know him?
No, not even a little. He's wearing a hat, a winter knit hat.
It's cold out.
That just says NHL Original 6. And it has all the logos.
Oh, I've seen this. I've seen this.
The Rangers and the Blackhawks and the Leafs and the Canadians.
It's like Rob Lowe's generic NFL hat.
It's worse.
And there are teams on there that are bitter rivals. Are you just rooting for all of them? And you're crossing divisions and countries.
Yeah, but he's letting you know.
It's ridiculous.
He's an old-time hockey fan.
Hey, RJ, Rangers and Maple Leafs last night, 631st meeting all time. How about that?
I'll tell you what, this guy loved it.
Yep.
He won no matter what.
Next time you see him, be like, hey, that was 6-3-1.
It's ridiculous. It's insane. And you need to either pick a team or, you know what? Maybe I'll just root for the other. Well, how many 26? I'll take the other 26.
That's right.
It's ridiculous. You cannot root for 6 teams.
You are now a Kraken fan.
Don't defend
can I be
this.
honest?
Don't defend it.
I'm not defending it per se.
You want to?
No. I don't have the same vitriol about this that
You wear
treat it like the guy.
But like, where would you get that? Like,
I don't know.
You know, they don't have Original Six conventions.
You
it's not
wear-
like it's the Winter Classic or something.
Here's where I think you would align, Dave. You wear the colors, you wear the logos of one team. Pick a team. You cannot. I would never wear a shirt or something unless I was like mandated by work to wear any team's colors.
If
anyway.
work said to you,
like you'll be fired if you don't wear a.
Tell me you couldn't see this as such a major issue. If work said to you, hey, guess what? Great news! It's Seahawks Day next week. Everyone has to wear a Seahawks jersey.
No, this seems
hat.
like an HR violation.
Would you do it?
I'd get a lawyer.
Well, that's why I think I say all the time. I think it's silly if you. All right, let's say Mets Yankees are in the World Series or a play. Like, you know when you go to the game and they sell merch, either T-shirts or hats that have like the Yankees and the Red Sox,
half Yankees, half Mets,
and you buy that and you wear it on, and so you have a team that you don't root for. Like, remember when the Dodgers played the Yankees and they were selling Ohtani merchandise at Yankee Stadium, and like some of it was like Judge and Ohtani.
Yeah. Well, you know what annoys
Yankees,
me
Dodgers.
as well.
You can't wear that as a Yankee fan.
What I detest, like, have you seen like the red Yankees jersey?
Oh,
like what?
But we're getting lost here.
No, we're not. Your roast is meh, and we're trying to spruce it.
No,
it was a good roast.
No, I think you're the one that does. You know what? I call into question your fandom. What's my
I'm not a real fan.
NFC East hat? I'll get one for you.
No.
You can support them all.
No.
You have no problem.
Get a
with this.
retro one with the Phoenix Cardinals in
Yeah,
it, just to add some more.
you
know.
No, the
clearly
St.
have
Louis Cardinals.
Yeah, you clearly have no issue with this. So I'll get you a nice NFC.
No,
East
I don't want
hat.
one of you stinking hat. You know what I'm going to get you for Christmas this year? A nice Seahawks jersey.
Super Bowl champion.
Yeah,
Super Bowl champion Seattle Seahawks.
He will pummel you, and you will deserve it.
Well, no. He'll have to take the thrashing, and then when the Giants thrash his team this year, he'll take it again.
Yeah, he's very high on the Giants thrashing the 49ers this year.
This is the third time
Very
just
high.
this week, Dan, that he has said that the Giants are going to. There's been
Dan, we're back.
There's been a lot of different descriptors. There's thrash. There's pummel. There's smash.
Kick the ass of.
That's
that
a new
has
one.
been mentioned. No, that's
Belt
been mentioned.
to ass.
By the way,
that's new.
Are
That
you
one's new.
are you on the bandwagon with myself that Giants Seahawks could be the season opener on that Thursday night?
I hope not, but I guess it's possible.
No, think about it. Harbaugh, the big moves they've made all off season, like against the champs, like that would be an appealing matchup. I think.
Yeah, it'd be appealing for you, not for me. I don't want to
Well,
open.
I
I don't want to open
saying,
the season.
They don't care about you. They care about the nation.
They should care, but they should take me into account a little bit. All right, let's go to Noah in Bergen. Noah, you're on the morning roast. You're back. You better be there,
Sorry
Noah.
about the poor guys. Oh, I'm here.
All
I'm
right.
here and I'm ready. And this is an elite roast. You're going to love it. I'm going to roast Rick DiPietro. And I'm sad that he's not here to defend himself.
All right.
So remember that interview with Buster Olney last year, that 40-second rambling question that you guys went crazy after him?
It was a disaster.
Eli Manning joins us here on the show. Eli, I've always been interested to get your take on this because it was one of the things I admired about you the most. So I hear from NFL guys all the time, and I think I don't know if it's exactly the same, but my experience playing hockey is you kind of have one level in preseason, and then you get to the regular season, then you get to the postseason, and then eventually, if you're lucky enough, you get to the to the Stanley Cup final.
Oh boy!
But it ratchets up every kind of step of the way, and to watch you throughout your career be able in those biggest moments to take your game to that next level, to watch you in San Francisco take the beating that you took, and just these runs that you went on. How were you able to?
Oh my God!
To get yourself to perform the way you performed in those biggest moments, where you see some guys struggle to find their way in those moments.
Yeah, I mean, I think
Eli's career wasn't as long as that question.
Noah, I'm glad you brought this up. I probably was so excited that day, and thanks for the call, Noah. I was so excited that day that I didn't recognize how long is that question?
Jesus.
That is 50 seconds.
No way.
1 or 2 seconds is the pause, and then Eli. So let's call it 48.
Let's go 48. Yeah,
that's a 48-second question.
Guess what? Rick gives me crap constantly about the Oswaldo Cabrera thing.
What was the old record Rick had? The one with Buster?
I think the Buster one, which was awful, was not 48 seconds.
And maybe it was 47.
Wow.
The Buster one was long.
How do you get up from that? RJ, did you recognize at the time that his question was so bad?
No. I had no recollection.
When you just heard it there, weren't you like, uh-oh?
That question was so long that Eli had to go through another whole Hall of Fame process to find out he didn't get in again.
The answer might have changed by the end of the question from what it was at the beginning of the question.
Yeah, I think the old record was 40.
I got 45.
Yeah.
40 Busters was. Dan,
That's
have
a
you
new
ever heard the
record.
Buster question?
I think I might have.
Oh, do you guys have that?
This was painful, though.
Prepare yourself. Here we go.
Oh, here we go.
This was painful.
Let me ask you a question, though, Mike. So,
Mike,
I'm a Jets fan. You know that. And
what is this?
The
Who's
moves that
Mike?
Kirk Douglas
This
made during the
isn't even the
offseason,
Buster one.
His draft,
Oh, boy.
all the excitement surrounding this team.
This is Mike T.
It feels like Zach Wilson going into Tier 2. There were some expectations that he would make a jump and this team would start to win some games. It felt like there was a little bit of pressure on Joe Douglas to start winning some games. So how do you handle this? Like, say Zach Wilson misses the first 2 or 3 weeks of this season.
He asked the
because you're
question,
taking
then
your time,
answered
you don't
it.
want to rush him. And for some reason, Joe Flacco steps in and is playing really well. Offense is humming, and they're 2-1 after 3 weeks.
Oh, no.
How do you handle it? Because aren't you're still trying to prove to guys in that locker room that you're trying to win.
What about
Probably
weeks
good for
4,
Coach
5, and
Sala to win.
6?
How would
Break
you
that
handle
down
it?
next. We actually have a pattern now.
Yeah, we
There's
have
actually a pattern.
We have the
There's
podium.
a real problem
Well,
here.
that's the bronze. What you just heard is the bronze. We heard the gold. So it's 45, 47, and 48.
Oh, God.
Which was the longest?
The one
The new-
that
the
you
new
just
one.
heard from
So
Eli.
you have
New
guests
record.
on for 10,
Yeah.
maybe 12 minutes, and Rick is thinking.
Think about that.
Let me take
Angry
up.
text messages will be incoming very
1/10
shortly, by the way.
Oh, you already got it. You didn't get it?
1/10 of the interview with Eli was that question.
1/10 of the Eli interview was him rambling with a question he answers himself, and re-asks to Eli.
Oh, wow.
What do you do
That
about
is
this?
ve-
Blah, blah, blah.
that
Say,
is
blah, blah,
very
blah.
rude. I'm sorry, Rick.
Well, you know what the result of this will be, right?
Oh, no.
You do realize the result of this
3
will
second
be
questions.
This is
no one will get a question more than 12 to 15 seconds
this-
for quite some time.
this stuff can't be repeated on air.
Wow. You know what? Noah wins the day. Noah's entree into the roast was bad because he gave the double hello and then vanished, but he called back and he wins the day.
Noah had one hell of an arc. You know what I'm saying? No, not the Noah's Ark. I'm talking like an arc of his day.
Nice.
And
All
his
right, let me
contribution
go
to the
because
show.
we're way late already. But
Are we?
John's on a cruise.
It's
Doesn't really
8:30.
matter.
He's having breakfast with characters.
So last week, now this is kind of a double roast within one. Like you're using the bottom oven as well. Last week we are in Lancaster going to Ben's doubleheader, and it starts at noon. And we sit down at a restaurant at about 11:10 and say, listen, and it's breakfast, Dan, and it's a breakfast factory.
Is that Amish country in Lancaster?
It's Amish country-ish, yes. So it's breakfast, and we say, listen, we're kind of in a rush. We're not in a mad rush, but we need to move a little bit here. We're ready to order. 11:10. What time would you say the food comes out? Eggs and pancakes, Dan.
How would I say they come out?
What time would you say?
Oh, 11 to... I would like to think within 15 minutes.
11:41.
Now, see, that's unacceptable.
11 for eggs. But that's not even my roast. Here's my roast. I'm at I'm not even going to say the name. But it's a pancake factory. I haven't been there in a long time. And it's right next to the hotel we're staying at. We walk in. Great. And Sherry even comments, this is clean. This is, this feels like this is a good decision.
Is this an international establishment?
Maybe it is.
Okay.
Maybe it's even
Just
in
wanted
like
to clarify.
Maybe it's in a home. I
Okay.
don't know. But what I do know is that I sit and I get a cup of coffee. And I'm drinking said coffee, and it's delicious, Dan. Delicious. Until I get to the bottom of the cup of coffee, and there's a wrapper at the bottom of the coffee. And I'm, as you can imagine, very turned off.
Mortified. I would jump up and spit it out of my mouth like it was a fire-breathing
It
dragon.
didn't go into my mouth. I saw it before I ingested it. But still. So I say to the waitress, excuse me, there's trash in my coffee. And her response is, are you sure? Yeah. There's trash in my coffee. So now the meal's been ruined. So now it's 11:20-ish. We've ordered 10 minutes ago. It takes another 21 minutes for us to get the food. There's trash in the coffee. I've ordered 2 eggs, 1 pancake, and a side of bacon.
What kind of wrapper is in the coffee, though?
I believe it was a straw wrapper.
Oh, like a plastic.
Yeah.
Oh.
So I say, listen, my bacon, I want it burned.
Mm-hmm.
Burnt, like crispy, burned, like
beyond recognition.
Yes. They bring it out. I'm confident that it was still walking.
Oh. Rubbery, stringy.
It was like, hey, you know what I'd like to order? Pieces of fat. That's what it was.
Oh.
So they gave me pieces of fat, and I'm like, forget. We're in such a rush. We have no time. We're up against it. Fine. I push it to the side. I'm not gonna eat it. Now a waiter sees this and runs over. Are you not okay with your bacon, sir? I said, it's not cooked. It's fat, and on top of the wrapper that was in my coffee. Can we just get a check? He goes, can I bring you bacon the way you'd like it? Crispy, fine. He brings out bacon that is almost the equivalent of what was brought out to me in the first place. Needless to say, Dan, long story short, I'm not going to this place for my pancakes again.
Did they give you any restitution?
No.
The wrapper thing is disgusting.
No.
How do you have that in a cup of coffee? I would have walked. I would have stormed out. I would have called the Board of Health, even though I was just passing through the community.
And she goes, make sure you don't leave them a great tip. Great tip. Don't worry.
No tip.
Don't worry.
You know what I'm going to leave them? I'm going to leave them a wrapper. I'm going to leave them a wrapper that was in the coffee.
Here's the tip. Don't look directly into the sun. That's your tip. All right, Dan.
All right. Also on Saturday.
Yeah.
Went out to pick up some dinner.
Yeah.
To go. Little Mexican.
Uh-huh.
Okay? You can draw your own conclusions. It's a franchise. Go there quite frequently. More often than not, no issues. Order the burrito.
The burrito.
Okay? And the assembly line, they take your order, they load it up with the proteins and all that stuff, and then they pass it on to the next person on the line who does all the fixings and the condiments and all the stuff you want on it. And then at the end, when he's done doing that, he has to wrap it and roll it. There's a science to it. There's an art to it, right?
Oh, absolutely.
So,
is this a chain restaurant?
Absolutely, yeah. It's a chain.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Little wordplay there. It's a chain.
Chippish, yep.
Yeah, yep, absolutely. So, said gentleman is rolling. And then I notice that as he's rolling, there seems to be an issue. And I look over. It broke. It broke.
It broke?
It broke. The contents went right through said burrito.
Oh, no.
It broke. At that point, I'm thinking, well, he's got to start over. Just take what was on it and then put it on a new one and start again. While this was going on, I went over to the register and, did the transaction. So I wasn't paying attention intently, thinking they're just going to simply put the stuff on a brand new one, start from scratch, and we'd be good to go. Well, fault is mine because I should have been paying attention closer. We get home. I unwrapped said burrito. You know what they did? Instead of starting from scratch,
Tell me.
He took the burrito with the hole in it, took a brand new one, and wrapped that one over the one with the hole in it.
Oh, no.
So I had two.
So you were eating double burrito?
Double burrito. Dave, let me ask you a question.
That's awful.
Let me ask you a question. And everybody out there, too, that's listening, you can play the home version, okay? God forbid if you have a flat tire, hole in your tire. Do you change the tire or you just take a brand new tire and put it over the one with a hole in it?
I never thought about taking a new tire, but
I don't think that's the standard
It's
practice.
a way. It's an idea.
I guess you could. So basically, that's what it felt like I was doing. I was chewing through basically two tires, trying to even get to the contents of said burrito.
How about if you were concerned about caloric intake?
That too.
And you're like, whatever, I don't want to go over a certain number for the day, and I'm really counting calories. And now he's like, you know what, you, Pally, here's a second burrito.
Let's put it
on
this
top
way.
of the first burrito.
Think of whatever stand-up comedy routine special that you saw in your life that had the grossest, foulest, crudest language over the course of said special. I probably lapped that while I was trying to eat this burrito with every bite that I attempted.
You know what the best thing to come out of this morning roast is, RJ Raymond?
What's that?
Is that Rick has been listening to it and is thrown on edge right now. We are getting Me specifically, getting attacked on the text chain.
And you're bringing this all to light.
Yeah, well, yeah, you have to.
Yeah, it's not great for you.
No, it's not great for him.
Well,
RJ. This is the age-old. This is what people do. He's horrified at his embarrassing question, and the length of question that has now become the Rick DiPietro. I think from now on, if you ask a question 45 seconds or more, now you're just asking a DiPietro.
So this is what we're doing?
It's the DiPietro, yeah.
This is what we're doing
yeah,
now?
after Rick said some not so nice things to all of us, he focused on the breakfast. He said, "This is a great story about the breakfast. Tell your waiter to make the bacon look like your face."
Yeah. And I responded, I'll tell him in a very long question.
Yes, we can see.
Yeah.
I hope the guy oh my God, I can't read this.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
You know what the great thing about him is?
Rick, you broke him. You broke him.
Yeah, this is true.
I didn't do it. A caller did it. I had no idea if it even happened. You know what? As long as we're doing this, though, RJ, do me a favor. Could you play the Buster only question? Dan, you got to hear this.
Can we not? Can we not?
No.
You
You
got
have
48
to.
seconds to kill one.
For God's sakes.
Come on, we got a few seconds.
Buster, now what do they prioritize, you think?
Yeah.
Because, I mean, you just mentioned the pitching. Will Warren is not ready. Carlos Carrasco
Let's run
shouldn't
through
be
the
in the
rotation.
rotation. So,
2.
I mean, pitching is an issue. And then on top of that, now with the injury to Jazz,
3.
I mean, Volpe hasn't kind of blossomed into what they expected. Thank God for Paul Goldschmidt.
5.
But now, I mean, at third base.
I thought it was a pitching question.
Do you find, because here's the thing for me, and it drove me crazy last year with the Yankees. I'm a Mets fan, but if I was a Yankees fan, I would have been like going nuts at the deadline. You have Juan Soto for 1 year. Like
6.
how many more years of this kind of dominance does Aaron Judge
7.
have left? Didn't really go all in at the deadline. Now you lose Soto. It's like they have to at some point take advantage of having the best player in baseball. Garrett Cole's gone. Who knows what
8.
version you get when he comes back? Like, I mean, do you think they do both, or do they prioritize the pitching over maybe some help at third base?
A question that started off as a Yankee pitching question had not one but 2 mentions of Juan Soto. Think about that.
So here's what I'll say, and then we'll break and we'll come back and maybe dissect this even a little bit more. I find that, even though apparently that's shorter than the Eli question, I think that's more that's a worse question.
Because you go on so many twists and turns.
And he tells him, by the way, I'm not a Yankees fan. I'm a Mets fan. There's a time he resets the question.
Yeah.
Here's what I'm thinking.
Here's what I'm thinking. And you mentioned the guy who's not even on the team twice.
That's not great.
5
now,
more
of
seconds,
course,
we would have got
these two babies will say nothing because they're scared. I go full force.
I thought we were
and by the way,
on our group
chat, he's now taking a shot at your physique.
This is getting nasty.
And my physique?
Yeah, your physique.
There's nothing wrong with my physique.
Well, that's not what he would say. He claims in the group chat the best way I can clean it up is you need
be clean.
Yeah, careful here.
You need a man's ear.
Oh, it is chilly in here.
All right, let's take a break. We'll come back. I'm glad he's dialed in, and I'm not overly upset that he's upset. It's DNR with you right here on ESPN New York. All right, let's see what's happening on the roads. Here is Debbie Duhame.
Hi, Dave. Hi, Dan. I'm going to roast the big pothole on 109 southbound at Style Street in Linden that I hit yesterday. Pothole, you are roasted. More pothole repair on the Garden State Parkway south into 137 in Kenilworth. They're working on potholes on the Palisades Parkway north exit 12 up through Pomona. Potholes on the FDR Drive south in the 70s and the Bronx River Parkway south by the Bronx Zoo. Another big pothole, ongoing repairs. Traffic sponsored by Positive Coaching Alliance. If you have questions about youth or high school sports, Positive Coaching Alliance can help. PCA builds better athletes and better people through youth and high school sports. PositiveCoach.org. I'm Debbie Duhame, 880 ESPN New York.
Good Karma Brands is proud to be an equal opportunity employer, providing equal employment, development, and advancement opportunities to all teammates and applicants. To learn more about careers with us, please send an email to talentacquisition@goodkarmabrands.com. That's talentacquisition@goodkarmabrands.com.
Become a Yankees Universe Fan Club member today. The Rookie and Explorer packages are now available. All Yankees Universe members receive a membership card, 2 tickets to a 2026 Yankees home game, access to a members-only website, and MLB audio at bat. Plus, Rookie members get an official New York Yankees t-shirt. A portion of all proceeds benefits pediatric cancer research at Memorial Sloan Kettering Cancer Center. Join Yankees Universe today at yankees.com/universe.
Do you owe $10,000 or more in credit card debt or personal loans? With credit card debt at all-time highs, Debt Relief Advocates is urgently notifying consumers of debt relief now being made available, designed to aid consumers with out-of-control credit card debt. Those who qualify and enroll for this relief program will only have to pay back a fraction of what they owe. This is not bankruptcy or a debt consolidation loan. This is a relief program that credit card companies would rather you not know about, as it ends your debt nightmare and saves you lots of money. Consumers owing at least $10,000 in credit card debt or personal loans can now take advantage of this debt relief as the cost of living skyrockets. Debt Relief Advocates has established a relief hotline for you to call to learn what debt reduction you may qualify for, so don't wait. For this free information, call the Relief Hotline at 800-606-8737. 800-606-8737. 800-606-8737.
Ox Spine at New York Presbyterian is always in pursuit of a better way to heal the spine. We're getting more people moving again with minimally invasive, non-surgical, and surgical treatments, with innovative solutions for every back and spine condition and your unique needs. Expert spine care is available now across New York City and Westchester. Find a doctor at nyp.org/oxspine. Stay amazing. New York Presbyterian.
It's tournament time when the most talented teams survive and advance. And whether you're cutting down the nets or cutting through resumes, one thing's clear. The best teams are built with the best people. If you're hiring, you need ZipRecruiter. Their smart matching technology finds qualified candidates fast. You can add screening questions to get the right applicants and even filter to see who's recently active. Score the best for your team with ZipRecruiter. Try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/USL. That's ZipRecruiter.com/USL. Meet your match on ZipRecruiter.
Every 40 seconds, a child is reported missing. Find the Children is a nonprofit organization dedicated to helping find missing kids. You can be a part of their mission by donating your unwanted car. Call 1-800-294-0222. You'll receive the maximum tax deduction, and we provide fast, free pickup. Call 1-800-294-0222. Donate your unwanted or unused car. Call 1-800-294-0222. This advertisement was paid for in partnership with Cars R Us and Find the Children.
ESPN New York is teaming up with Calandra's Bakery to give you the chance to win a pair of tickets to see New York take on Charlotte Sunday, April 12th at Madison Square Garden. Entering is easy. Stop by Calandra's Bakery on Bloomfield Avenue in Caldwell, New Jersey anytime between March 4th and April 7th to enter in person. Full details and contest rules are on the ESPN New York app. Don't miss your shot to be there live. Brought to you by Calandra's Bakery in Caldwell, home of fresh-baked classic Italian pastries and traditions baked daily.
All right, DNR with you on a Friday, March the 6th. 6 days away from my birthday. I don't know if you guys have any special plans for the big day, but I'm welcoming to any kind of gift, present. RJ, you got any big birthday plans for me for next week?
Oh, just you wait.
Yeah?
Yeah, just you wait.
I don't know. Last week I got like a can of corn.
Like cream corn or real corn?
No, like Trader Joe's canned corn.
As a gift, or you willingly bought this?
No, that's what Rick got for me. He got me. Somebody got me a thing of hard-boiled eggs and.
You talked to the cashier for a minute about the history of cream corn, or a question about it.
Yeah, and the people behind are like, "Hey, buddy, let's get this line moving."
Yeah. Now, do you like the Jolly Green Giant versus the cream corn?
Corn nuts. So RJ, you have something planned out for my birthday?
Oh yeah, a whole morning, a whole show.
Really?
Yeah, everything.
Like it'll be a show. The show will be a birthday themed show.
Oh, it'll be a thrill a minute.
It'll be like This Is Your Life.
Yeah.
Oh, that would be great.
Your third grade teacher will be on. The kid that you whacked in the face with a tennis racket will be on.
All the.
It's your birthday, and it's your birthday, and it's your birthday.
You're good.
All right.
You sound fantastic, by the way.
Hello. Hello.
I was legitimately scared there. I was like, what happened?
Well, RJ's in the middle of talking, and then he's gone.
How was it? But I wasn't talking about, like, scared of us being on the air. I thought something was physically happening to you. Remember when you lost RJ earlier? You lost sight of
Dan,
RJ.
Earlier this week, I didn't see RJ on the shot. I was like, where's RJ? Because his shirt blended into the wall.
He was captured.
All right, enough shenanigans. Let's go to Jason in Jersey. Wants to get into the Jets. Good morning, Jay. How are you?
Hey guys, how's it going? Thanks
Great.
for taking
How are
my
you?
call. Good. I'm not a Jet fan, but I want to talk about the Jets. I know you and Rick have really been talking about how you don't want all these quarterbacks, Kyler, Tua, et cetera. And you're saying the Jets are better off losing. But at this point, what are they supposed to do? You want them to just, give up and say, oh, we're going to throw Brady Cook out there and we're going to, try to tank?
No, not Brady, not Brady Cook. I mean, here's the problem, Jay. Right? You're a Jets fan, I imagine.
I'm not a Jets fan.
You're not a Jets fan. So, you're in such or the Jets fan or the Jets world is in such a weird situation because who are you going to bring that's going to make you good? Probably nobody. So how good do you want to be and then potentially miss out next year's supposed elite quarterback draft? So it's a real catch-22. You want to be better, but you don't want to be good enough that you can't get one of these kids in the draft with your picks.
Unless you absolutely catch lightning in a bottle with whatever guy you draft this year that he turns out. But is there going to be enough data that you're going to realize, okay, hey, we have this or we don't have this? How many games is he going to have to play?
You got 3 guys? All right, Jay, we'll play your game. Who are your 3 guys?
The first one, if possible, is I would say the number 44 pick. You see if you can get Mac Jones from San Francisco, if that's possible. That's a good middle of the round, second round pick. Mac Jones comes in. Maybe you do catch lightning in the bottle. He is as good as he was last year.
All right. So Jason, if you were the Jets, would you give up the 44th pick for Mac Jones?
At this point, I think that would be my number one option.
Okay, hang on now. RJ, Jason, for the Jets side of things, is offering the 44th pick for Mac Jones. Do you accept?
Yeah, send it.
Okay, all right, that deal's done.
Okay, can I throw something in to Jason?
Of course.
Here's the thing.
Yep.
That 44th pick in the draft, in a perfect world, that's a guy that's going to be on your team for 4, maybe 5 years. Okay, that's just on his introductory contract. That means if you're trading for Mac Jones, you want him to be your quarterback for 4 or 5 years?
So you, Jason, if you trade for Mac Jones, you believe, you don't trade for Mac Jones as a stopgap for 1 year. You're trading for Mac Jones because you believe he's your quarterback of the future.
I think he gives you the best chance out of anybody that's available in free agency or potentially via trade that could potentially be an option.
For 4 or 5 years?
If it doesn't work out, I mean, he looked very good last year, and maybe you do. Maybe he needed a fresh start, get away from New England. And
Again,
maybe under Kyle Shanahan. Maybe
you have to dig in, though, Jason.
I think it gives you a legit option.
If you give up a first or a second round pick for Mac Jones, you're saying he's your guy then for the next 4 or 5 years.
Right, he's your future quarterback.
I think, and I would not give a first round pick. No way.
No, a second round pick.
Way. I'm not talking about that. We're just saying you're ready to wrap your arms around Mac Jones and say, all right, you carry us, lead us to the promised land because you're now our quarterback moving forward. You're willing to do that.
I think out of everybody that's available, again, I don't want Kyler. I would not want Tua. I think
fair, but just because he's the best option doesn't mean he should be a realistic option, though.
Jason, let me ask you a question. Do you think Breece Hall is a good player?
I do.
Okay, Breece Hall was the 36th pick in the draft. So what you're saying is that you're willing to give up a guy who could turn into potentially a Breece Hall type player, regardless of position, and bring in Mac Jones for a 1 year, keep the seat warm until we draft the guy in 27? You can't do that.
Or you also could hit on a bust, and that guy who's the second round pick could be like, a potential Malachi Corley. So, I mean, it is the risk you run. You could hit on a Breece Hall.
But when you're the Jets...
you could hit on someone that's a bust.
Fair. But when you're the Jets, though, and Dave, you'd probably agree with me on this, they need so much.
They need everything.
They need to cash in on all of these premium first and second round draft choices, 7 of them over the next 2 years.
I wouldn't, and I think Mac Jones is fine. And I think also what happens is you wind up in this perfect situation. You're on the Niners. You're playing for Kyle Shanahan. You have Christian McCaffrey. Your offensive line is really, really good. It couldn't be better. And then he's going to go to the Jets, and he's going to be that same quarterback? But I don't see it.
Help me figure this one out, too. Remember, it wasn't that long ago. Remember Mac Jones was, hated by the pplayers around the league that he was a cheap shot artist?
Yeah.
Remember that?
Of course.
That all went out the window?
Forget about whether he's a cheap shot guy. He's not good enough. What are you winning with Mac Jones as quarterback?
But
look at this division. You got Drake May that you're going to have to deal with for the next 15 years. You got Josh Allen you're going to have to deal with for the next 8 years. And God knows what Miami's going to do. You got Burrow. You got Mahomes. You got Stroud. Hopefully will get better at some point. Lamar Jackson. And you want to go to battle with Mac Jones as your quarterback?
But you agree with me that if you're going to give up a premium first or second round pick for Mac Jones, you're essentially saying this is our guy for the next 4 or 5 years.
There's no way I would do that.
And there's no way you can do that.
No way.
You're not giving up a first or second round pick to have Mac Jones come in as your keep the seat warm guy until you draft your quarterback of the future. That's ridiculous.
It's ridiculous. But see, the thing is his argument had like two different sides to it. He's like, Mac Jones is the best available guy. Oh, fair.
For what?
But that being said, I'm not giving up a second round pick for him.
Right.
If it was all equal footing, like I get Kyler Murray for $1 million.
Yeah.
Or I can get Mac Jones for a second round pick. That's not the same thing.
Get Andy Dalton for a 6th round pick.
I get Derek Carr for God knows what.
Has anybody been able to figure
out?
It's not
enough. I'm not doing that.
Has anybody confirmed though? Is Derek Carr's shoulder okay? Because remember that's what forced him into retirement.
Right.
Did he get that thing fixed?
I don't know. I wouldn't want Derek Carr from the Jets.
He was this close to being a Jet before Aaron Rodgers.
So Tyrod Taylor, Derek Carr, and Carson Beck. Yeah, works?
No, I don't love it.
Well, all right.
I don't like Carson Beck.
Tyrod Taylor. What other quarterback can I give you? Tyrod Taylor, Jacoby Brissett, and
Drew Aller. I'll take it. But here's the other thing, too. I'm not 1,000% convinced that Tyrod's even going to be back.
Okay, well, fine. So Andy Dalton, Jacoby Brissett, and Drew Aller.
You said Andy Dalton. What was the middle guy?
Jacoby Brissett.
Yeah, I'll take it. I'll take a flyer.
Yeah.
As much as you don't want to acknowledge it, it's going to be another transition year. Hopefully, it's not 3-14, but I don't think this is the year of the Super Bowl.
It's not the year of the Super Bowl. The thing that sucks is how many teams before free agency have even hit are looking at this going, okay, we're going to stink this year.
Unfortunately,
usually there's that little bit of hope of okay, if we draft well with this, the Jets are going to be god-awful again this season.
Speaking of, the tanking thing with the NBA, did you see that stat that the teams with the 10 worst records in the NBA right now, and a lot of them are tanking, unabashedly tanking?
Right.
Combined, they're on a 40-game losing streak.
It's not surprising.
That's it's embarrassing is what it is.
Washington is so bad, they're we can bring Trae Young back.
I love how I saw the other day Washington issued an update on Anthony Davis. Are we really doing this?
And the update is he's out for the year,
It's
right?
we're ramping him up slowly. He'll be reevaluated again in 2 weeks' time.
Right.
And what do you think the update's going to be in 2 weeks?
3 games to go. It's guess what,
Yeah.
Anthony Davis? No. Anthony Davis is not playing this season. All right, let's break, come back. Little baseball. Buster Olney kind of has his insight on what he expects from the Mets and the Yankees this year. More football. Stuff might break, and we'll be here for another hour. DNR with you, ESPN New York.
It's Chuck Devine with SnowCountry.com. Find what you need to get projects done from brands you trust at prices you'll love. Lowe's, we help, you save. So we deal with some wet weather in a mix in order to get to the good stuff by the weekend, especially Sunday when we're into full-blown spring skiing and snow that softens when temperatures rise. Northern spots like Stratton, Killington, and Pico got tagged with 4 to 5 inches of fresh snow this week. Wyndham and Bel Air both on 55 trails in the Catskills. That snow should soften nicely this weekend, even on the steeper terrain. Gore Mountain and Whiteface are both 95% in the Adirondacks. Mohawk took a break on Thursday in Connecticut, looking to be back on Friday. They have skiing and snow tubing, and so does Butternut with every trail open in the Berkshires. Jiminy on 43 trails, machine groomed snow and loose granular day and night. Our Snow Country crew hit Stratton in Vermont a couple days ago with all the cruising runs and terrain parks in great shape at Stratton.
You don't just ski or ride, you dominate. At Killington, we fuel your adventure. Be the beast. Ski and ride Killington.
Everyone needs to take care of their mental health, even running back Bijan Robinson.
When I'm on the field and feeling the pressure, I usually just take a deep breath. When I'm just breathing and seeing what's in front of me, everything just slows down. It just makes me feel great before I run the play.
Just like Bijan, we all need a strong mental game on and off the field. Make a game plan for your mental health at loveyourmindplaybook.org.
Love your mind.
Brought to you by the Huntsman Mental Health Foundation, the Arthur M. Blank Family Foundation, and the Ad Council.
New York Knicks fans, here's a total slam dunk. For a limited time, get Verizon Fios and a line of mobile for just $64.99 a month. Get Fios 300 megabit per second for $20 a month. And unlimited welcome for $45 a month plus taxes and fees when you bring your own phone. Visit a Verizon store today to learn more. For new Fios internet and mobile customers, discounts applied over 36 months. Mobile and home discount enrollment required. Plan prices require auto pay. Additional terms apply. For welcome unlimited 5G and 4G LTE may be temporarily slower than other traffic in times of congestion.
Hey, it's Michael K. Not sleeping? Well, it could be your mattress. That's why I always recommend my friends at PC Richard & Son. At PC Richard & Son, they don't just sell you a mattress. Their experts use a 4-step mattress fitting process so that your new bed fits you perfectly. They guarantee it. Top brands like Sealy, Stearns & Foster, and Tempur-Pedic, and in-home delivery on any mattress $399 and up. It's free. So do what I do. Get to PC Richard & Son for your new mattress. Free delivery excludes Manhattan.
You remember what it feels like to move without thinking about pain? To get up, sit up, walk, work, or live without that constant ache? If neck pain, back pain, joint pain, or sciatica took that away from you, it's time to get it back. I'm Bart Scott. Dr. Jay Shaw at Sandwell Pain is the guy you need. Ivy League trained, double board certified, no surgery, no scars, no long recovery, just precise, image-guided, non-surgical treatments designed to get you feeling strong again. With offices in Woodbridge, Livingston, and Inglewood, and most major insurances are accepted, there is no reason to wait. Go to SandwellPain.com. Relief is closer than you think.
That's the ease at which you get information. You want it, you get it. Like that. Ask your phone. Group chat. Smartphone. You're always connected and informed in real time. No waiting. So if you're diabetic and still using finger sticks to read your blood sugar, what are you waiting for? Knowing your blood sugar levels instantly is important for managing diabetes. Call US Med at 888-665-0696. To learn more about continuous glucose monitors, a real-time instant method to track your blood glucose, US Med is an approved provider for Medicare and over 1,000 private insurers. And the best part? Call 888-665-0696 and we'll give you a free insurance benefits check today. So call 888-665-0696 today. That's 888-665-0696 and manage your diabetes as easy as
ESPN New York, now streaming live on YouTube. Subscribe today and watch the show. WHSQ and WCBS-FM HD2, New York. This is DiPietro and Rothenberg.
Can you play the Buster only question?
Buster, now what do they prioritize, you think?
Yeah.
Because, I mean, you just mentioned the pitching. Will Warren is not ready. Carlos Carrasco shouldn't be in the rotation. So, I mean, pitching is an issue. And then on top of that, now with the injury to Jazz,
3.
I mean, Volpe hasn't kind of blossomed into what they expected. Thank God for Paul Goldschmidt. But now, I mean, at third base.
It was a pitching question.
Here's the thing for me, and it drove me crazy last year with the Yankees. I'm a Mets fan. They have to, at some point, take advantage of having the best player in baseball.
This is DiPietro and Rothenberg.
Yeah, maybe by then you'll have some new Giants. Maybe we'll get them.
It's true.
Am I here?
On ESPN New York and streaming live on YouTube.
You guys are very funny. Yeah, I couldn't hear anything. It went dark for a moment there.
That was weird a little bit, but you know, you're here. That's the important thing.
I'm
we worked
here.
it out.
You know what the great thing about that question from Rick? He goes on this whole diatribe, like naming every player, and then he's like, "Here's the thing from me
as a fan."
Right? And then he starts to interject.
Yeah,
it's so good.
He's going to call, and he's going to just go on the rampage. You know this, right?
He won't call. He won't call. He listens. He's driving. We'll get vicious, nasty texts within the next 5 minutes, but he will not call. You know why? I'll tell you why. Because he's horrified. This is what it is. He knows how awful the line of questioning was, and he's embarrassed. So his way of changing the narrative is to attack us, is what he does, Dan.
It's the deflection property, right?
It's the age-old deflection is what he's doing.
Defense mechanism, they call it, right?
It's like a child would do, right? Don't look at how awful my question is.
Right. Don't encourage him.
You're fat. All right. So anyway, Mets. See, the nice thing about Rick's elongated question is it was Mets and Yankees related. I have some sound for Buster Olney. Guess what? Mets and Yankees related. Here's Buster from the K Show yesterday, giving his expectations for the Yankees this season.
I think they're going to be great.
I really do. I just look. You talk to the other players about Ben Rice and his emergence, and you hear everyone being so excited about Garrett Cole. You see that by the end of the year, that George Lombard Jr. is going to be a factor in the shortstop conversation, or could be, an excellent defender and a great presence. Look, I think they'll continue to get better as the year goes along, and they get Rodon back and they get Cole back. And they're going to need it because this division is absolutely stacked.
So I think the Yankees will be good. I think we both agree that it's going to be a playoff team. I'm surprised, the first initial reaction to that is I think they're going to be great. Because I offensively, I have some questions about the Yankees, and health-wise, I think you have to have some questions about the Yankees.
Right, but again, it's kind of, okay, getting to the playoffs, been there, done that. What's next?
Well, I guess my question would be as well, Tim, what does great mean? They're going to be great. Are they going to win 94 games? Yeah, I think that's fair. Do you look at this team and say to yourselves, this is realistically a World Series caliber team? Because if you can sit there and say that right now, then yes, then I think maybe they could be great. But I don't know that's fair to say.
Well, I think that they're also kind of not holding out hope, but I think that maybe they're keeping open the possibility that they're going to be active at the trade deadline. Well, at or before the deadline, because
at the trade deadline.
Look, it's one thing having Garrett Cole come back, and I get it. He's a huge, huge, huge piece. But you know that there's other things that crop up over a long baseball. Weren't the Yankees last year? Correct me if I'm wrong. Wasn't in June at some point? Didn't they fall below 500?
I don't. Did they?
Didn't they? I got it. They were going through a rut, or it was either that or the year before.
I think the year before they might have.
Well, they missed the playoffs the year before, right?
Yeah, I don't think it was last year.
Let me stand by.
Yeah, I don't.
Because remember, it was like the sky was falling at some point.
I don't think they fell below 500.
Yeah, I don't remember dipping below 500.
No, it wasn't last year.
Remember they had the big lead on Toronto.
Oh, that's what it was. It was that stretch there.
They went on an awful stretch, and they got beaten up by the Blue Jays, and they fell behind Toronto and didn't come back to win the division. But there's no way you won 94 games and fell below 500 in June.
No, they didn't fall below 500. So it had to be the year before. But no, they went through that awful stretch, where they were losing games left and right and not playing fundamentally sound baseball. Base running blunders, errors in the field.
Play where Chisholm got doubled off on a pump up to second base.
Right, and remember you had the manager after the games. Whenever this would happen, he would not hold the guys accountable. Right. That was the biggest issue.
Like, well, Jazz, that's not Jazz, or whatever.
Or that's him. That's who he is.
Well, didn't Jazz say right after? Yeah, do it again.
Right. That got people incensed, and rightfully so. Could you imagine making a monumental mistake, looking like a little leaguer? Like if that happened in Little League, you'd be horrified, and just saying to the fan base, "Hey, I would do that again."
I guess Great Britain doesn't care because they made him captain of their World Baseball Classic team. Did you see that?
Jazz?
He is the captain. He's wearing a C. It's not for Chisholm.
How is Jazz on the Great Britain team?
Well, he's Jamaican, right? And that's a territory of Great Britain.
Oh.
Do you know that?
I knew there was some affiliation, but I didn't know he was playing for Great
Some
Britain.
of these countries that are in the world, but like Czechia or whatever. Czechia is in, and they got beat by Australia. Like, how are they in the tournament?
Why do they have all these teams?
That's what, who? I know it's simple, but who cares?
Can we have the 18? Can we do the 4 nations, but send it to 8? Do I really need Australia? Do I need Chinese Taipei?
Well, Chinese Taipei and whoever they were playing, they ended the game because of mercy rule.
Right. They
played Japan.
Whoever they were playing.
Japan.
Shohei Ohtani hit a
mercy
grand slam.
Rule.
3 for 4 with Dave, by the way. Ohtani.
Did you see his grand slam? By the way, he was off balance. He was fooled and still hit it 400 feet.
Imagine sports talk radio in Chinese Taipei after that one.
Oh, they're probably killing them.
Fire the manager.
Yeah. Didn't even get to play the 8th and 9th innings. That's a very high level of we have failed when you don't get to complete the baseball game. Right?
But that's what I mean. So how can I take your tournament seriously if you have Little League rules, basically, with mercy rule?
You can't.
You
can't. But now you're not a World Baseball Classic guy, right?
No, because you know why?
At all?
No. Look, if the United States is,
you stink.
You got to be really.
Yeah. You're not interested at all.
If you gave
U.S. Japan for the championship,
I'll have it on. I'll have it on in the background. But if you're telling me that it's up against an NCAA tournament game, I don't care what round it is. I'm watching the NCAA tournament game,
which I understand, which I would do as well. But you're telling me we get to I don't know, the DR and United States in the semifinals, and you're not interested?
I'll have it on in the back. But again, if it's not up against something else, if it's the
I
only
understand there's
thing
things
on,
you like better, but
Yeah.
are you not at all interested, or you're not at all interested at this very moment?
At this very moment, I could care less. When we get to that point, like I said, I'll put it on, but I'm not going to sit there and be glued to the TV for 3 hours. I'll be doing other things.
How into the Olympic hockey were you?
I watched all Team USA's games.
So Team USA, Canada overtime. Were you
Oh yeah, and that,
glued?
I wanted. Remember that was the day that the blizzard was coming.
Correct.
So I wanted the game over with because I still needed to go out and get breakfast. I put off breakfast until that game was over. I didn't think it was going to go that long. There was glue. Absolutely.
But I'm just. You are.
Yeah.
You're a football guy.
Yeah.
You're a Major League Baseball guy.
Mm-hmm.
You're an NBA guy. You're a college basketball guy. You like the NHL, but anything outside
left
of
out
the
tennis,
box at
Bob.
all? I know you love tennis.
Indian Wells this week.
Indian Wells going on, right? I get it.
Have you noticed the mix channel on DirecTV for that?
For the
Indian Wells. Got all the courts.
I have not seen that.
901.
Okay.
Yeah.
I have not seen that. But you're not a outside of NFL, NBA, college basketball.
Well, tennis doesn't qualify?
I guess it kind of does.
College basketball kind of qualifies. That's
No.
Yeah, a lot of people don't start paying attention until March.
Yeah, but that's not you.
No,
but when it comes to international or countries against countries, you're not interested.
Well, here's the thing. Okay, the World Baseball Classic was something that they came up with how many years ago? Feels like it was 5 minutes ago.
Now, no?
Yeah, but again, it's something that the majority of my life didn't exist. And if they just came up with it as some poppycock reason, it's okay, great.
But who cares? Who cares what the reasons
Here's
are?
the problem with the World Baseball Classic. Okay, obviously, number one, I'm locked in on the Major League season. If they want to play the World Baseball Classic, and these guys are so gung-ho about wanting to do it and represent their country, fine. Do it in November. Then we'll see
but
how.
They're not interrupting the season, Dan. It's not like they
What if a
stop
guy
it
gets
in
hurt?
June.
What if a guy gets hurt? That's interrupting the season. Is
Well,
it
that's
not?
awful.
It's
but
awful.
how about if a guy gets hurt in November?
If he gets hurt in November, the season's over already.
But you could have come back around.
Okay, but I don't have to worry about that. A team then could change. Okay, for instance, like when Edwin Diaz got hurt a couple of years ago.
Get off. You're the get off my lawn.
I'm not
guy.
a get off the lawn guy.
You're a get off the lawn guy.
When Edwin Diaz
Kids,
got hurt,
don't play Ring Alivio in my backyard. Get off my lawn.
Got hurt in March of whatever year that was. The Mets could just automatically snap their fingers and then replace him with an elite closer. But if it happens in November, you have a whole freaking offseason to make ends meet for the next season. Do you not?
So the only reason you don't like the World Baseball Classic is just because it's in March and not November?
Well, I mean, that's one of the reasons. But otherwise, it's how many things do I got to watch and keep up with? Like, again, this is something that
That's what I'm saying. You're a get off my lawn guy.
No, it's not. More than half my life, it didn't exist.
So what? The Four Nations didn't exist. Did you like that?
Yeah, that was Four Nations. That was four. Like you said, didn't we just get done saying how many of these teams are in it that have no business being in it?
I think that's fair criticism.
I didn't even know they play baseball in Czechia. And all of a sudden they're supposed to be in a tournament with the best teams in the world?
But now I agree with you. But I mean, Ryder or Monmouth or whoever goes up against, Duke and Purdue and Michigan. You don't have a problem with that, do you?
In the NCAA tournament? That's the NCAA tournament. That's part of the
This
format.
is the World Baseball Classic. This is its own tournament.
Best players playing in it? All the best players?
Not all of them.
To me, that also kind of. Let me ask you a question there, Bob. You think that some of the best soccer players in the world are not playing in the World Cup this year because they're resting for?
But I also think the World Cup is much bigger than the World Baseball Classic.
1,000, right? The World Baseball Classic. The World Cup is. The Olympics are. That's steeped in tradition. It's been going on for decades, and in the Olympics, centuries.
How do you start tradition if you don't get it going?
Start great, but it's still.
So at what point do we get there? And you're like,
because I'll tell you
30 years, 40 years, 50 years.
The World Cup, okay, that to me supersedes any sort of soccer league or even the Champions League that there is in the game of soccer. That is the elite of the elite. The World Baseball Classic is nothing compared to the Major League Baseball season.
But
I'm giving you the example as to how I view these things.
The soccer is a completely different level. The World Baseball Classic, it's a nice thing that I get to watch. You say this, the NCAA tournament was nothing until you got to the late 70s. Nobody cared about the NCAA tournament. The brackets didn't even have 64 teams. When I was a kid, it was like 48 teams.
48
And then they expand to 64, and then people go gaga over it for a couple days. But it. How can you just add a history and tradition? You can't.
Right,
So
you got to
20
do
years.
something.
So when do you cross the pantheon where you're like, you know what, now it has enough history and lineage that now I'm excited about it?
Well, let me
30
ask you a
years,
question.
40 years?
How locked in are you going to be?
I'm not going to be locked in, but I'm interested in, and the deeper we get into this thing, the more locked in I'll be.
I watched the championship game, what was it, 4 years ago when it was Japan and the United States?
And that was
Ohtani
awesome.
against Trout. That was great.
And you're telling me when you get these fan bases that are there, that are singing and chanting and every pitch and banging on the drum, like that's great.
It's great. It's the greatest thing. Like I said, it's a 2 pair of underwear experience. I mean, I don't know what else to tell you. I'll watch it. I mean, do you want me to call you when it's on? I'll
No, I don't
FaceTime
need to
you.
call.
Or...
You know what I need?
See, here's the thing. Whatever
it's a tremendous lack of disrespect to me and the World Baseball Classic.
See, I don't think it's disrespectful at all. And look, here's the beauty of this. You know, there are so many options that we have as sports fans. You can watch whatever makes you happy, whatever you want to watch. You know, there's people that don't give a rat's, you know what, about the quote-unquote sports they should be paying attention to, the ones that we consider the major sports.
Yeah, but
I
you're
don't
a
take
big
exception
sports
with them.
fan, and not only are you a big sports fan, you're a sports radio talk show host. So I'd think that you'd have more than a modicum of interest in the World Baseball Classic.
What's a modicum of interest?
Just a very little bit of interest.
USA plays tonight, right?
You going to watch it?
Well, no, I'm not going to be locked in because I'm doing the Knicks tonight.
Okay.
That's a job. And on the second screen, it'll be St. John's and Seton Hall.
All right, so which I think is fair. And you're a 2-screen situation.
2-screen situation.
Okay.
If I want to pull out a third screen, then I'll have probably the World Baseball Classic. That'll be the third choice.
And honestly, I believe that's fair.
That's all I'm telling you. I'm not gonna not put it. I'm not gonna watch a cooking show while the World Baseball Classic final is on.
Right. You're going to prioritize that as third of 3, and I think that's fair. You're interested in St. John's, Seton Hall. That's a huge game for Seton Hall. Should they be able to win it?
They need a resume
Desperately.
boost. Yeah.
I get that. I just don't want you to poo-poo the World Baseball Classic.
I watched the final like 4 years ago.
Good. RJ, how involved are you in the WBC?
I'm involved. I'm going to enjoy watching. I mean, I'm not going to pretend like I'm going to, live and die with it like I did the hockey.
You dialed in tonight?
Who are they playing tonight? Brazil?
Brazil.
Again, Brazil, I think soccer. Like, I didn't know they played baseball in Brazil.
Well, there's 20 teams. You could argue that the tournament might be too big.
It is too big.
It's ridiculously big.
So, I mean, yeah, Logan Webb on the mound. I'll have it on.
Like, you know what stinks too? To defend Dan's point and take, Scooble's making 1 start, and it's in the preliminary round.
Yeah.
What the hell is that?
Because the Tigers, even though he's not going to be a Tiger next year, they're like, dude, we're paying you.
So if you look at the list of when this has been played, it's a little scatterbrained because it was played in 2023 because of COVID, but it's supposed to be every 4 years. So obviously this year it's a little off.
There was a weird time where they were doing it every 3 years.
Yeah,
I
was
think
3
they went
years.
2016 and so 19.
Yeah.
It was
Ray, of all the people I know, you got to be leading the charge for excitement with the World
100%. I'm all in. I'm watching Puerto Rico tonight. I'm watching the Dominican tonight. I'll watch Team USA if I got the chance. I'm all in.
What if they got in cahoots with Major League Baseball? And this is just a wild idea. Perhaps.
Cahoots is a great word.
Every 4 years they replace the All-Star game, and they play this in the middle of the season.
You'd need a large chunk of time, though.
I mean, but RJ, you couldn't do that. You'd have to do like the 4 nations.
Yeah, you block out 2 weeks.
2 weeks. Baseball's not going to punt for
yeah, baseball won't do it.
Wouldn't you feel better though, like if they did it in November after the Major League season, and then guys who still want to play can play, and they're not under any obligation. If they suffer an injury, it's not going to cripple, no pun intended, that current season because it's over.
The hard part about that is you're going to get a lot of pitchers that are already at the end of their innings limit, or their season ended in September, and their team's not going to want them to ramp back up.
Right now, you got to ramp back up to pitch.
Yeah, but that's that comes with the territory.
There's going to be complaints from
There's
from
no
the big
perfect.
clubs.
There's no
solution.
perfect solution.
Yes.
I will say that the idea, like, it was intriguing to think, hey, get rid of the All-Star game.
You know when the World Baseball Classic would have the biggest appetite, and you don't want to think in these terms.
If there's a lockout,
bingo, Bob. You got it.
You know what?
Next year.
But here's the thing: next year is not a year that's eligible for it.
Well,
now
maybe you ramp it up.
But I'm just saying, if the stars ever aligned, then I would be like, let's play a freaking World Baseball Classic season.
But to that note, you're talking about like Scooble and how the type. I mean, the Mets.
Well,
the
and
Mets
if
basically
any
told Lindor
free
he
agent
couldn't go.
Right? Any free agent, for example,
free agent, especially pitcher, be highly dangerous to pitch in that kind of thing.
But just the thought. I mean, obviously, you could make the strong case that Edwin Diaz's injury, as innocent as it seemed, ruined the Mets season that year.
Yeah, but
My
it's
point
like,
is
should
it
Edwin Diaz
scares...
not walk on the beach? Should Edwin Diaz not walk into a restaurant, walk down steps? I mean, he was doing nothing.
You could Cespedes once rode a horse into training camp. Like, come on.
Well, I mean, he wasn't riding it like he was Willie Shoemaker. No, but like
they couldn't find him.
It's scary. Right, that was during COVID when he went AWOL. But it scares the you-know-what out of me. And a Yankee
scares
fan
me as well.
That, like, to see Nolan McLean like on this, like, my
I don't love
God
it
in heaven. I mean, dude, guess what? I don't want any of these guys to get hurt because I love baseball and I want to see the best possible baseball season for the next 6 months. But they're splashing Aaron Judge everywhere in all these commercials with Fox, Captain America, this, that. If I'm a Yankee fan, I would be scared.
Why a position player? Why? I don't understand. Pitching, I totally get. I'm right there in lockstep with you. Why does Aaron Judge or Juan Soto
if
or
any position, well, and same thing. What if a position player takes one up and in and he breaks his wrist? And he's out for months.
Well, what happens if he does it in spring training?
If it happens in spring training, it happens in spring training. I mean, he's getting ready for the season with his team.
All right, so he's getting ready for the season now.
This isn't getting ready for the season.
This is getting ready for the season.
There was no World Baseball Classic last year. He's not doing this last year. He's not doing it next year.
All right,
this
but
is
he was
once
playing
every
in
however
spring
many
training
years.
games last year.
Okay, but again, it happens in spring training.
All right, but this is replacing his spring training right now.
But it's not for spring training. The uniform
But who
says
cares
USA.
what it is? He's getting at bats.
He's not says Mets. It doesn't say Yankees.
But he's okay. So if he was playing a spring training game for the Yankees, he took one high and tight,
suck,
broke
but
his
you
wrist.
understand
you feel
that
differently.
it's baseball.
Nah, I don't think.
Tell Juan Soto he couldn't be able to do this, and watch how angry he gets, and watch how that torpedoes your season.
I hear what you're saying. I totally hear what you're saying. But if they all want to do it that bad, do it in November. Do it in November.
But it's not in November.
But I'm saying you should make it in November.
I don't.
How many guys can you name on Brazil?
Bichette.
We went over this the other day.
Really?
Bo Bichette's on Brazil.
Bo Bichette's on. Is his mother Brazilian?
There's a history. There's a lineage there.
Of course there's a lineage, or else he wouldn't be on the team.
I don't know. Brazil take anybody.
Will they?
Baseball's
Because they
not
need
great
players?
in Brazil. Ronaldinho batting second for Brazil.
Luis Felipe Ronaldo batting third.
Hey, listen, you
Kaká
joke.
will be,
But one of my favorite things to
center
watch about this is watching Austin Wells embrace his Dominican heritage
That's
as
true.
a
Yeah.
Dominican catcher. It's fantastic.
You didn't even know
great.
that Jazz was the captain of Great Britain.
I didn't.
Churchill, Chisholm, great British leaders.
Yeah, he handed it down. You're a very funny man.
Oh, my God. Yeah, guess what? World Baseball Classic, Brazil, screen 3 tonight. How about that, if it makes you happy?
I
and I'll
like
call
that.
you tonight, too.
Good. You never call me.
You don't call me either. This is not going to be a one-sided
You keep
attack.
threatening with this phone call. Call me tonight. I welcome a phone call tonight from you.
But I got the Knicks game. You want me to call you, like, second quarter? First quarter?
I don't care when you call me. I'd like for our friendship, because I think we do have a friendship. Do you agree with that?
I would not refute that for a second.
I would like to really kind of involve you more in my daily life.
Well, again, the phone, it's a two-way interpersonal communication. You can pick up the phone and call anytime you want. I owe you a meal. I said I would owe you a meal.
Need a meal.
Well,
what
I mean,
I should have gotten from that day is a comp day, and John, being the weasel he is, won't give me a comp day.
That's something between you and John that you got to take care of. But we have not broken bread in a while.
It's been a long time.
So that has to happen. And when it happens, because of the favor from last week, I will go ahead and just pick up the tab.
Well, I'm just telling you, it's highly unnecessary.
I know it's unnecessary, but I mean, that's just, I don't mind it.
Okay. Well, that's
It's
fine.
always awkward whenever you're like, when it's two people and you're like splitting the tab.
No,
I
I don't
find
think
it.
so. You know what? You ever have this? Now, I haven't had this in a long time.
Yeah.
But years ago, I used to go out with a specific friend of mine, and the bill would come and be like, so you got a drink. I didn't get a drink. So the total's 68, but you should pay a little more because you ate a little or drank a little more.
Or if, like one guy ordered the steak and lobster tails, and the other guy ordered a tuna salad.
Don't you go out with like, we're gonna split this?
Yeah.
And you don't start with like itemizing different things.
Yeah, you can't do that.
It's not a great look. You know what is a great look though?
What's that?
RJ.
Ooh.
Oh, I mean the best look you could possibly get at this hour. Of the
He's a
morning.
looker.
RJ.
Hi.
He's a looker.
RJ.
Hi.
Oh, there you are. How you doing?
I'm good. I didn't disappear like when I was the wall or when we lost you briefly.
I was gone.
Yeah, you were.
Concerning.
And he was like flipping out too. He was like the kid lost at Sears looking for his parents in the
I
department store.
wasn't
Tom
flipping
Hanks
out.
and Castaway Wilson.
No. if I was flipping out, I've been screaming like, help, hello.
No, there was like some panic. On a level of 1 to 10, it was like a 4, but there was some panic in your voice.
Well, what confused me is I looked at my Comrex and it said connected. My viewing screen was disconnected, and I couldn't hear you guys. So there was definitely
That's technology at its worst right there. Not its finest, its worst.
RJ?
Hi.
How you doing?
Pretty good. Glad
That's
we
good.
found you.
Well, here I am.
I hope you got a lot of World Baseball Classic stuff in this stuff you missed.
A ton? No,
I don't care.
I
I
don't
don't
like
care
the
for
way
your
he-
tone.
Thank you, Ray. I don't like the way you with the World Baseball Classic.
I don't need the World
You're
Baseball
You're not
Classic.
better than the World Baseball Classic.
Nobody
buddy.
said that I'm better than the World Baseball
You think you
Classic.
are.
I think we're in a different conversation.
If you open your mind, you could be having as much fun as Austin Wells is having. It's a whole new
Let
world.
yourself
for
go.
him. Whole
Let
new
yourself
world.
go. Hey, RJ?
Yeah, hi.
RJ!
Hey.
There you are. You ready?
Okay.
Let's go.
Now,
Walk-up three-pointer. He got it!
see ya!
Put it in the box!
The you missed.
So when Japan took on Taiwan, it was really close when the players took the field, and it was 0-0. And then the game started.
Dan, you can talk to Raymond about Montclair State College basketball. Go ahead, RJ.
Shohei Ohtani had a grand slam.
I don't care for
Funny,
your
RJ.
tone now.
He lived on base. Japan wins 13-0. I should tell you, spring training here, stateside Yankees. What's left of them not competing in the World Baseball Classic. They lost 15-0 to the Twins. And the Mets, they just had a standard run-of-the-mill loss 74 to the Nationals. Not a lot of regulars playing in either of those games. Some NFL news, Giants. Devin Singletary took a pay cut. We heard from Jordan Ronan a couple of days ago that he would be on the outs. Apparently the message reached his agent. They take a pay cut. He will be staying with the Giants, at least for now. And Gunnar Olszewski is back with the Giants on a one-year deal as well. The Rams, they're re-signing Cam Curl to a 3-year, $36 million contract. Danielle Hunter and the Texans, 1 year, $40 million. Texans also brought back veteran offensive tackle Trent Brown yesterday.
By the way, real quick.
Okay.
And again, Dave, just you're Mr. College guy, Gunnar Olszewski.
Oh.
Now, that's one you don't.
That's tough.
Well, like if you don't know it now, you don't know it.
I don't know it.
And I know this because Andrew Beck, don't ask me why, on the Jets, we were having this conversation during the season about
West Virginia?
colleges play. Bemidji State.
Oh,
I had
in
never
Minnesota.
heard of that.
Division III.
Yeah.
Isn't it?
Bemidji State.
Yeah.
Sure.
No, I would have.
You got to play that.
He's like, that
Gotta
dude,
play
Gunnar
the game
Olszewski,
again.
went to Bemidji State. I'm like, what?
Wait, he knew it?
He knew, yeah. Well, 'cause
How
he
did he
played with
know?
him. He played with him.
Oh, all right.
Yeah.
Bears are going to release linebacker Tremaine Edmonds. Could be a target for the Giants, at least for Dave. And Cam Jordan of the Saints. He will be of the Saints no more. He is set to be a free agent. The all-time sack leader for the New Orleans Saints.
And by the way, on that note with Cam Jordan, already like the yo-yos on the internet, well, I could see either the Jets or the Broncos because
Yo-yo voice.
Peyton used to be with the Saints and coached them, Aaron Glenn or whatever. But did you see like the shot he threw at the Jets like a week ago?
What did he say?
Like something about, I want to be on a team and win. It's like, and if not, you
Yeah.
might as well be the Jets or
No,
something
but how
like
many
that.
options? How many options is he going to have? Though?
Well, then.
Yeah.
I have a couple.
But bottom line is, it ain't going to be the Jets.
Well, it depends what kind of paycheck he's looking for. Hockey, Rangers. They win a home game in regulation for the first time in more than 100 years.
Nice.
They beat the Leafs 6-2.
Himmelish.
And the Rangers sent Sam Carrick to the Buffalo Sabres. Nice doing business with us. So the Sabres,
you get maple syrup.
they get turned down by Colton Parayko, and then the Rangers get Buffalo's third-round pick this year and Chicago's sixth-round pick in 2026. Sabres also got Logan Stanley and Luke Shen from the Winnipeg Jets. The Capitals, they were busy. Traded defenseman John Carlson to the Ducks. They sent Nick Dowd to the Golden Knights. The Blue Jackets get Connor Garland from the Canucks. Artemi Panarin, you remember him? Scored his first goal for the Kings, who got their first win under their new coach, DJ Smith. They take down the Islanders 5-3. NBA, Tyler Hero scored 25. Miami Heat beat the Nets by 16. So, Dan, you mentioned this earlier. So, the Nets have lost 10 straight games. Care to guess the number of teams in the NBA that have a losing streak of 10 or more games just this season?
I'm going to say 7.
Ooh.
That's a nice number.
That's a nice number. It's 6.
Oh,
close.
So Sacramento, the Wizards, Indiana, Chicago, and the Mavericks also have lost 10 or more at some point this year.
How is that possible?
It's not great. LeBron passed Kareem.
They're not trying to win.
I know.
They're trying to lose.
That's why there's investigations.
Yep. LeBron passed Kareem, most field goals made in NBA history. He scored 16. Lakers lose to the Nuggets by 7. Trae Young made his debut with the Wizards. He scored 12. Wizards lose by 10 to the Jazz. And this is big in the Rothenberg household. Caleb Wilson still not cleared for North Carolina
every day.
Yep, as a rematch with number 1 Duke awaits.
Yeah, tomorrow, ESPN, 6:30, every day. Caleb's got to get healthy.
You might get a lamp thrown at your head.
By the way,
anything is possible.
You're two Ranger fans in this conversation.
Yeah.
Do you want to trade Trocheck? Like, isn't he a guy that could still possibly be part of the solution?
He is.
Whenever that is.
No, but I don't think anyone wants to trade him. He's a valued member in the locker. I mean, you heard Will Cooley yesterday, like what he means to him, like what he means to the younger guys in there.
Right.
What?
He's 32 though.
He's 32. He has some value. This
face-off guy.
The
right?
team.
I mean,
the team has put
great
younger.
guy.
The team has put. Yeah. The team has put the notion out there, like, hey, it's retooling time. So
and
stuff has to change.
You know what the other unfortunate part about it is too, like how they're built. Their franchise player is their goalie.
Right.
We're not in that world in the NHL anymore.
Well, here's the thing. The franchise player has been a goalie for like 20 years now.
Well, I know, but like
So
that's like those days of like you need that one stud to win a cup. Like most teams now, you can win a championship and they use 2 guys. It's a 2-headed monster. I mean, look, if you have them, great, but like
that is awesome.
You need to be strong down the middle.
Well, they're not.
You know what I'm saying?
They're
The elite teams,
team.
Dave, like you're strong as hell down the middle.
But it's wild because, again, this is a team that had 2 runs to the conference final. They won the President's Trophy, for crying out loud. It was not a bad team. They were a good team.
Well, they went to the Eastern Conference Final. They were 2-2 with a home game.
2 President's Trophies in the last 4 years, right?
No, just the one.
Only
Just the
one?
They made the 2 conference final runs.
By the way,
yeah,
you're like 2 years ago the Yankees didn't make the playoffs. 2 years ago the Yankees made the World Series.
I meant 3 years ago. Then when did they have that god awful year? Remember where they finished horribly and like you thought everybody should have been fired then, but they weren't.
I don't think it was all that recent.
No, yes, it was. We were still in the old studio. I remember that. It was like 3 years ago.
It was 23. They missed
23.
Yeah.
All right, so that's
when the
3
Mets
years
had a
ago.
horrible season with all the injuries, and then the Yankees were also horrible. That was a brutal summer.
And didn't they still get to like 80 wins or above 500?
I think it was 2 games over.
2 games over, right? They were 82 and 80, yeah.
But they were under for a lot of that season. And
All right.
remember that whole summer we talked about Aaron Rodgers to the Jets because the baseball was terrible.
Terrible. RJ, you got more?
No, that's it.
That's it?
That's it.
All right, why don't we take a break?
Okay.
When we come back, we'll get to the calls and the Mets. DNR with you, ESPN New York. All right, for one final time this week, here she is. It's Debbie Duhame.
Hi, Dave. Hi, Dan. Have a fantastic weekend, guys. Let's see what's going on the Wantagh northbound by the Southern State. It's an accident being cleared. Bronx River Parkway south by the Bronx Zoo. They're still filling potholes over there. Tough ride as well on the Garden State Parkway south into 137 in Kenilworth with ongoing pothole repair. Watch for delays over on the Hutch in both directions at Mamaroneck Ave in Mamaroneck. Over on the ramp at Downtree and Wires, sponsored by Positive Coaching Alliance. If you have questions about youth or high school sports, Positive Coaching Alliance can help. PCA builds better athletes and better people through youth and high school sports. Info at positivecoach.org. I'm Debbie Duhame on 880 ESPN New York.
Wild Turkey Bourbon and ESPN New York are bringing you the ultimate New York game day. 2 games, 1 damn day. We're kicking things off on Saturday at PJ Wine at 4898 Broadway starting at 3 p.m. Stop by for Wild Turkey tastings, exclusive giveaways, and your chance to win an epic New York sports experience. Opening day energy in the Bronx, Knicks at night vibes, all in one unforgettable day. So grab your crew and experience Wild Turkey at PJ Wine this Saturday. Must be 21 or older. Drink responsibly.
Hi, I'm John D'Agostino from D'Agostino & Associates, the injury firm. You know what's interesting about the words personal injury? The first word is person. And at D'Agostino & Associates, that word means everything. That's because I handpick every person in our firm, from the pleasant professional person who answers your call to the experienced person litigating your case in court. Because every person in my firm is an extension of me, and the only way to exceed our clients' expectations is to deliver the highest level of personal service every single time. And that starts with hiring the right people. You see, we know that every client is a person too, someone going through the toughest time in their lives and deserves to be more than just a file number. At D'Agostino and Associates, we put the person back in personal injury. So call 1-800-BITE-BACK. That's 1-800-248-3222 and ask for me, John D'Agostino. And let's talk about your case, person to person. D'Agostino, law, bite back.
Hi, this is Don LaGreca. I'm big on having the right game plan on the ice and at home, which is why I use Viking Pest Control myself as the pest control provider and proud partner of the New Jersey Devils. Viking has been protecting homes for over 45 years with expert pest control service and solutions tailored just for you. From ants and cockroaches to rodents, stinging insects, and backyard mosquitoes, Viking keeps pests out of your house and out of the play. Bundle pest control with mosquito services and save big. One call, one company, total peace of mind. Visit VikingPest.com. Viking Pest Control, protecting your home inside and out.
25 a month, 5 whole years. Same sweet number in your ears. Check it in a year, check it in 5. This ain't Optimum 5, but price is still alive. 25 a month, 5 whole years. Same sweet number in your ears. Get Optimum famously fast fiber internet. Optimum.com/25 for 5. Or call 8884-OPTIMUM. Terms apply. See Optimum.com for details.
Hey, John, why so glum?
I just got let go. The company's downsizing. This is the third time in the last 2 years. I'm done with this.
Have you thought about My Computer Career? I've heard they can train you for a career in IT in just a few months, including cybersecurity and the basics of AI. And you don't need prior training or experience. Now that's a recession-resistant career.
Wow, thanks. I'll check them out.
Go to mycomputercareer.edu and take the free career evaluation. mycomputercareer.edu, an Elite CompTIA certification partner. Financial aid is available to those who qualify, including VA benefits.
Evan Cohen here. In life, as in sports, the pros make it look easy. That's why pro golfers like Jason Day, Ben Griffin, and Patton Kazire trust the pros in lawn care. True Green. They have the experience and expertise to give you a lawn worthy of the PGA Tour. And since True Green does the work for you, you get more free time, or more tee times. So stop stressing over your lawn and start loving it. Sign up now at TrueGreen.com because nobody makes it easier to get a golf course quality lawn than True Green, the official lawn care treatment provider of the PGA Tour.
Oh, dear. DNR with you, ESPN New York. Rick taking the day. Grassa is with us. You know what I find curious, Raymond, RJ, is that Grassa, I have to deal with this with Rick every time. He has no understanding of when to go back into the studio.
All right. But at least he's here.
He comes hang out with us.
At least he's in here with
Just
us.
to let everybody.
Couldn't we do
first of all,
hey,
exactly.
Dan,
I at least dragged
we're
my ass out of the
30
house this
seconds
morning
away
when it
from
was-
going back on air. Maybe you should go back to the microphone now.
Slept the
We
grand
mentioned.
total of
Well, we mentioned it. What do you want? What do you want?
I mean,
That's
by the
what I
way,
want.
He's bringing A-list, non-airable content, but it's A-list content.
That's great.
It's too
Well,
bad.
What did he bring to the table?
It's-
Non-airable
It's
content.
too bad
Awesome.
we can't talk about it because it'd be great.
I don't understand it anymore.
Just to take everybody behind the curtain. This is how it works.
I definitely grew up. I've definitely reached that age where I'm too old.
Time
for
to
this
change,
crap.
yeah.
Time has changed.
So, just to make sure all four of us could be in the same conversation during the commercial, I have to physically walk into the control room,
Which is
to make that happen. And so, I don't. There's not a
heroic. Some would say
there's not a shot clock in the control room letting us know when we're back in break.
Hey, Dan, 30 seconds. Maybe you want to get back over.
I was going to say something.
Technically, there is a shot clock, but you know.
Yeah, but you kind of just. You know what? And you're there, so you know this, Dave. When he says that, it doesn't sound. He doesn't make it sound punitive.
Well,
it's almost optional.
You know
it's
what
an
I
optional
think
countdown.
I think you need to really, loudly
Start
and
counting
aggressively tell him, Dan, 30 seconds,
10 seconds.
go.
Physical force.
10, 9.
No, just Dan, go. Get out of here.
No, but
and
if
get
I
back
was
in the
like,
studio.
if I was like Rick and I was doing the conduit thing where I was down the other end of the office, that's
couldn't
one
see
thing.
him
I'm
for 20
in the
minutes.
same room.
I need to be like the bench yelling at OG Anunoby that the clock's running out. Shoot it.
2
Or the
seconds.
Rangers on
go.
the power play.
Go. All right, Dan. You want some calls? You want some Buster Olney on the
absolutely.
Mets? What do you want?
Buster Olney without a 48-second question leading into Buster.
You're not going to get any question.
You're trying
It's
to get
only
yelled
gonna
at
be
is
the
what you're
answer.
doing. You're trying to get yelled at.
Buster Olney, what do you think of the Mets this season?
I think they'll make the playoffs, but I just, there's a wide variation, I think, of possible outcomes for this team. Unlike teams that are built with this kind of money, I think Luis Robert is going to have a big year. It is such an important year in his career. He's obviously super talented. He's shown that in the past. I think Juan Soto, it's hard to believe he's still in his prime, but that's still entering his prime, but that's where we are. And just having the anchor at the front of the rotation, you and I talked so much last year as they were going through those struggles. They needed the stopper, right? They needed the guy who could, be the leader on that. And if Nolan McLean, assuming everything is okay with him as he moves forward, you could have two guys like that, and that puts him in a better place than last year.
I'm very confused by that because it didn't sound optimistic. It was like, yeah, I think they'll make the playoffs, but I think Luis Robert's going to have a big year.
Yeah,
Soto, we know is going to have a good year. Lindor, Bichette, he likes the top of the rotation. Am I reading this wrong? Did you feel like he was underwhelmed with the Mets?
Yeah, he was lukewarm about the Mets.
Yeah. How is that possible?
I don't know. But look, I'm not the biggest Luis Robert guy. I never have been.
But
he
likes Robert.
That's great. But here's the problem. Luis Robert is literally the epitome of the best stability is availability because he's never available.
Okay, he's also where on your chart of how important he is on the team?
Oh, down. I mean, Luis Robert to me is a bonus. How about that?
Right.
If he's healthy and he plays, tremendous.
But I look at Luis Robert and I say to myself, he just said Luis Robert's going to have a big season. If Luis Robert has a big season, the Mets are going to be a real problem. Because Bichette is going to be good.
I think I've said this. I'll say it again. Obviously, injuries can wreck everything. Bo Bichette, top 10 finish, NL MVP.
Okay. So Soto is going to be good.
Mm-hmm.
Lindor is going to be good. If you're going to get production from the Roberts, the Simeons, the Beatties of the world, and he sits there
I think Simeon's going to be good too.
Okay. And he says McLean and Peralta, I'm confused at why he's not more bullish on what the Mets are.
Well, the back end of the bullpen, there's questions, right?
Okay.
I mean, you basically swapped out the Yankees back end and brought them over to Queens.
Where are you on Devin Williams?
Couple things. Number one, I trust in the familiarity with Stearns, or else Stearns wouldn't have done it, thinking that he could literally take over for Edwin. I mean, look, there's rumors out there that Diaz, part of the reason that sent him to the Dodgers was he was kind of annoyed that they signed Devin Williams, thinking that takes some of the luster away.
He was going to be the closers. That's ridiculous.
No, but again, as soon as Edwin Diaz, you know how this game is. If he same thing happened to Devin Williams. If you falter, people are going to be calling for the other guy who was at one time or another the best closer in the National League.
I think Diaz is locked in as the closer. It would take a monumental, a catastrophic collapse.
But people, we got 162 games to kill. He slips up, has a couple of bad outings. It's going to be, hey, you know what? Try Devin Williams. I mean, Devin Williams lost his closer role last year with the Yankees to Luke Weaver.
So Devin Williams was also horrendous.
I understand that, but he lost his job, and this guy was arguably the best reliever in baseball the year before he came to the Yankees. But neither here nor there. The bullpen, okay, a little questionable. I was not in love with the Peralta move, when they were speculating all offseason, but now, the more I've absorbed it, I'm in because I like the fact that he's pitching for a contract. I like the fact that he's readily durable. I mean, hell, he's coming off the best season of his career. And it seems like this is a place that they might even get something done long term. Whenever they talk about it, it sounds good.
That he wants to be.
Right, so that's more the merrier. But at the end of the day, like Buster alluded to, I don't care what a guy's service time has been in baseball. Freaking McLean is going to be the horse in the rotation.
Oh, he's the star.
He's special.
The one thing I will say, I think the Yankees are going to be very good, and the Yankees are going to win probably 90, 94. I think the Mets could be great, and I think the Mets could be pretty good.
The Phillies,
I think that there's a larger window of what the Mets could be.
The Phillies are the closest thing to the Yankees in the National League with team run it back.
But they lost some pieces from.
They lost Sanchez for the rotation,
Suarez?
but Suarez, excuse me.
Yeah.
By and large, they're kind of like the same team.
And they lost Castellanos, who they just kicked.
Yeah, but Castellanos is a guy who they soured on him at the end of last year, so that wasn't going to be. They didn't even think he was going to be an everyday player. Bad contract.
They're always good.
They're fine. And you know who's going to have a big year probably is Bryce Harper, which is great for Met fans because Dombrowski ticked them off when he said he don't think he's an elite player anymore. And so Harper fired back at him.
So
Harper's going
to
go out there.
win this division?
It's so tough to say because when have they won the division? You know what I mean? It's like it never
So
happens.
then you don't.
No, but I expect the Mets to be a playoff team. Both teams will be in the playoffs this year. They better.
I'll tell you what.
They better, Bob.
If the Mets are not a playoff team,
what do you do? Well, first of all,
you have to start talking about David Stearns is not a good GM.
Well, this is his team now. This is his team, but they get off to a. Let me ask you this: what's a bad enough start to where the manager's job could be in trouble? Because he's the next one.
All right, so let's talk this through.
They fired his whole coaching
staff. If the Mets
staff.
are 23-27 through 50 games, is the manager in any trouble?
No, not yet.
If the Mets are 31-39,
yes,
is he in trouble?
Yes.
Yes.
That puts you when? What time in the calendar? 70 games in. Is that June, late June?
You are, all April, May, June. Yeah, late June.
Yeah. Because that's when they started their turnaround a couple of years ago, when they were like the worst team in baseball, not named the Rockies or Marlins.
The thing, there's, and I'll say this, and hopefully it doesn't blow up in my face. There's no way the Mets aren't going to be a playoff team. They were horrendous last year and went down to the final day to not be a playoff team.
Well, horrendous is a strong word.
No, they were. Oh my God! With what they had and should have been, they were horrendous last year.
Well, remember the first 50 games, they were the best team in baseball,
and
which
then
is
they were
crazy.
brutal.
I don't think we talked about it enough during the winter
That
the
collapse
Mets missed the playoffs.
That was and I've said that was. Listen, when you lose a game, right? A good team, they lose a game. It happens. When you're supposed to be a good team and over 162. And when it's easy to make the baseball postseason now, you can't beat out the Cincinnati Reds.
Yeah,
it's one. That's one of the biggest collapses in sports history for me. Not making the playoffs last year for the Mets.
And I became public enemy number 1 in Cincinnati with the fan base.
But you?
Yeah.
What did you do?
You didn't see that? Like the Reds.
RJ, Ray, did you know he was hated in Cincinnati?
I did not know this actually.
What did you do?
Because I went on.
I remember this.
Cincinnati radio?
No,
one of the baseball SNY shows.
Yeah.
That I pop up on.
Yeah.
And this
they
was
got
in
hold
like
of this.
remember this.
the middle of the
Yes.
season, like in July or something. If I was, threatened, should the Mets be threatened by the Reds? And I said no. Why? And I outlined, the Mets expect to be there. Cincinnati's a nice little team, but I don't view them as a threat. So when the Reds made it and the Mets did, the Reds took that clip and freaking
the
team, yes.
And they
made like a parody of it, like the night they made the playoffs on the final night of the season.
You know how they make those videos and there's like a lead. It's in black and white, or it has like a sketchy sound
But
effect.
that's like a badge of honor.
He was the leadoff. He was
And
like the
Graziano
pivot.
was the doubting Thomas.
Yeah, that's great, but here's the problem, though. I don't care, and that's like a small market mentality because, again, they backed it. They couldn't see the forest through the trees.
They weren't very.
You
The Mets
backed into
collapsed
the
more than the Reds won that spot.
I didn't even have to address it. You know what I mean? I just let it go because they backed into the playoffs. Remember, Dave, game 162, when the Reds were in Milwaukee, they walked off the field in Milwaukee that afternoon out of the playoffs.
Yes.
And the Mets then had to lose to get them back into the playoffs. Then they went out there and lost to the Dodgers in, 2 games, 3 games? So it's like you weren't even in the playoffs.
Can I say something?
Yes, sir.
And this won't be looked at kindly. It's not meant to be kind from the folks of Cincinnati. Mm-hmm. You're better than Cincinnati.
Who?
You.
That's why I didn't even bat an eye to it. It's like nowadays, all the people in this business, they do things for clicks and this and that. I could have easily fought back with them and jabbed them. I ignored it. I didn't even say anything.
We got a break because on the other side we have Raymond's sexy plays of the week. It's next. It's DNR. It's ESPN New York.
All right, your Friday nights just got a little louder because NBA Happy Hour is live on FanDuel every Friday from 6 to 7:30 p.m. Eastern. FanDuel's running limited-time specials to pregame your weekend. We're talking about boosts, bonuses, surprises, all dropping right in the app. So whether you're just wrapping up your work week, looking for a game to unwind with, or just have a hunch, then FanDuel is your best bet to get in on the action. It's the perfect way to kick off the weekend. A little basketball, a little action, and a whole lot of Friday energy. That's NBA Happy Hour every Friday from 6 to 7:30 p.m. Eastern, only on FanDuel, official sportsbook partner of the NBA. Visit FanDuel.com/local to get started. Must be 21 and older and physically present in New York. Opt-in required. Rewards are non-withdrawable. Restrictions do apply, including bonus and token expiration, leg requirements, and max wager amount. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. For help with a gambling problem, call 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY at 467369.
More people trust their hearts to New York Presbyterian than any other hospital in New York. It's because New York Presbyterian has the most experienced cardiovascular doctors, treating a full range of heart conditions, from heart failure to valve repair, with the most advanced treatments. Find a doctor at nyp.org/heart. New York Presbyterian. New York Presbyterian Hospital, based on U.S. News & World Report 2025 to 2026 cardiology, heart, and vascular surgery rankings.
50 years from now, will jeans be wide or skinny? Will email still exist? Will guac still be extra? One thing is certain. If you won the new Millionaire for Life from the New Jersey Lottery today, you'd still be getting $1 million every year for life. That's enough money to say, bring it on, the future. I will have that guacamole at any price.
Play the new Millionaire for Life today. Anything can happen in Jersey. Must be 18 or older to buy a lottery ticket. Please play responsibly. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-6759. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS.
Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start.
Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems.
We have over 1,000 five-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau.
You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-575-6759. That's 800-575-6759. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
Oh, it's Friday, baby. Game time brought to you by Tullamore Dew Irish Whiskey. When it's game time, it's Tully time. Knicks out west in Denver taking on the Nuggets at 9 o'clock. A game you can hear right here on ESPN New York starting at 8:30 and also at 9 o'clock. St. John's on the road taking on Seton Hall. And that's game time brought to you by Tullamore Dew, the original triple distilled, triple blended, and triple cask matured Irish whiskey. Be sure to grab a Tullamore Dew or try the new Tullamore Dew Honey during today's action. Glasses up to enjoying Tullamore Dew responsibly. Raymond.
Oh, hi there.
How you doing?
Fantastic.
Are you ready?
Yes.
Raymond, please. Raymond, guess what we're going to get into on the other side?
Are the plays.
I want you to guess. And specifically the
Knicks of the week.
That's right. You're good. You win a prize today.
Plays of the week are powered by Zip Recruiters. Dave, you've got your tune-ups getting ready for Rickleball Madness.
Rickleball Madness. Oh. Friday, March 20th. Rickleball Madness. Look at Rick.
Just get me to this rejoin at 9 o'clock because I think it's going to be a doozy.
It's a Rickleball Madness. Oh, look at him. I want to be Rick.
Well, the excitement is palpable.
Mm-hmm.
Almost as much as the excitement to talk about weather.
Am I allowed to give weather updates, or is that now verboten, as they
No,
say?
this is the kind of weather update I'm looking for. I'm dialed into the weather these days.
Yeah, for real reasons, RJ's dialed into the weather.
You don't want any weather updates, but you're the same guy that was stuck in Florida for 5 days. The reason why I find it frustrating is because you poo-pooed the weather. If you weren't such a jerk about the weather, I would open up my I don't know, what would I open up?
Your bosom.
What do you open?
Your weather bosom.
Open it right up. Maybe stick Sonny Styles in there.
You know who his nickname stems from, Raymond? Sonny is not his name.
Take your face?
Yeah, because Dave got a little suntan. And listen, the suntan, the sunburn may have had an effect. I don't know if it's actually sun poisoning, but things happened.
But by the way, you were listening to DiPietro and Rothenberg on WHSQ, WCBS FM HD2 in New York. And
there's a legal ID.
Did I do this top of the hour ID?
You did. You're good.
I did.
You did.
Wow.
That's how good you are. You don't even remember it.
Honestly, zero recollection of doing it.
Because
That's troubling. It was 2 minutes ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, you just did it.
I'm going to take some time.
Yeah, well, there's one aspect. Here's another we mentioned.
Hey, Raymond, by the way, where is RJ?
He's right there.
Oh, there you are.
Did you not see him?
No, I didn't see him.
Yeah, he lost sight of RJ, who was clearly on the screen. Can you see RJ in the picture that's in front of you?
Shut
Can
up.
you see him? So, look, things were said, accusations levied, feelings were hurt.
I can't promise for an hour and a half that I'm not going to be nasty at any point.
Yeah, he didn't even last a half hour.
He's all upset. His face is all red now.
You wonder why you didn't get a candle? This is why you didn't get a candle.
See, you admit it.
Oh, boy. Nasty emails were brought up. I don't know why there was any thought to the idea that you wouldn't do them anymore.
Email from Clay. He says, you tell that little nugget, RJ, that these emails better stay. Not that you'll ever read mine, you diaper.
I mean, you read it there. Did you hear the Nana Ginny story, Dan? Nana Ginny. It's got some little action going on.
No.
Spoke to Nana Ginny yesterday.
And?
She's
got a boyfriend.
Yeah.
Is that really true?
Yeah, she's got a boyfriend.
Oh, how old is this boyfriend?
I better go fast because he's 96.
96?
Yes.
Listen, it's love at first sight.
They met at bingo.
So he won. He's screaming bingo across the facility. She took notice, and she's like,
Yep. Listen, now he's in love.
Love?
I don't know if it's love or not yet.
I just heard about the boyfriend. Now they're in love?
Listen, you got to be careful. Things do happen in those facilities.
One day she came home. There was a 93-year-old man who passed away. Unfortunately, he passed away on top of his 90-year-old girlfriend.
Oh, boy. But I've been informed.
I can't imagine that Nana, unless she's been playing us all this entire time, that she can be that active.
Trust me. When it comes to that, people find a way.
Not Nana Ginny.
Nana Ginny and this gentleman, also 96 years old, are not,
They're
doing
not.
it. No.
Yeah, and there's a reason for this.
Apparently, he has his own. He's got a side piece for that.
Wait.
Yeah.
The old man has a side piece. That's right.
Should I be honest or should I not? Raymond looks tired.
No, I'll try to fix that. Maybe I need to get a Botox injection or something. Rick can fix a couple things. He got confused talking about Mendoza's this week.
Is Carlos Mendoza? Is Fernando Mendoza?
We like to have fun here.
Yeah, I know we bust on each other all the time and give each other.
Speaking of busting, Jordan Renan busting through the door. I played that already, but I mean, it was a long, long hour with Jordan Renan, and he was great.
Right, that's an obvious move.
And more money.
And money, right. and but you're gonna, if you spend it on Rico Dowdle, then you're just basically trading money.
I mean,
if they were to sign Linderbaum, what happens with Schmitz?
Yeah, what do you think they do with Schmitz if they sign Linderbaum?
I don't know what they'll do with him.
Maybe they run a two-center offense. What do they call that?
Two-center offense could be real useful.
RJ, I know that you are in Rick's pocket, but please. Kyler Murray's the Pittsburgh quarterback, though.
What's a Pittsburgh quarterback these days?
A little quarterback? I don't know.
RJ has no chance at Pittsburgh.
We can't go a week without shots at RJ.
Did I miss when RJ was like this high-end, big pitching prospect or something?
Who invited you to the studio anyways?
So, Dan, we do observations and did it happen in Florida, and they are brought to you by
D'Agostino. Bite back.
And we want to try and get a jingle for the other sponsor for Did It Happen in Florida, which is Wild Fork Foods.
Wild Fork.
You want to come up with a jingle?
Meat.
Wild
No, it's
Fork.
Wild Fork.
We got meat.
Yeah.
That's not their slogan, though.
It is now.
I don't think they want that.
At very affordable prices.
Come get us, Arby's. Dave had an encounter with the ass man out on the streets of Manhattan.
There's a man in a Jets hat, a Jets sweatshirt, a Jets jacket, and maybe more, but that's a minimum of what I saw.
It was the ass man.
And I thought to myself, this is
too much.
Come on.
You basically called the guy a loser.
And the closer the loser gets to me, the I'm like, it almost looks like the ass man.
It's all about branding.
I maintain that's his brand. That's what he's going for.
Okay, fine. So what are you going for? Losery.
He speaks for the fans, Dave.
Man desperate for attention wears numerous layers of Jets paraphernalia.
This is where you get in trouble.
That's what the headline would be.
I'll give you something positive, Dave. Emails from female listeners.
I want it known that the ass man's girlfriend is far from the only lady out there completely in love with the gorgeous Dave Rothenberg.
What are we doing?
There are many of us out here. The new show photos are something we're all anxiously anticipating with new, skinny, gorgeous Dave. I love all of you. I really love Dave.
You know who else loves skinny Dave?
Got another email. Martha. I'm plump. Twice divorced. In her 40s. And I can't help but pause the stream on YouTube whenever your round butterscotch face comes on the screen.
That's probably a good place to end it. Those are the plays of the week powered by ZipRecruiter. When you're hiring, never miss out on great candidates with ZipRecruiter. Try ZipRecruiter for free right now. at ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN.
Oh, what a job by Raymond. Dan, it's Rule 76.
No excuses. Play like a champ. It is Grassa, Rothenberg, and
everybody
on ESPN New York.
I'm plump.
Prizes, flyaways, even cash money. You want it? We've got it. Find a list of all contests and official rules by visiting ESPN New York